Do we know?
You don't know.
Okay.
Let's say specialized stuff. Why do you ask?
Because spikes.
Oh.
Just throw spikes on the ground or something.
Oh, smart.
Yeah.
We're live. We're up.
Oh, damn it. I was hoping for a countdown. Sorry.
Oh.
So, hello to all viewers. We are resuming our Dungeons and Dragons session taking place on the Shattered Coast. As a reminder, our protagonists have been left here with a decision about how they're supposed to erase the Twisted Hairs and deal with the Black Tusk slavers to far south of Carta. Now, our protagonist, our party, has opted to try to take two birds with one stone by traveling south, stealing the Primo bikes, also known as future, kind of like post-apocalyptic motorcycles, from the Black Tusks, driving them up north to the Twisted Hairs, provide it to a gift to the Twisted Hair shamans, and hope that there's some kind of conflict which takes out two of their issues at once. Now, as a reminder, the group has awoken on the 29th on Fallis Way, and that leaves them 19 days left in which they can, 14 days left in which they can achieve the racing of the Black Tusk slavers, getting rid of them. Now, the main issue is it is still storming. Like, snow is getting up high. It's basically causing issue with them when they travels, but they have to travel soon because they're running out of time. Now, it's morning in Fort Roman. Okay, Kit is taking her normal guard duty up top. Cantor is messing around in his mechanist shop. Callie is in the infirmary dealing with whatever issues she might have with any gray-skinned Storielli's sicknesses. So, from there, what do you guys choose to do? The weather right now is currently, the storm is slightly letting up. You can attempt to leave now knowing that it's going to be difficult. You can wait it out, hoping that it melts, knowing that, remember, common knowledge in this world tells you that after a big snowstorm like this, the waters will run to the salty sea, cause a red bloom, which will cause difficulty as you travel. Either way, it will not be easy as you travel. I also want to remind you there have been several rumors of a rogue brogue, which is a certain type of large, giant humanoid monster with 4 arms and 2 legs, wandering down south. So that's an issue you have to deal with as well. So, as a party, what do you guys opt to do?
Just do it.
Do you just want to leave?
Because we already got all our equipment, right?
No time like the present. Can I buy some, like a handful of steel spikes on the ground that I can scatch?
Caltrops?
Sure.
What are you looking for?
Caltrops, sure.
You don't have anyone qualified here to sell to you. You could ask Olag to make it for you, but that might take some time.
Hey Olag, can you make these for me? Maybe I'll pick it up later.
He gives a deep voice. So I'll give you 50 G a piece. How's that sound?
50 gold a piece?
Sorry. 50 CP. 50 CP
Scammer.
for a bag. How does that sound?
For a bag?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm already giving you a heavy discount.
Sounds good, thanks.
Yeah, maybe you can wait till after breakfast and I'll come pick it up.
Sure, thanks buddy.
Okay. How many do you need though? Just one?
Just the one bag.
Just one bag?
Yeah.
I mean, you can always buy more than one.
They're cheap. Let's pick up some.
10 bags.
10 bags.
Anyway, Cantor also approaches you. Says, "Gentlemen, I've been working with the local blacksmith. In several days' time, I believe it can outfit us against gunfire. Give us some kind of defense as we continue to go on south." Oh man, stupid. What is that?
Yeah, Jizz also got potions of healing.
You guys don't have an alchemy lab here? Oh wait, do you guys have an infirmary?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Oh, special bandages. Let's
Yes,
get some
you
of
can
those.
go ahead and purchase those if you please.
Yes, please. Let's do. Yeah. How much are they?
Special bandages would be 15 CP a piece.
What do they do? Like
They just do a
D6
D6 instead of D4. Yeah.
Yeah, bandages are D6. And our not bonus.
Give me
You
like
said 25 gold
Huh?
or CP each?
15. It's
15,
actually on
okay.
sale. Usually it's 25.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That's a sale, man.
give me like 10 of those.
Yeah, give me everything you have.
It's 10.
No, just let me know how much you want to buy.
Okay.
I'm gonna take 10.
So,
I'm gonna take 20, dude.
so go ahead and minus that from your stash, please. That's 20 times
A
15.
billion bandages.
Because I'm no good at math, guys. What's 20 minus 15?
15 times
20
20
minus
is 300.
I mean, sorry, 20 times 15.
Yeah.
20 times 15?
That sounds good.
Minus-
Yeah.
3,000?
That seems quite excessive.
There's a-
I can't math.
3,000 bandages?
We're not doing that inventory thing anymore, are we?
We are, but not for bandages.
I
1
think
billion
the easier thing to
bandages.
do with inventory is to be more realistic about it. Just be like, well, I mean, your character can't carry 5 shields, okay, man? Like,
I mean, that's what we're originally doing.
yeah.
But it's up to you guys to see if you want to manage it.
Because I am managing it, but I mean,
gonna
we
max-
rarely
I'm just
get
gonna
so
max my
many
carry
large
weight.
items at once.
I mean, eventually, I'd like to think
Yeah,
that.
if we do.
Anyway, as you proceed, Callie waves you goodbye. She hands you a box full of bandages. She's like, "Oh, good luck out there.
Thanks, guys.
Please be careful."
We're taking not Chet, Case and Cantor.
Up to you guys. You can take Pajot.
Joe.
There's also one, like Duquesne, the guy who approached Cantor and tell him his issues, one of his janissaries.
Oh, that's right. Now I
he's-
actually look at his stat block.
He's also unconscious at the moment. You can give him a day to rise.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
How's
get-
your con doing? Sorry.
I'm at 16 now.
Is that good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's back to his
I'm
original.
over.
He's
I'm
good.
over.
He's good. Do you see how much HP he has? It's
I
crazy.
have 48 HP, baby.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like this dude could like literally dive on a grenade if he wanted to.
And is Case back to normal too?
No, Case still went down.
Case is a little. He's like.
But he's fine.
Okay.
So if Case
Farm-
dies, it's
farm
like
the
whatever.
last con for him.
Should we?
Up to you
grind,
guys.
Grind it out.
There's
Yeah,
also
yeah.
Pajot, the
I think
hobo.
we can bring Case. Case
Also-
has been good, anyways.
Also remind you, Pajot has certain bonuses when he talks to other other
others.
vagrants. Like
Yeah.
he is
Mm.
a, for lack of better words, vagrant or hobo, and
He's
he
a hobo.
understands that gutter speak. The whole
Gutter
It's
speak.
like how
Right.
thieves have thieves camp.
yes, like this is hobo speak.
It's helpful.
So keep that in mind if you decide to take him. So from here, you guys have purchased the bandages. Okay, let's say you go eat breakfast. One of the little Sorielli guys come out with a big bowl on the head and puts on the table for you guys. It's full of giant spider legs.
In Nomish, I asked him how the farm's doing.
In Nomish, he also tells you the farm's doing very well. It's been snowed in, but the animals are there doing fine.
Okay.
Follow up, in very common, he says to you, enjoy, in a words that you, like a weird ass accent, you're like, oh.
Hey, I'm not
Learning.
sure about gnomes, but do I pat him for being a good boy? Or
You rub your nipples very
Thumbs
lightly.
up. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up works too.
You see him walk away, you go, anyway, so at this point, Cantor joins you at the table and says, so gentlemen, I believe we're heading out soon.
Was Cantor coming with us?
Yes, please, you'll need a man like me. I've driven these things since I was a boy.
Okay. And maybe we could talk about how
Are
to
there
drive it on
eight
the
max
way.
in the party, or just 2 companions max?
This is two companions.
Cantor, what are the wheels made out of? Do you know?
The wheels are made of a specialized rubber. I do not believe them to be inflated, but they are quite strong. They're made for bouncing up and down the rough terrain and not causing any damage.
So caltrops wouldn't do anything to them.
Quite frankly, I've never seen that happen. A common tactic that people would use to take out these primo bikes is to situate an iron chain or steel chain across 2 trees and knock off their riders.
Interesting.
We've had that happen dealing with tribals in the past. I'm sorry, Lady Zana, please proceed.
No worries. Could we create some kind of pitch to maybe like throw into the gears and jumble that up? Some kind of gooey substance.
I've never considered that, but like
Could maybe we could come up with something as we travel.
we can try that.
What about water?
Water.
Are the engines susceptible to water?
Oh no, these engines are used to travel all in the rain all the time. If it can last in the snow, it could definitely last in water. So
Okay.
keep in mind, frequently these bikes are protected by runes. It depends on the owner, but there are several ways that a bike can be protected. Wards of there should maybe ward runes on the handles, on the seats. Be aware of that as you proceed. Secondly, I hope we have some kind of plan to approach these gentlemen, because the whole thing before we head down to the whole area before we meet these black tusks is flatlands. They'll see us coming from a mile away unless we go under the cover of storm. That might be difficult to travel in though.
That might. Would there be any reason for traders or other travelers to go down that direction? Some kind of cover story we could have?
I mean, frequently we'll get slavers going through the area. You might even know several, like that portly man we saw earlier.
Okay.
But for us, we don't necessarily look like we have a group of slaves to trade, do we?
Slaves? Right here?
No.
Slaves? You'd
Wow.
be the slaver?
You'd be very well
Yeah.
armed for a bunch of slaves.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
cool.
True. Maybe we could keep our stuff inside like a chest, but maybe it will look like prime targets to be
That is not a
raided.
bad idea either, but
Yeah.
unless we're a trusted slave, right, they may just kill us on the spot and take our goods.
Could be.
So, it's going to be a difficult approach, gentlemen. And plus, we have no idea where they're situated. Maybe we'll be able to ask some people, but right now we do not know.
Are there any villages nearby around where we?
Oh, there are plenty of villages. The question is if there are any survivors in those villages. If, as Lord Failred said, these villages have been pillaged and razed and enslaved, we might not find anyone who's able to give us any decent information.
Well, maybe we'll give it a shot. Since we're going down that direction anyways, we could stop by one of those villages.
Okay. So, Olag approaches you with his bag, the bag of caltrops, and then puts it on the kitchen table. Bless you.
Thank you.
So at this point, he reaches out his hand. He goes,
I flick him the gold. Thank you.
One sliver of gold to be.
All the CP that
Okay, it's like
I think it was like 300 or something.
it's 50. It's hella
500.
cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, fine. Give him 500. You do you. Consider it a tip. Now, at this point, do you guys choose to leave now? Your A5, if you choose to ride them, it'll take about 2 or 3 days in normal weather to ride down south. It might take longer in a storm, but it'll take significantly longer to walk it. And if your A5 are killed or frozen, then you'll have to purchase a new one, and your whole party will be disabled depending on. Yeah. So it is kind of up to you. You could try to walk it down south and not be responsible for these creatures.
Yeah, I'm not gonna walk outside in this shit.
Yes.
this-
And you do need
How
some.
will our A5 get back when we speed away on these bikes?
Probably the village, maybe.
Teach them how to ride. I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah.
if
So
any
their
of you
lives
are,
are forfeit.
Park it.
if any of you are particularly handy with your animal handling skills, you can attempt to get them to follow you as you whistle. So it is up to you though.
Mm.
But while traveling, if one of your A5 dies, then you guys are crippled movement-wise.
True.
You can try to double up; it's going to be a whole issue in its own right.
I'm very small.
But either way, if we're walking, we're already crippled.
Yes, this is true. So you're taking your A5. Do you guys name your A5? Let's say they all look
No.
different. You know, some have
No.
spots, some have stripes, some are a tiny
I
sheet
named my
of
A5
pink.
Winston.
Yep.
After a legendary figure.
Oh, this is a coincidence.
So, are we assuming we're riding out now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys ride out. You guys took Cantor and Kace, right? Is that correct? Now, to make sure we don't get... Remember, the snow is still snowing pretty hard, even though it is daytime. I'd say it's about 10, 11 a.m. Can someone make... Bless you. Can someone make a survival check to make sure you guys don't get lost? You know, it is difficult to see.
19.
So with your 19, you're able to successfully navigate the wilds. As you continue traveling, you see, with your survival and perception skills, you see some kind of smoke off in the distance. You successfully pass the twisted hairs, but now you're in a smoky section of, like you see smoke off in the distance. Do you choose to investigate?
Guys, there's smoke in the distance. What do you guys want to do about this? Do we just ignore it?
Yeah.
So it could be a raided village. I mean, they could be out here. I'm not sure if they act during this. I say we check it out.
We can check it out.
I sent Owl off first.
You send them off.
Like towards the
Can you give me the quiz?
smoke and stuff.
Oh, yeah. My
Maybe
bad.
see if I can find the owl.
I don't think there's an owl, but let's try.
There's something we can use as a familiar.
I mean, if there is an owl, I'll try to find one for you. Now, as I was saying, as your owl approaches, you hear a deep Danny DeVito voice like, "Shit's windy out here. You know, I can't see shit."
Is it hurting you, or can you keep going?
I mean, it's kind of cold. There's frost stuck to my wings. I had to fly really, really hard against the wind.
But like you're not getting hurt.
Oh,
are
shut the
you?
fuck up! It's pretty painful.
Okay, keep
All
going.
right, here's all I see. Okay, there is some fire. There's smoke, and the fire doesn't seem to be like in a pit. It's like a bunch of things on fire.
Okay. So
It only seems an area about 30 to 50 feet across. It's not a whole village.
Okay, that sounds good. Thanks, Owl. And I kind of whatever like de-summon him.
De-summon, is that a thing?
I don't know.
The spell.
Summon, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But not like disappear.
Eternal sunshine of victory. Village of land, steal the woman, eat their crop. Huh.
I tell the party what happened or what Owl saw.
Also, Johnny calls it A5. He's like, I named my A5. I was like, haha. Anyway, so as you approach, you notice several things. What seems to be a ruined wagon, like it's on fire, wheels broken. Okay.
Did you see that clearly enough, Johnny? Or should I move this camera?
You guys said you were approaching, right? You see a
Yes.
you see a stone outcropping. Okay. Besides that, you don't see much. The wagon's on fire. You can approach closer to get a better look if you want. Can you pass me those pens? Can you?
Oh, yeah.
You can, like, thank you. So as you can choose to get closer if you want, but this is what you see with from your distance, which let's say 100 feet.
Remember the last upturned wagon, guys?
Yeah, you guys got a bunch of loot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you?
No.
Well,
There's the one.
one of them we did.
The
very
exploding
first
one,
one we did.
The exploding wagon, that's the one I remember.
So there's a rocky escarpment,
Rocky outcropping.
and a overturned wagon
Yeah.
burning. Do you guys detect any like creatures inside?
Hey, Owl.
Anything alive?
Hey, Owl. Can you go check what's behind that rock? Very stealthily.
Thanks, Al.
He's an owl now, right?
Yeah.
Well, snow. There's some snow over there. And look, more fucking snow.
Okay.
I just can't wait for Andy to be like, alright, yeah, he's just, and then it disappears.
So it looks like he flies over here. Snow.
Okay, snow everywhere. Got it. Thanks, Owl. I de-summon.
Alright, let me try to get closer. I'll take a look and I'll let you guys know what
And
I
let's
see.
say you've been riding for a few hours. It's like 4-ish. It's starting to get dark, okay?
Okay. Yeah, let me go check it out. I want to stealthily move up to that rock outcropping. And could I see anything from this perspective?
As you get closer, you do notice several things, okay? You see corpses with like what seems to be arms. Oh, that's a terrible corpse. Arms and heads bitten off. You know, you see pools of blood, and this thing's on fire.
Is there loot
One of them
still
seems
there?
to be a burning torch.
Is there still loot on the ground? Does it look like this?
You
has
can
been
certainly
looted?
approach closer if you like. Let's say you're like 20 feet away.
I'm going to.
Remember, these are all flatlands. You know, there's not like significant vegetation. If it is, it's currently being covered by snow. You guys are having difficulty seeing because of that.
Well, and the people you said their heads are bitten off.
Like they got arms bitten off, torn off. So what I'm basically telling you
A
is that
beast came through.
yeah, it's not like swords or axes that killed them. It looked like something tore them apart.
Okay.
Okay.
Zana, what do you see?
I described that site. It looks
Wait,
like
do you
some
go
kind
back to them?
of creature. A message.
Oh,
I
nice.
see some kind of creature. Well, not a creature, but something seems to have eaten these
Time to go.
people. I'm going to take a closer look.
Be my guest, but I'm leaving.
Okay. I want to go up to
So
the
I'll run back
closest
up.
person to me, and I want to kind of look at his. So is his armor and loot still there?
Okay, as you approach him, you
I'm
see
gonna move closer.
you see a mole. Okay, and although his arm's been torn off, you do see a broken spear on the ground. His armor is there, but it's basically looks like bone hide, so it's not particularly worth that much.
The camera on the board is a little too high.
Oh, my bad. Okay. Sorry, Johnny. Okay, so you could continue. You can actively search his pockets, or that's what you see. It's
So
up to you.
to be clear, I'm not looking for loot myself. I'm
You
seeing
just-
to see if he's been looted.
Oh, he has not been looted. Like his
Okay.
equipment's still there. I mean, you can't see if anything's taken. In
Okay.
fact, now that you're closer, you see that the caravan car is still kind of full.
Okay. Hey, there's still lots of stuff here. Seems like something came through and wiped these guys out.
Or maybe it's a trap.
Could be. I don't know. I don't get that sense here though. It seems like they've been attacked by some monsters.
I stealth up next to Zana. That's a
No, not that one.
13.
It's the active guy. There you go. Nice.
Thank you.
So
I'm going to first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shoot one of the moles, the intact mole, with an arrow. I just want to see if it moves or anything.
doesn't move. Its air sticks in. Owl looks. He's like, that's some fucked up shit.
I walk up to the far side of that, and as I walk by, I pull my arrow out and resheath it.
Okay.
And I want to look under the cart. Yes.
Okay, you see nothing underneath your cart.
Nothing.
You do hear some heavy groaning though.
I look in
Hmm?
to see
Inside
that source.
inside the cart.
Yeah.
In the cart, you find a large chest. I'm talking like the size of this fucking
Oh my
table.
god, is it a mimic?
Hi.
Oh! Why the chicken cross the road?
Huh? Oh. I forgot the inside joke. The
That's the best house rule.
long running.
That's the best house
So,
rule.
does your character say that?
No.
Okay, just curious. Yes, there's a massive chest. Like, this is like 10 feet. Would you say 10 feet? I feel like it's 10 feet. Thoughts?
It's
This
not 10
table?
feet.
This table is definitely not 10 feet. This is
It's
about
like
six.
Oh, maybe 8?
It's a big
No,
fucking
it's
chest.
about
It's
6
a
foot
big
table.
chest.
This is like 6 feet.
I follow right behind Zana.
Hey, there's a chest in here. Is the chest groaning?
Huh?
Or is something else groaning?
You're unable to tell. With
Should I-
your passive
should I
perception.
hand the chest? What do I do?
You think, so at this point, you also find some other goods. You
Use
see a
Arcana.
notebook. You see
Arcana check.
You could check the notebook if you like. There's some other supplies like food or rations, but mostly the big thing here is that big fucking chest.
I'm curious what the fuck that groaning noise is.
Yes, I agree.
Could I try to perceive?
You
Like,
can
where the
actively
source is
attempt to perceive
coming?
it.
Clearly, to be clear, I want to perceive if it's coming from the chest.
Okay.
I want to perceive if it's coming from outside the chest.
Okay.
Yes, teamwork.
It's a 7.
Oh man, these
wow.
rolls are
Wow.
ass.
What'd you get?
7.
So here's what you're able to perceive. Due to the general snowstorm happening, you can't quite see what's happening, like, or hear where it's coming from. You hear it's a continued hearing of groaning, you know, like it's just in the background now. You don't really know what's going on.
It might
There's
just be the
nothing-
wind.
Possibly.
Yeah. Go ahead, mage hand.
I mage hand in and I touch the chest.
You just
But
touch it, nothing
I
happens.
kind of like try to wiggle it or push it a little
Okay,
bit.
but I don't think you're strong enough to wiggle it, but nothing
No,
happens.
okay.
Okay.
5 pounds.
Is there a
5
latch?
pounds, right?
It's 10. 10
Huh?
pounds.
10 pounds?
Yeah.
Still not enough.
Is there a
It's a
latch?
big chest.
Huh?
Is there a latch on the chest?
Yes.
I mage hands and try to open the latch.
Like it's like a lock, like a kind of a copper
Okay,
lock.
I wiggle the lock.
Oh,
It makes a
pick the lock, you
noise
thief.
and nothing happens.
I pick the lock with
You
my
can
mage
make
hand.
a roll, add your proficiency because you're proficient in thieves
Lockpicking,
tools.
Yeah.
Could as he's doing that, could I
What'd
see
you get?
if there's?
What am I? 9.
So what you find is that in fact the lock seems to be frozen jam solid. It doesn't matter your lock picking skills, but the general storm has caused it over. Sorry, what was your thing?
Can I grab the torch?
Sure.
Yeah.
I grab the torch.
I was going to say I want to see if there's any magical nature of this chest.
There is nothing magical in nature.
Can
Oh,
I
it's heat metal.
can I look for any animals in the area? That's what I'm gonna do.
Beasts? You mean?
Yeah, beasts. Yes.
Okay, is that a spell?
That's a
Pocket-
No. I like perceive.
So
it.
you're gonna you do not perceive any beasts in the area. You don't see any tracks in the ground. If that helps you. What did you say? Sorry. What did you,
I
Zana?
forget.
I think you're doing something. My bad.
Oh, just the magic thing, but it's okay.
Oh yeah, but when you try to pick it and you notice that it doesn't matter because it's frozen solid. It's frozen shut. So
Can I talk to Bannon real quick? Hey, yo, Bannon.
hey guys,
Man, see his chest? Look familiar at all?
looks like a big chest to me.
Do you know anything about big chests?
Well, I like big chests.
I know
You
you
hear a
like-
single tendril go.
I know you like big chests, Bannon. You know how we can open a frozen lock?
You could. I don't know. I mean, you could hit it.
Alright, thanks, Bannon.
I have a spell for this, but I swapped it out
I
for something else.
prestidigitation and warm up the lock.
How hot does it get?
It just says warm.
You just like melt the.
Okay, I grabbed the torch and
tried,
I put the torch under. I put the lock under on top of the torch.
Okay, it melts.
I
Like not the whole lock. I mean, it's
Yeah.
frozen.
I pick the lock again. 13 plus 2, 15.
So although you think you're kind of getting it, your lockpick snaps off.
Okay.
Okay, this is a very heavy duty lock. To give you an example, this isn't one of those tiny shit you put in your locker
Yeah.
at middle school. It's like a fucking.
Jason, why don't we blow up the lock greater than?
Because when we blow up the stuff on the inside.
Greater than less than into the face. Huh? Are you get?
No.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
hilarious. So it's a pretty heavy duty lock. From what you can tell in the emblem on the notebook, this is not just some random trader. It seems like some kind of organization. So this is a heavy-duty log, so we wouldn't have to deal with
Are
just
there
some
any
random fucktards picking it.
logos on the chest or anything?
You see a certain logo that looks familiar, and what seems to be a familiar logo you may have
Would
seen at
Cantor know more?
Banner!
the Eisenhower Trading Company. What's up, man?
You see his insignia?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen it before?
You visited a camp when I saw that flying around.
What camp was it?
It's the part where you guys bought. There's all these jackets and stuff.
Oh, is it the Eisenreich Training Company? Is that where we got our stuff?
Looks like it.
Okay.
Just said, why don't we chop open the chest with your great axe, my furry friend?
Oh, Jizz is so nice now.
Yeah, I know.
It's the wholesome.
We're friends?
Brotherhood.
Well, if you want to do, I want to look at the notebook that's on the ground.
Okay, so you open the notebook, and hopefully you can read. Assuming you can read.
Yeah.
Okay.
Common.
Yeah, you can read
Elvish
common. Oh.
Elvish and Elvish too.
Okay, so it's in some kind of script that you can't quite read. Does anyone speak Dwarvish by any chance?
Yes.
This looks like Dwarvish.
You can pass it to him. Okay, and what seems to be a scribble of hammers and helmets and stuff. You understand that this is a trading log from the Kingdom of Rock to the Eisenreich Trading Company, and it basically details several, like 100 or 200 kilos of what seems to be iron and steel for a significant amount of money.
Oh shit.
What's it say?
It's a bunch of no. It's a trade log between.
And this whole time,
So someone's missing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
between
just
the
the
dwarves
wind.
and the Eisenreich Trading Company, and then it's logging a bunch of iron and steel trade.
Okay. Yeah, someone would want this probably.
Wait, so that means this chest is full of iron and steel?
or the money to finish the deal.
Okay. I attempt to lift the chest.
Lift?
Yes.
With your strength? Or what'd you get?
1.
Wow. So you tried to
Wow.
pull it, you let out.
Critical success.
You actively.
It's too heavy.
You hear a snap. I'm trying to deal with. You get the option either taking exhaustion or a D10 of damage.
I'll take a D10 damage.
D10 shit.
I feel it made it more. Dude, he's like. I don't know if you in real life
Basically
you ever tried to
blew out his
deadlift
back trying to
something that
lift
was
this
like.
thing.
If you ever tried to deadlift something.
Oh, because you rolled in that one.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
I know.
really
That's
bad.
fair.
So
I went in that one plus like 5.
and I don't know if I described
Look
his
at
chest,
back.
how big this is, but like
Yeah.
that's a pretty big chest.
Okay.
And the chest lands on the thing with a thunk as you barely get up a few inches off the ground. And the groaning continues.
Snap your shit up, son.
I'm gonna go outside and just keep watch.
Just
Okay.
'cause I am
Can you place
suspicious.
yourself? Where do you want to place?
Put me on top of the cart, actually.
I'm gonna hide behind the rock. Or close to
Wait.
the rock. Yeah. Yep, yeah, perfect. Stealth like.
Okay.
Just said, I will also get on top of the card to keep watch.
Owl, go fly up and keep
Alright,
watch.
do you guys also want me to try to break this open?
Owl, in an act of defiance, flies up hundreds and hundreds of feet.
I de-summon.
He de-summoned down.
Okay.
Do you guys want me to try to break it?
Hey, Eris. Zana didn't notice, but like, do you hear some groaning noises in here?
Yes, I hear the groaning noises, but
Where
where
is
is
it
it coming
I
from?
think that's a cue to leave, guys.
Why would you leave?
Or
Or
just
you
look
investigate.
Yeah, to find out.
Or tons of money.
Greed will be the death of you all.
Oh, trust me, there's much more to this death.
So what are you gonna do?
I was born with a prophecy that ended in death.
This will be how it's fulfilled.
Well then, let it be, baby. Let's meet a prophecy. Right? Okay, well, let's see.
10
Can I try to
days,
investigate this groaning?
explode.
Sure.
7.
With a
Why am I
7,
using this thing?
with a 7, you're
These are
unable to
good
find.
dice.
Hey, we found oranges. We try that method.
Oh, cuties.
Oh, cute.
not
That's a
gonna
big ass cutie. Yeah, give me one of those shit.
That's a cutie.
Holy crap, these are oranges.
Attack the field.
Oh my god. I think it's a.
Wait, can you do that
Fantastic.
orange thing?
Alright,
with us?
oh.
It kind of
I
needs to
guess
be
you
like
can.
an actual.
So, as I was saying,
I'm good.
with your investigation and the stormy weather, you're unable to find where the sound's coming from. Okay? As far as you're concerned, because your perception isn't high enough, nor is your investigation, you think it's just the howling of the wind.
Oh wait, I could use this perception instead.
No. I'm saying your passive perceptions are.
Can I use my paladin skill to try to detect the location of a celestial, fiend, undead, or any consecration or desecrated place or object within 60 feet of me.
Oh, did
Yeah,
you,
yeah, no.
you don't roll anything?
No.
Okay. You notice Jazook near you.
So is he the
That's the most evil
he's
aura
the
around me.
fiend?
That's really funny.
Guys,
Wow.
how's it going down there?
While everyone's
Yeah, he's not well.
while everyone's doing this, I begin casting my speak with animals ritual.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you trying to talk to?
And the person who shows up. But is it nice?
Jizz said I roll 24 on perception to see if there's anything afoot.
Here's where your perception tells you, okay? Your perception tells you that the biggest thing here is you don't see any footprints. And for some reason, whatever happened here must have happened hours ago because the bodies are frozen over and frosted over. Lastly, as you look around, you believe, you notice that the lands are completely flat. Like, this area is mostly flat.
But with snow, right?
Ah,
Is there? Let's say we can't open this now. Is there a way we could try to maybe cover it up?
Alright, I hack at the
With the little
lock.
marker?
Does that do anything?
Yeah.
just roll at it.
19.
Alright, so the axe hammers on the lock, and as this happens, clanging fills the area, and the silence of the general environment gives way to the of the lock opening.
Oh.
Jizz, you're a genius.
That was really fucking loud.
Do you want to open the chest, Jizz? Would you like to do the honors?
Jizz said sure.
Okay. So you hear nothing besides the general howling of the wind as Jizz approaches.
Someone say howling? Oh!
Are you really doing that? I'm just curious. Okay. The howling of the wind, and Jazook opens the thing with a loud thunk. Inside it, you see thousands and thousands and thousands of pieces of what seems to be ceramic bits.
Well, it seems to be.
But it seems to be.
It could be an illusion.
Yeah.
But it could also seem to be real.
Yes. That is true.
Fill our pockets and get out of here.
I'll
I'll bring the A-fry around.
Does
Jizz
someone
said I
want
pick one up and bite it to see if it is actually.
So you pick it up and you bite into it
and it's green.
to see if it's actually ceramic.
Because you break a tooth.
As soon- you chip your tooth slightly. And, yep, it is actually ceramic. You can do it again and find out.
What's the plan, boys? We have a chest full of money.
Jizz said, hey guys, it's ceramic.
So the silence fills the area, and at this point, the money, the CP, continues to just say, "I know what you guys are gonna do. I'm like waiting."
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna bring the A-fry around.
Can we teleport a chest with us back to town?
No, you can only teleport things that technically belong to you. So at this point, so there's several things happen. Prox over here is going to get hit by something unseen.
Marlo?
Sorry, Marlo. My bad.
Wait, what'd you say?
Oh, his IGN is usually Prox. So, what's your AC?
16.
So what happens is you get slammed by what seems to be some kind of massive implement. You get hit for, let's see.
So because I'm like keeping an eye out, do you think that I see this happening
Hold on,
before it
6.
happens?
I was also keeping an
Well,
eye
he's
out.
been
And
very.
stealth.
He's been emphasizing that the snowstorm has been causing us
12
to
damage.
be
And
very
at this point, the scream awakens you guys.
unaware of
The
Because
that.
I
rocks
assume
are
you
a
yell.
creature.
Hey, ow. Ow.
What happened was that?
I got slammed by something. Ow.
What?
I don't
Some
know.
kind of stone implement. And right now, you
Oh, no.
you
AKA
notice.
rock?
That rocky outcropping, maybe it's not a rocky outcropping.
Yes, actually, as you turn around to the owls, you see the rocky outcropping start to move a bit and
Ow.
stand. It's significantly taller. What you call it? You say rocky outcropping? What'd you call it?
Rocky outcropping, that's what you
Rocky
call it earlier.
outcropping. Okay. Is actually standing rather tall.
Oh, great.
You
Yeah.
can do this.
That's why there are no footprints leading away.
So, what stands before you is a large creature. I'm guessing, let's say, 15 feet. what seems to have 4 arms, 2 legs, and seems very angry with a mouth and what seems to be goblin-like ears. Around what you thought was moss,
What are goblin ears?
like the little pointy ears.
Oh, okay.
Okay, what you originally thought to be moss or snow growing on the rock was actually what seems to be some kind of loincloth. It lets out a large roar as it swings its axe at Marlowe here, slashing into his midsection and dealing a significant amount of damage.
Ow.
So that was a surprise action, and at this point, everyone go ahead and roll for initiative.
Who wants to play the NPCs?
You guys can just not play them if you want. It's up to you guys. It's only there for balance in case missing.
Just leave them out.
Just said I can do case again.
Plus
Does
it,
anyone want to play Cantor?
plus, it really allows me to give NPCs who are able to explain their world better to you guys.
I'm okay without playing them.
Oh, we'll take case. We'll stick Cantor.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Because, yeah, it does drag out a bit.
Yeah, it's up to you guys.
If we can use Cantor to shoot, because that's, like, the thing he does.
Yeah.
Play the case. He gets 1 shot.
So at this point, this large creature stands before you, slams its axe into Marlowe over here. And I want to remind you, there have been rumors of this, and the groaning did stop at a certain point as a sort of warning. I said, it's all silent.
Mm-hmm.
Silently open the thing. Silent, except for the howling of the wind. So there have been clues here, and it's been difficult to see what's going on. Now, this barogue, or whatever you wish to call it, stands before you, 4 arms menacingly. It's already slammed its axe into Marlowe here. Can we go ahead and roll for initiative? Alan, can you write this down? I always found that super helpful. Thanks, buddy. Alright, hands up if you get higher than 20. Damn, you guys rolled hell. Okay. And hands up if you got 15 to 20. I know Jizuka got 18.
18. And
Oh.
my initiative is 4. So, I'm
Wow. Is that 4 after? I think Jiz has higher, I'm not sure. Oh. Jiz, Zana.
Just said Case got 18, just got 3.
Oh, my bad. Okay, so you'll go before Case. Hands up, you got 10 to 15. What'd you get?
10.
13.
Okay, so Eris goes next, and then I'm guessing you have the higher dex modifier, and then followed up by what's his Abe, and let's see, Rogue, and finally Jiz.
Cantor got 8.
Cantor will go after Abe. Now, so Zana, upon turning around, her quick reflexes allow her to ready her bow. She decides to do the following.
Hey, so what did it throw at you?
I'm not sure. I think he's wrong.
Speech is a free action.
It hurts.
What happened?
It hurt a rock or something.
So does it look like it's
So
a
it's a
hard...
giant rock?
I must speak to it since I
Wait,
was
so to
casting-
clarify, I said that he was hit by some kind of stone implement.
Oh.
I did not say he
Oh.
was hit by a rock.
Okay.
Stone implements.
Got it.
Okay.
Like, is that implement something it's wielding?
Probably a weapon.
You do see from the distance in the darkness and lack of light, you do see a large, what seems to be implement coming from 2 of its 4 hands.
Okay.
So while they're doing that, I'm gonna yell at it. What the hell?
Hello.
What the hell was that?
Hello.
What the hell is what?
Hello. What the hell was that? Does it understand me? 'Cause
What languages do you speak?
I don't know. It's had that
What
speaking
language?
animals casted, or speak with beasts. Is
You
it
hear a
beast?
large gurgling.
So I can't understand it. I'm assuming. Okay.
Um,
Fine, you die.
Okay. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask. Does it look like a rock, like a hard exterior?
I'm gonna say at this distance, from 30 feet away in the middle of a snowstorm, you can't tell.
Is it humanoid?
From the silhouette, and you're closer, you do see 2 legs and 4 arms.
It's like
Standing
right,
straight.
right on
arms?
top of you, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Two.
So, like, what's his name from Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, what's his name? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Baraka? Is that his name? No, it's not Baraka. Baraka's the one with the spikes for weapons. Yeah, what's that guy's name?
I'll Google. Anyway, Zana, what you said to do?
I'm gonna cast Bane at it. Go ahead and make a charisma saving throw.
His name's Goro.
Goro.
Aren't you glad I looked that up?
Yep.
Anyway,
Cut my hand, spill
con
some
or
blood.
charisma? What is it?
Charisma.
Oh shit. What's your thing?
It's probably higher now. 14.
So at this point, you attempt your spell seems to slightly waver it, but it shakes it off as it continues to strut forward, readying another blow at one of your nearby.
I'm gonna hop
Pray.
down on the far side of the and duck down a little bit.
Okay, the intern.
Yes.
At this point, Kace, seeing Zana's kind of unintuitiveness as she attempts a spell and fails, what does Kace do? What's this doing over here?
You rolled it over there.
Kace runs up to the beast and slashes at it. So he runs over here, over all these dead corpses. You can go ahead and roll the hit, please.
Die, you bag of dice.
So, the first slash ripples effortlessly off what seems to be a hardened or thickened skin. I never said stone. Let's not get into semantics here. And the second slash follows up, finding an opening through its armor and hits for. Go ahead and roll the hit.
You said it effortlessly slashes through?
No, effortlessly glances off.
Okay, got it.
It's like.
Yeah.
Anyway, so damn, 12 damage. Holy shit. So Case's slash hits it right into its midsection, causing blood to spill on the ground before you. And he done. At this point, Eris's danger sense kicks in. He understands that the party's in danger. What does
There's a
Eris
big
do?
ass thing out here.
Yeah, it's pretty
Eris,
big.
help me! I
1,
don't know whose voice
1,
it
2,
is.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And we can use Bannon anytime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can use Bannon right now as a bonus action.
Sure.
So I'll use Bannon.
Yeah.
So then that's -2 damage for everyone.
Okay.
I'll high five Cantor,
Uh-huh.
and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I'll attack.
And my axe.
+7, 12.
So what happens is you attempt to block it, but what it does is it kicks your axe to the side, so your attack does not effectively connect.
Okay.
Remember, this is a massive
Yes,
creature.
I
Okay,
understand.
so I just want to understand what it means when it kicks your thing to the side. It's not like kung fuing you in the ass. All right, and Marlo, having been slashed, you regain your momentum. What do you decide to do, Marlo?
I disengage,
Can I
walk
eat all
back a few
oranges?
steps,
Can
and I charm person.
Does it only work on
Good
humanoids?
luck.
Humanoids, yeah.
Okay.
You also have disadvantage.
You can go ahead and do it, or
But you also have advantage because we're in combat.
I have advantage on it.
You do.
Okay.
Wisdom 13.
What's it called? Charm
Charm
person.
person.
Bold move.
Okay, so because of its large, some can say gigantic constitution, your spell glances effortlessly off its skin as to have no effect at all.
Charm person is Constitution.
No, it's wisdom.
And
Oh,
it says, okay, I feel like a dick for doing this, so I'm not sure if you guys will stick with this. It says attempt to charm a humanoid,
Mm-hmm.
so that does not mean like
It fails.
this is a giant.
Yes.
Bots?
It
Bots?
fails.
Because they're, okay.
Yeah,
Like
it
humanoid
fails.
is a classification.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It'll say.
Like orcs, you know.
They're of humanoid figure. Yeah.
To be fair, Chris did ask if it was a
I
humanoid.
asked if it was humanoid, and
Shit, you're right.
yes.
I
This
meant
is
to
true.
say humanoid as in had two legs, arms, but it's giant classification. But because of this, I will let you redo your turn.
Okay. I
What just happened? It's like we went to a time slip.
yeah.
It's like
it's
fucking Zana
weird.
just played her flute.
I stab it.
Hmm?
I stab it.
I had ice dagger. I was like, yeah, ice dagger too.
Booming blade.
Oh, nice.
Light.
I don't hit.
uh,
I.
You do not. Oh no, wait. No, you can't. Not with
No,
spell.
I can't. Yeah.
Mm.
I wait. Was booming blade? Booming blade's an action. I disengage. I run back.
How far back?
Let's do three squares.
Do you want to be next to someone or away from someone?
Yeah, sure. I'll be next to it.
All right. So
Oh, yeah, you get defensive next,
Abe.
next to you.
Abe looks before him, sees this thing that's a monstrosity through his hard wiring. All right, and thinks to himself, "This aberration should not exist." And he steps forward and does.
die, I shine my flashlight at it.
8,000 lumens, bitch.
But for real though, flashlight. What is that?
Fairy fire, pretty much.
Ooh. Which is going to be helpful because right now everyone else is going to have difficulty shooting at it.
God.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you have. I guess that's against.
It's a deck save.
It's a deck save against 13.
Are you level 4 now, Kevin?
Nope.
Dang it! So,
You got it.
the Fairy Fighter of
Yeah.
Fire flows from your
Yes.
fingertips. I assume that's what you use to cast. That could be wrong. And travels up through its
I
legs.
cast from my nose.
It outlines it. And now you officially see before you this massive creature with brownish gray skin and massive teeth. You see that its armor is made of what seems to be some kind of scale and what seems to be a loincloth around its crotch. It is toeless, and in its arms is in one pair of arms is a massive great axe. Another pair of arms is a long
Do you
spear
have a
the
picture we
size.
can look at?
Yeah,
Oh,
This
shit.
is bad, guys.
I just wanted to.
Told you
I
the
can
greed
look
would
it
be
up
the
in
death of you.
BROHD.
BROHT.
Mhm.
A brot.
Brog.
A
Brog.
bro-
BROHG.
Hmm.
Star.
Maybe we could run away and. I mean, we know this loot's gonna be here.
True.
Maybe.
That's a
Oh
delicious.
shit!
You wanna know?
Oh, damn, dude.
Yeah, can I get some of the orange?
I don't know about
Is
this
it-
one,
was
boy.
it the right one?
I don't know how this
Yeah,
is gonna
that's
go.
Con cảm ơn con. Con chuẩn bị ăn cơm.
Thank you, thank you. I'm only.
I think we can take this on.
You think you can or you can't?
I think we could.
Okay.
It's like 5, 6, 7. It's like 7.
It's gonna have like
eight,
4 attacks.
It's 8
or some
on
shit.
1.
Yes.
Oh, it probably will have 4
4
attacks.
attacks.
Action
Yeah.
economy
8 on 4.
favors you. I will not declare how many attacks it has, but
It
DM's
definitely
free.
has multiple attacks.
Yeah.
No, without a doubt.
I'm gonna back up slightly behind Marlo.
No, I'll protect you, Abe.
But I
Yeah.
definitely think we can take this on because we're all getting -2 from attacks.
-2.
My-
Oh, did you put down
yeah,
bandage?
Then it's orange.
Oh wait, did you start it? Is it your turn?
Yeah.
Did you put down the bandage? yet?
I said so. I said
Oh,
to
I'm
your
sorry.
face.
Can we put this down as abandoned wherever you want to put them?
Oh, actually, let's
Here,
see.
yeah, let's use something
better
else.
than
Anyway, and the end turn Abe.
Yep.
Jizook. Although Jizook has difficulty seeing through the snowstorm, he does see the outline because of the fairy fire, leaving him with an open attack. What do you do, Jizook?
What
Don't
do you
roll
do?
with advantage. All that happens is you.
Banning.
Nice.
Nice. All that happens is your disadvantage is canceled, Jizook.
That thing's like 50 feet tall.
Yeah. Come on, GZB.
Well, doesn't everyone have advantage because of fairy fire?
Wait,
No,
I think
we
it
Doesn't the fairy?
Range weapon. This is, so, because we already had disadvantage because it's
No,
storming.
so the fairy fire would offset that, right?
So it'd be
So-
regular.
So then
range.
now that he used,
But if you're
range.
melee,
So I told
it's
Johnny
okay.
not to
That's-
roll with advantage. It just
But
cancels
he-
out disadvantage.
he's using fighting spirit to gain advantage.
Oh, I
so
didn't
wouldn't
see
that.
Oh, okay. Yes, go ahead and shoot it. You have advantage now.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because then fairy fire is offsetting the snow.
I didn't hear the sound of the thing.
Yeah, there's no better.
Yeah.
You might have the page open. Sometimes it doesn't ring.
So your sharpshooter slams into it. Is that minus with the -5? Damn, Johnny. It hits it right in the forehead. How hard does it hit for?
In the forehead. Adding D6 lightning.
That's fine.
Oh, is oil? Is putting oil?
Remember, that would be a bonus
that a
action.
bonus
Actually,
action?
Johnny, putting oil on would be a bonus action. So I'm gonna assume you did it before battle, but next time you declare that, okay?
I should write that down. This is a bonus.
Oh no, he has a
That'd
perm
be good to
oil.
know.
Okay.
Oh, yes, perma.
Yeah, you're fine. That's my bad. I thought you used temp.
I'm gonna buy a
Damn.
little freaking notebook for D&D.
So your arrow causes it to sway back slightly. It lets out a gargantuan roar that echoes across the
6 squares
flatlands.
away from me. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
How many
Here?
damage?
Yep.
How many damage?
26.
Woo! Jesus.
That's barely a scratch.
So who are these two guys? Who's this? Is you, Eric?
That's me.
Oh man. So you missed, right? Or you the one for 12 damage?
I missed.
Man. All right. Well, it's natural for him to hit Case, which sucks, but it's gonna happen. So first he uses.
I use my reaction. He has disadvantage on case.
Oh, nice.
What?
19 would have hit. Oh. So he uses his, so he attempts to swing at Case with his great axe. Case nimbly flips off the stone implement. Now the offhand, this creature lunges forward with a spear.
Oh,
Does this one have disadvantage too, or is this
It's
one?
probably just one attack.
Okay. Damn, this is gonna be
Likely one attack.
shitty.
If you gave it me disadvantage on everything, it'd be too strong of a
Yeah.
ability.
Alright, so he hits for. Where's my D8? This one? No.
Don't forget y'all can cover fire this.
Hey, are we agreeing that
Yes.
D8 is max? Like,
Max what?
I mean, sorry, crit is max?
Is that what we're gonna do?
Because I just want to agree now before I roll this dice.
I actually don't like that.
You
I've
know?
never liked the
Should,
crit
it,
as
should,
max.
it, should it be double whatever you roll?
I think crit should be half minimal.
I like
Okay.
that.
I like half
Okay.
minimal. I don't like crit max.
I'm gonna cover
7.
fire as well.
5 would be. Hold on.
That'd be 13 times 2 is 26.
26? Okay, so it does 26 plus 6 damage, 34 damage. Please tell me Case is still alive.
32. 32, 36 plus 6, 32. 40. 36 plus 6 is 42.
42?
26 plus 6 is 32. Not that.
Okay,
Not
so roll the hit.
And then
Roll it.
minus
You with
two-
disadvantage.
then minus
Johnny
two
does
damage.
regular. Oh no, you don't have
So,
disadvantage.
30 damage.
missed it.
What'd you get?
Or,
Four.
Sorry, 20.
Okay, so what happens is
Nine.
when he slams his spear into Case, your arrow bounces off of Case's skin, like because he has hardened
yeah.
skin, and effectively misses. Go ahead and roll the hit, Johnny.
Johnny's covering fire too.
Yeah, I gotta eventually make a decision whether I want that to be able to be sharpshooter or not, but now I'll let him do it because
I don't think you should cover fire with sharpshooter. That's way too good.
yeah. Okay.
Is that too good? Yeah, that's too good, right?
Yeah.
Because that's your reaction. That gives him 2 sharpshooters a turn.
Yeah. I don't think that should happen. Fair fire still on. Johnny, we're also gonna say that you can't sharpshooter. Is that cool with you on?
Because I feel
covering
like
fire?
your
That's
reaction
hella OP.
attack should always be your basic attack,
It's just hella strong.
right? Because then can a paladin smite a reaction attack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh baby. That's
Ro-
also because
rogues can
smite's
also-
classified differently.
Rogues can also sneak attack.
Yeah.
reactions.
But that clearly says one per.
Yeah.
Okay, so your second arrow, Jizook, slams into its forearm as it rams its spear through Case. How hard does it hit?
Man, you know what I do miss? I miss having freaking Sentinel.
You miss having what?
Sentinel.
That's pretty dope.
Is that still in our campaign?
You could use it if you want,
Yeah.
if you get the feat. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, it's got-
Cantor decides to.
Maybe.
That's
Cantor?
Yeah.
Cantor gets his shoot with advantage. He got high fived earlier.
And he has fairy fire.
Yes. Yes.
I gotta stop eating these oranges.
Oranges are good for you.
No, I'm effectively eating one meal a day. Yeah, I know Case is unconscious.
Oh no.
Also, Johnny accidentally let you go before the enemy. You should have gone after. That's my bad.
Oh,
Don't
so-
worry about it, Johnny. I'll get it next
Enemy
time.
right there? Okay. Let's see. Cantor is a +5.
Crit. Good.
8 plus 5 is 13 or
So 13
12.
roller's advantage. And so
Really? He hit?
he has really low AC. It's
Nice.
13.
3d12.
So you probably figured it out by now. Anyway, so here's how it works. In the back, Cantor's waiting for an opportune moment. As soon as he sees the creature slam its spear into Case, he says, "This is the opening." He fires. Boom! The loud report echoes across the valley.
19.
I mean the valley, the flatlands, and slams to the creature's upper shoulder. It slings back and lets another loud roar in pain.
19.
And escalation die rises by 1.
Oh, and I gave Cantor.
And Zana, seeing an opening, Cantor, Case, they're all adding up in damage. Jizook, MVP, damage maker, what do you do?
I poke my head up and I say, "You're between a hard place and yourself," and I cast vicious mockery.
That was probably one of his best misses.
I'll give you that one.
What's the attack dice on the
Wisdom
longbow?
saving.
What?
Wisdom save.
Attack dice on longbow should be D10 if you
10?
have
Okay.
Wisdom save, it rolls and it fails. So it looks at you angrily, and first it looks angry, then it looks confused.
And
Yeah.
then it's gonna take this much damage too.
Oof.
2 psychic damage.
And Case is unconscious. Please make Case do a death saving throw while I'm speaking. Eris, one man is down. What do you do?
Let's see. I guess all I can do is just be a meat shield for everyone, right?
Johnny, make a death saving throw for Case, please.
I'm going to. Has it used its reaction yet? No. right?
No, it has not.
Damn, do I want to take a reaction from this? Yeah, I think I might have to. I'm gonna back up, take a reaction.
Oh my god, Case crit failed. So, do we agree on crit fail means
It's
that...
Two.
No,
So
wait.
am I.
Are we doing the whole prosthetic thing?
Up to you.
What?
It's an NPC, so it doesn't matter to me.
Okay, let's put it. Remember, I made the prosthetic thing just in case you guys crit failed on the thing. Instead, you could take a disability like losing your arm or something. Anyway, let's just say he fails regularly.
I take a. I
Hold on a
give
sec. All right, and which AC?
18.
Okay, so its great axe slams into you, hitting 4.
I give you advantage.
Cool, thanks.
I go back, and then I'll
D12. Okay.
I'll strike it.
4, 8, 12, plus 6. You take 18 damage. Its axe slams into you. You stagger a bit. You continue your movement. You do.
I miss.
Oh, you missed. Okay, so at this point,
Right, 10 misses, right? You said 14?
Marlowe. Huh?
14? 12?
Marlowe steps forward. After previously taking a massive hit to the face, what do you decide to do,
I
Marlowe?
run in Booming Blade with advantage. Thank God.
Oh, did you, what'd you get?
3.
Did you roll
Two,
for it?
three.
threes.
Huh?
Okay.
Why do I get
You get
advantage?
fairy fire.
Oh, I didn't roll for it.
Yeah, go ahead and just read it.
And I
19.
That's a hit.
disengage back up. 3.
Okay, where are you? How far do you back up?
3 squares. Yeah.
And
brutal.
Abe,
That's
what do you
4
decide to
damage.
do?
4 damage.
Okay, so let's see. Can only cast one spell, right? Even if the other spell is a bonus action.
Yes.
Oh wait, if the other.
It spells a
No,
bonus.
Unless you're
I
a
believe
sorceress.
that's
Yes. Mhm.
how it works. Okay.
I like how you put band around someone's dead corpse. I imagine you go over to the mold. Don't forget to -3 damage?
2.
Mm.
Oh, is it 3 now?
Yeah, what's your charisma?
Oh, no, it's 2. Because I'm going to call.
Alright, so
Don't
I guess
have
I'm not gonna attack it really. I'm just gonna use
3 is so much better than 2.
what was that? I'm gonna use healing word
being in each is really important.
on Case to get him out of there.
Alright, Case takes 1 level of exhaustion, but he's back up. Johnny,
And he
you're gonna heal.
recovers 3.
Okay.
Well, actually no, 6.
6
6.
HP. Case takes a deep breath as he stands. He's like, I'm gonna need some more strong smoke after this. And you end turn, Abe?
Yep.
Alright, so Cantor steps forward. What does Cantor decide to do?
Cantor
Yeah.
will take a shot with his longbow. He misses.
Okay, so.
Wait, doesn't he have he has advantage?
Oh, yeah.
It's in
No.
the snow.
No, it's in the snow.
Right,
At this
So it's
point,
us.
the brogue does the following. I feel it's only natural. I feel like a dick doing this. But he slams his spear into Eris over here.
Yes.
With
I mean,
disadvantage.
sorry, his great axe. Why would I disadvantage?
Vicious mockery.
Oh, yes.
So, okay. What's your AC again? Oh,
18.
alright, so his great axe slams you for 2d12s and hits
Yes.
4.
That's fine.
Cool.
6 plus 6.
It's okay. You say
Wait, this
this
is 9. 15 plus 6. So yeah, 21 damage.
Okay.
Okay. And then.
Minus
oh,
2.
Oh,
He attempts once again to run his spear through Case, hitting for. What's Case's AC?
16?
Don't forget escalation dice.
16? Is it 16?
Damn. Well, it hits. Case takes 1 plus 5 plus 6, 11 damage.
Yeah, he's
He's back
down
now.
again.
Yeah, he's down again.
What the hell, man? I just got you up.
You need to bring it back up!
And in
Or
his
exhaustion,
anger,
someone's
he
actually dead.
uses one of
I
his
think so.
leftover
I
hands
think
to
there is
attempt
a
to
point
slam
where
you in
you
the
do die.
face.
Yeah, I think
No.
it's. Huh? He hits me again?
So,
You missed.
unfortunately, what he tries to do is his last hand sweeps over you. You duck nimbly out of the way. And you finally, Jizz is up again. Jizz, what do you decide to do?
6 is
Case is just taking hits like a bitch today, isn't it?
We need to send them back on the A5.
Alright, go ahead and shoot with sharpshooter. So, your arrow slams into its head again. How hard does it hit? Johnny did some solid damage.
Oh, that's right. I have a sawed-off shotgun.
Yeah, this would have been the perfect time. Yeah.
I forgot.
Okay.
Don't you have 2? He's
So-
dual wield. It's fucking
No, I only have one.
So at this point, the
Where do you
arrow,
find a second one?
Jizook's arrow flies across the battlefield, slams the brogue in its eye. It lumbers forward and falls flat on its face, right before Eris's feet. Its dead body bleeds out, covering the snow with a crimson sheen. And you guys in battle.
Wow.
That was easy.
Oh.
What are you talking about? Case went down twice. That's because you didn't. All right.
I
How much did
shit.
Jizz do this
Huh?
last?
Jizz did hell damage.
Like most of the
Jizz
It's all Jizz.
Just did at least half of
It's probably
damage.
mostly Jizz. Just with MVP of
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should let Jizz eat it.
Yep.
As a
I
prize.
agree, yeah.
I
I make it taste good. Prestidigitation.
Is it only the taste?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
She said I take a bite.
make a con save, Jizz.
every single
We're trying
time.
to kill him.
I thought that was only for like intelligent creatures.
This is enriched.
Yeah.
It's a.
Just said not 20.
Alright, you feel a rumbly in your tumbly, but you are unfortunately able to ward it off.
It's also delicious.
It's also mildly delicious, I guess.
Take another bite, man.
Can we loot it?
Okay,
Right.
Just said yum.
on his body, you don't really find anything of value. You find the weapons to be stone, the equipment to be basic, like scale that's not particularly strong. You don't find any healing items. You do find what seems to be some kind of questionable ration, like a lump of meat. I don't know if you want to take it or
Can I
not.
take his loincloth?
You can take his loincloth. What
Jeez.
are you gonna do with it?
Where?
Okay.
That's gross.
I take 2-3 bandages.
It's
Because-
loincloth and it smell. Wait, you use 3 bandages?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Oh, is that
subclass
cool?
of paladin I am, they like to decorate their armor with very natural
Loincloths?
things. Natural things. Things from like enemies.
Eris, that's foul.
All right, something that's already been used, but okay. You
It
do
doesn't
you,
matter,
buddy.
it's
I mean,
Loincloth.
these
It's,
bros.
it's on
Doesn't
top
even-
of my armor. It's not touching my groin.
It's disgusting.
At this point,
It's all
Case,
visual,
Case
guys.
has 2 levels
You make
of
me feel
exhaustion.
Just
stronger.
said I stim pack case.
Nice. Okay, Case has 1 level of exhaustion. Okay, so keep that in mind as you continue. Now, you don't really find anything else on the rogue's body, but you do have the massive chest from before.
Could we send back Case because he's exhausted and send him with this loot?
Yeah.
Send him back to the castle.
How is he gonna take this chest?
The A5s carry a lot. I'll say that Sable carries.
And he gets his con back, by the way, for
Yeah,
killing this thing.
yes.
Okay.
Well, he didn't land on this killing blow. Jizu did.
Oh, it's a killing blow thing.
We've been really lucky that he's landed a lot of killing blows.
So, what do you, is Johnny, you guys okay with sending Case back? You guys can do it. Case,
Okay.
like, he holds himself as a sword. I'm good to go. But fine, if you want me to.
We're gonna find his dead body on the way back.
Should we send a
The loot
guard
is gone.
back
Yeah.
with this loot? Thousands of CP.
We're not too far away from home.
Oh, we should just
Right.
we should
It's
just
about your
accompany.
half a day's ride. If he goes now, he'll get it back by midnight.
Let's just accompany him back. I don't want to send a half dead man with a treasure chest in the
Full
snow.
of. You want to count it out?
Yeah.
And I want to spend.
Unless
As DM, can you just say?
Yeah,
You have to spend
but-
time to count it out.
No, that's
Okay,
what I
yeah.
said.
How much?
So, roughly, judging by the weight and appearance, you tell it's 100,000. Basically, what seems to be.
Oh, now it's a lot, but it's like it's just gold, guys. It's
gold.
just gold.
At the bottom,
It's just
at the bottom
Still
of
just
the treasure chest, you
Yeah.
also find some other loot. Okay, you find a treasure map in a language that none of you can understand for whatever reason.
Just throw this away, guys. It's worthless.
You do find another sawed-off shotgun, which seems to be the caravanner's weapon of choice.
Oh, baby, baby.
Lucky for you, it doesn't seem to be ruined. Actually, seems to be quite what's what I'm looking for? Quite new, like it's still packaged. So, by the way, remember, a lot of people like to guard their heavily expensive weapons with like runes on it in case you use it. But this
Can
one,
we do that?
you could, but it would cost extra money, and you could do that when you get further on in the game. Get
Can we
like,
check
A
this
rune maker?
chest? Can we check this chest for like locating runes or magic traps?
You can make an Arcana check.
Okay.
He already did that. Zana did that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this-
but
this-
now that it's open and you can see the bottom,
That's
I think
right.
it's a little different.
That's right.
So you
Okay.
can attempt to do so.
and also, don't we usually just like not carry CPs
That's
with us?
19.
I always
You know
assume
what I
it's
mean?
like a credit card.
Yeah, that's do you guys?
That's
Yeah,
the way I've been.
But
thinking about
here's
it.
how I figure it works, okay? You guys give a little.
But you still need to have the physical thing in order to use it as credit. You know what I mean?
I find
Well,
that
that's
you
not
guys.
what I'm
I
saying.
imagine you guys always store all your CP at the fort, okay? And then you guys just whenever you buy something, you give them a little note,
And it
call
just
in a message, and it delivers. or
and we have a
whatever.
little message. That's
Yeah.
how I.
Well, so what I'm saying is then we I'm just saying do we need to send Case back with this?
we need to get this money back to our bank.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
It's
we're
significant-
heading back.
It's a big chunk.
I'm gonna find a lower reason you guys could just you know,
That's fine.
bleep cards. Anyway, so you're gonna send Case back?
Yeah.
Unguarded with 100,000
No,
CP?
we're heading back.
Oh, you're
as
all
a
heading
party.
back?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys ride back, and at this point it's like midnight when you guys arrive back to Fort Roman. And you see Kit just chewing what seems to be a fish head, and she's like, back already?
We rich, bitch.
She eyes the chest. You guys didn't take the chest, you just took the money.
The money.
She eyes the big sacks. You guys didn't do anything illegal, did you?
No.
Don't ask any questions, kid.
Alright. She goes back, it's like, I'm gonna head back to the dining hall.
Kit,
You're such a good guard, kid.
Yes?
has anyone taught you how to cook yet?
No.
Why won't you learn how to cook if you're eating all our food?
Because I'm on guard all day.
You are not on guard all day.
I'm on guard right now.
Are you really on guard
could
right
be
now?
going back to
What
the-
were
I was
you,
on
were
the-
he- you were headed to the kitchen. What were we gonna do at the kitchen?
I'm gonna get something to eat and go back on guard. It's cold.
That's
A
not being guard all the
15-minute
time.
break is a 15-minute break, okay?
Like,
You only
maybe if
get
you guys
two.
hired more people in here, I wouldn't have to be on guard all the time.
Whoa. You see the money we just acquired? That's money that goes towards this fort. What have you done for us, kid? I'm on guard all the time.
I'm gonna do it. Damn, Al! I was gonna say that. You read my mind. The words right in my mouth. So, at this point, what do you guys do?
Go back.
Store the money, continue
Rest up and go
resting.
Rest up and go back.
I jump into the money hoard and swim around like Scrooge.
Oh, alright, Scrooge McDuck, be careful.
Alright, so,
Gold and gold just makes things very, just lots of dents everywhere.
So, you guys put it in the treasury you guys have.
Could we hire some guards?
Sure, just tell me the amount,
right
and
now.
I'll put it in this handy dandy spreadsheet.
Okay. Do you guys want to do this later? I just don't want us to get like raided and it's like, oh, you guys.
No,
don't
I
hire
definitely
me.
think we should.
Yeah,
hire
at
somebody.
least like 2 guards. I think we can afford.
Do we
how much
also
is
get
a
to pick
guard?
what race they are?
Huh?
Do we get to pick
sure.
like experience levels? Like,
Right now-
is there
Right now you have 2 food left. You can make up to 3 soldiers.
Are there resumes that we have to go through?
If you'd like, I could roleplay that.
It's okay. Nameless guard number 1, nameless guard number 2.
So there's 4 classes: defenders, archers, sappers, and mobile infantry. It's to you which one you want to choose.
What's mobile? Is that like people on horses?
Javelins and javelins, I believe.
Yeah, we don't need
Double
that.
check.
We just need protection
Who's
right
the
now.
first one? What is defenders? Do they just have shields?
So basically, defenders are tower shields, long spears. Male archers are long bows. Sappers have a hand crossbow and grenades, and mobile infantry has short sword and 5 javelins. And throw.
Jason, we have to build the barracks too, right?
Yes, you do have to build the barracks. Good call, Jizz.
Before we
Mhm.
hire any?
Well, we have
So-
the money too.
Let's do
How much
that.
is a barracks?
Barracks will cost you.
10K?
Let me check. 10,000.
Yeah, pins.
Give me 10 barracks.
Remember, there is a BP cost, and you
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
have
yeah.
up to 50 for free. After that, you
Yes.
guys.
That's
How
fine.
many BP do you have left?
So you
Just
get.
said I used 10K to wipe my butt.
Currently,
The
the
voice to chat's working.
following things you have built. Let's see, what is it on this?
It's all the way down.
All the way down. Awesome. You guys have built a blacksmith. You guys have built the infirmary, the mechanist workshop. If you want, you can go ahead and build the what you call it,
The
the
barracks.
barracks.
Yeah, let's build the barracks.
Yeah, let's just build a barracks.
Where
And
is it on
then-
here?
We can hire
I-
3 guards, is what you said?
Said 2.
2,
Huh? 2 more.
2 more.
I think you have barracks.
Let's get a defender and
A
archer.
defender
Jason, we
and an
hire
archer?
10 soliders.
Solid.
I kind of like sapper shoot. Maybe defender and sapper because that sounds cool.
I just think we,
Okay,
okay,
we
as long as we get
can
one
do that, sure.
defender.
One range
Oh,
and one
also-
shield.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking defender and one
Some
mobile infantry, but that makes more sense.
That might be nice.
Yeah.
It would be OP if we hired a Warforged. They
So-
don't even eat
Yeah.
food. They
Oh
don't
my
sleep.
God.
Just
But-
They just sit there.
We'll hire them, we find them and recruit
Yeah.
them, okay?
So-
That's the heir's way.
Yeah.
They'll be enslaving
If you
me.
guys build the barracks, I'm gonna assume you will minus 10,000 from the thing.
Mhm.
The barracks build by next morning, so it's we just assume a day has passed.
Yes.
Okay, so a day passes, and it is now the
It is
30th of Follows Way.
the morning after our arrest.
Yes.
So
So,
we hire
the
one-
barracks are built, and let's say you put in an order for soldiers. Which class would you like to hire?
We want one defender, one sapper, is what you said?
Sure.
Okay, one
Does
defender,
anyone
one
object?
sapper.
Does anyone want something besides a sapper?
The reason why the sappers are good is just because explosives.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
One defender.
Hey, who's taking the second the solo slash?
So that's gonna affect
Or am I taking
automatic
two?
updates. How cool is that?
So you just do the drop down, right?
Yeah, I did. I did it down here.
Yeah.
So
yeah, right there.
No
Does it
good,
affect
no
this
good
one?
omen will
It
come of
should,
this
yeah.
money.
So it's
No,
like-
no,
we,
no.
we shall
Wow,
enjoy
it's
my
so
life.
It's free money.
It's all
Was
automatic.
there
I just flipped
Because they're hiding these little white sheets. Are a
we
bunch
should
of
we should
fuckers.
go back and destroy that.
That's what I learned about
I just
it.
imagine a little gnome with a little pineapple. Mash, guys.
We should make it look like the giant, like they killed the giant.
Just said one defender, one sapper, and one mobile
Burn
infantry.
it all.
Wait, you only have enough room to hire two.
Yeah,
Because you have three, including Kit. Kit counts as a soldier unit.
That's right.
So
Okay.
anyway, so at this point, you guys are open, and let's just say, I don't know, what race were you looking for?
OP would be Warforged, but
Warforged.
that doesn't work.
They have to be common races.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing: unless they're human, most of them will be tribals. Okay.
Just said Kit is on watch all the time. Why does she need a place to sleep all of a sudden?
She does sleep sometimes. Now they actually hired people.
No, it's
She
off
doesn't
their
count
watch,
against us
you know.
for resources.
For food, she does. She eats that. Yeah. But you don't have to pay her.
Yes.
So anyway, so humans are probably the most common. Gnomes are going to be tribal, so there's always going to be issues with that. You know.
No, let's just hire two humans.
You can certainly hire Eisenreich freemen if you like. You can hire a chimera, but that might be exceedingly expensive since they are rare and they know their reputation. Any mercenary who's a chimera will cost significantly more. So.
That's kind of badass though.
I don't
Yes.
know.
Chimera
I
army.
don't know.
There are.
I'm down.
Humans.
Because like you know about them.
I'm down.
To give you an example,
Chimera
there-
army.
Don't they look up to you though? Cause
Yeah,
you're, like,
they
general or
do
whatever?
respect me.
But there's like 1,000 chimeras in
Yeah.
a world where there might be hundreds of thousands of other.
1,000
Yeah,
possible
dude.
soldiers then.
But
We're not
like-
gonna find a slave chimera.
Like most
dude.
of those chimeras, like I'd say 99.9% of them are focused in Eisenreich, and they're still that's their city now. They've
Yeah.
freed it from the cult of Rafokai, and that's
Right.
the thing. So keep that in mind. Let's just assume that they're humans, or you guys could
Let's
ask
hire
Adam.
some human good old boys.
I don't
Okay.
trust humans.
Trying to make
but sure.
some CP on the side.
Anyway, last time you hired a bunch of gnomes,
Wait,
they
we have no
traded
humans
the.
in our group, right?
No,
Yeah,
there
what?
are no humans.
There's no human. Fuck that.
Yeah, that's what I say. I hate
I don't
humans. man.
trust humans.
Alright. So name some of the things you may want then.
Let's go. Well, how the elves
Because
around?
you do have a lot of gnomes around. All the elves would be sand
Gnomes are weak as hell,
striders,
man.
and
Yeah, dude.
the Galhiminar are like the half elves, and they're like hella far away from here.
Could you give us a price for a chimera? Say we want.
Yeah, what is the price of a
Probably
cat?
triple.
Like, what's the price of one then? Because
Huh?
we have.
Regularly it's
130K.
200 CP.
And that
Just
chimera
said,
be
can we
sick?
get a Goliath defender?
A Goliath. Currently, you're
600
unable to
a
find
day.
it.
There's no Goliaths looking for
Our
work.
current
We,
net-
we don't have that much.
our
And
current
keep in
net is
mind-
like 28.
Huh?
Oh,
2800.
I see. I'm cool with gnomes because they
Yeah,
kind
fine
of
with
blend in.
Yes,
you
but
know?
keep in mind that if you continue to hire soldiers who are gnomes, you'll soon get a reputation as a fort run by tribals. So it's like an outward-facing appearance. Thing.
How about a
How about
We
we,
need
have
some
a
humans
human
for
defender,
Yes,
for
a human
PR,
defender, and a gnome,
yes.
a gnome
Yeah,
zapper.
exactly.
Yeah, that's fitting.
That,
I
that
like
way,
that. Right.
my kind can watch over those filthy humans.
I'm gonna make a barracks sheet now.
Yeah.
Barracks.
We need to come up with some
Wait, what was the
anti-discrimination
name of that one
policies.
kid during the
Like some
siege
videos,
from way
maybe?
back
Videos,
when?
yeah.
Arson.
In the
Is it
workplace.
arson?
You
Can we-
play to make some really cool
Alright.
acronym that stands
The
for, like,
defender's name is
yeah,
Arson.
whatever.
Sorry, human defender, gnome sapper. I kind of wanted to name them, but you guys can name them if you want.
Could we get any more lizard folk or are
Yes.
those people rare? too?
Johnny, yes.
Oh,
Oh,
kobolds?
actually lizard person.
Soren, you
Code
should be
calculating.
able to, Johnny, yes. You should be able to get lizard people. They're kind of more on the fringe. Like frequently, they run small tribes, but they're also frequently hired for mercenary work. Okay,
That sounds fitting for them.
they have very like a reputation. Okay, there's deemed to be like bloodthirsty meat eaters who aren't as
Cannibals.
civilized. Yes.
That's exactly what we want, right? I'm scared.
Not necessarily. There's a lot of like
Just
gnomes
that
and stuff
racist.
running around. We don't want like a hulking lizard man.
Just
showing
missing
up.
gnomes every now and
Yeah.
then. It's like, come on.
I feel like a human is good to promote good
Wait, are you
relations.
going one
with the-
human, one
with
gnome?
Some,
Let's do that.
something, if some like
Okay,
human people.
so they
walk
show up, and I shall find descriptions for them later if
That's
you
fine.
like, because I feel like this will take
We
up
put it
time.
in order.
But let's just say a nondescript gnome and a nondescript human show up. Okay, they.
Fellow human.
So at this point,
Hey dude, where are you from? How's it going?
because this is your first garrison, these guys will be hired for free just because. Let's say they find equipment left over in some of the
They're
army
interns.
pieces. Yes. So normally you would have to pay a certain amount just because hiring soldiers, you need to pay for their equipment. Usually it'd be 1,000 CP a piece. But for these, you find equipment left over inside the fort to equip them with. From later on, you may not be able to find that. Now, follow up. From here on, what do you guys decide to do? It's still storming.
Well, get back on our journey, man.
Okay. So
We long rested? Yeah.
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 So are you guys taking Case again? I don't know what you're doing here.
Do we want to take Case?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. He did pretty good, right?
He's healing, right? He's healed. He's no more exhaustion,
exhaustion,
right?
I'll make you guys a deal. If you don't use these NPCs in combat, I will give you a 5% bonus XP for each NPC not used.
I kind of like not using NPCs.
Up to you guys, but I'm keeping the
let's just-
challenge
let's
the
just-
same.
Alright.
Oh, well, never mind.
I'm
Nah,
just
that's
putting it
fine.
out there.
We can roll with that, man. Go big or go home.
No, man. These
Right?
NPCs have helped.
Go home and then we all die.
immensely.
Yeah. Or go big or go home as you roll new character.
Like, I like the idea of if you guys want to take this handicap, you will receive bonuses and 10% XP every time will add up.
So like
10% of
22
20.
instead of 20.
Yeah,
Come on, dude.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying it adds up.
It's not worth
Yeah,
it.
No,
no.
not worth it.
Like
I don't think it's worth it.
Alright, let's make it
Some-
10% per NPC.
I feel like NPCs take away from the battle initiative. It makes for me it seems like it drags it out longer than it needs to be.
Because then the other person has to think about their turn and then play into
yeah,
the NPC.
So-
Although you are correct, the one reason I like NPCs is for the role-playing aspect. So, like I said,
It gives you a voice.
yes, you
Yeah,
can bring them.
That's the
and not,
nicest thing about having NPCs.
You can bring them and not use them in battle. I'll give you 10% bonus for every time you don't use them.
Yeah. So
Oh,
can we
yeah,
do that?
we
Then?
bring
We'll
them,
just
yeah.
like they just.
So I continue
hide or
role
something?
playing with them, and then they.
And then if a battle seems a little scary, we can
They,
just
like,
have them come in.
disappear. Like
We can just
RPGs
have
and
them in
stuff.
the battle if
Yes.
we feel like we need
Yeah.
to bring them in.
They're keeping
I
watch.
think that's fine. It's
Yeah,
like it's
yeah,
like how
yeah.
we had Cantor in the
Keeping
beginning.
watch.
Yeah,
Cantor a lot was just talk.
that's true.
And talk is good
Yes.
because a lot of these guys set up quests, set
Yes.
up like connections for you guys. Think of them as what's the word I'm looking for? Not
Aids.
informants.
AIDS.
Connections? No.
AIDS.
Jet set bitches.
Anyway, so it's 8 a.m. in the morning. You guys ride out on your A5 again. Who'd you take, just in case? Just pick two.
Cantor and Kace.
Cantor and Kace. You guys continue riding, and you pass the point where you reached before. So at this point, someone make a survival check.
8.
Unfortunately, in the snow, in the storm, you have lost your way. You don't know quite where you're going, and you get lost.
Who was navigating?
Okay.
Oh.
And now,
I don't know. Is not a good answer. We're lost.
although fortunately you've hit the flatlands. Remember, you're not really seeing much at this point. Okay, you get kind of lost, and let's say it's about 5 or 6 o'clock. And one thing changes as you proceed is the snow seems to be a bit more crimson. Like the snow falling from the sky and the snow on the ground before you seems a bit more crimson.
It's because of the primer.
Well, at this point, Case tells you guys, "Hold up, gentlemen. I do not trust this land around us."
Case, you sound different.
Oh wait, my bad. Cantor. Shit. Cantor says that before you guys, and he says, "Oh, this land it seems different. I wouldn't trust if I were you. Look at the ground." He jumps off the A5 and picks it up. I believe there's deed to undisturbed primer mine in this area. And if it's been undisturbed this long, I believe there could be some kind of spore beast inhabiting it. It'd be
Ooh,
dangerous for us to go
interesting.
further.
That sounds kind of
Yeah,
interesting,
that
doesn't
sounds
it?
interesting. Let's seek this out.
Owl, please scout on ahead.
How far can your owl fly, friend? Seriously, I don't know how far can that thing fly.
Like speed wise?
Huh? Like before it disappears.
No,
Keep going forever.
keep going.
It's just like mentally I can't like connect.
I think there's a weaker connection the further
Yeah,
it goes
exactly.
away.
Okay, your owl fly off, and in your head you hear cold, cold, cold as fuck. It's flapping for some ass. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Fuck my boss tonight. Okay, so he sings that song. He reports back to you, and it's kind of like staticky. He's like, cold
Can't see anything
Red.
but white.
movement, cold, and then he flies back closer to you.
Okay. Okay. Desummon. And summon again. Right in front of me.
Second.
Thanks, Owl. Here's the doll.
What is it, boss?
What?
What do you want?
He gave you a fuck doll.
Oh,
Yeah, give me a
cool.
doll.
Well, I'm gonna go find some privacy. He flies into Eris's backpack. Anyway, what do you guys decide to do now?
Check the weather with Druidcraft. How's
Okay.
the storm looking?
So here's what you can
Next
tell.
24 hours.
And this is supernatural or just natural weather?
It just says the weather. I don't
Okay.
know what you mean.
I'm gonna
It's up to
say
you.
It's up
just
to you.
natural.
So
Okay. So you can tell naturally the weather would lighten up in the next 24 hours. And let's say it's about 5 or 6. So it's gonna get dark soon. So you have to decide whether you want to continue going to this red snow land or you can continue back.
Y'all seemed a little intrigued by the red snow.
Yeah. Primer's intriguing.
Well, you could talk to Cantor about like spore beasts and what he knows in general too, or you can talk to Kace.
What do you know about these spore beasts? They're
Well, gentlemen,
They,
from what I tell in my
happen to them.
studies, these massive behemoths of flesh and fungi.
Fun guys.
continue.
Fungi, blessed by, or sorry,
They're fun
not
guys.
blessed.
Yeah.
They've been scarred by Prima to give them unfathomable strength and resilience. It used to be that we would be able to clear out one of these with a team of battle mechs, but now we can no longer do so.
Oh, have they become stronger over time, or have your battle mechs become weak?
It's been 500 years. If this spore mine is still here, if this primer mine is still here, that spore beast must be one of the largest around.
Oh.
Alright.
Fortunately for us, no spore beast will travel far from its mines, but it would take a whole legion of men to even put a dent in that thing. But anyone who's able to claim and defend it will have riches beyond their wildest dreams.
Zana, he said riches. Riches beyond belief.
I don't know about you
That's
guys, but I don't think we count as a legion of men.
Do you not have self-confidence in yourself?
We are no men.
Case takes a long puff. Oh shit, that's an orange one.
There's a difference between self-confidence and an ego.
Case
Let's
takes a
do it.
long puff. And that was really weird because I inhaled the orange and was like, I agree with our wolf friend here.
Alright, Danny.
Keep walking.
Danny, be there.
Oh, could we like mark it on our map so we
Yes,
know where
you
it
can.
is?
Oh, well, technically you got lost, so hopefully you can find a general direction.
Well, let's
Well-
see. Can we figure out a way to mark this land, whereas when the snowstorm passes, our mark would remain?
Don't you know people pee on it?
Don't assume that.
What do you mean, your people?
There was a
I
skill,
mean,
but I didn't
you
have
could
Oh,
it.
my
try.
animal?
Let's say it's Owl who said that.
Oh.
Don't your people pee on it?
No,
Don't your people fly?
That's racist.
I could be on it.
I mean, would it work?
Would it work? Probably not.
You can drive.
I'm gonna pee on it, but we can think of something else.
Alright, I'll turn around.
We can go deeper and look for some kind of landmark to look for.
Yeah, we can find a rock or
Yeah.
something and then just.
We could ask the
drive
spore
on the
beast
rock.
for directions.
Yeah.
If he's lived here so long, he must know, his way around.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
you
guy's
do
got
that.
balls of steel over there.
I can see you rolled low in intelligence.
Mayhaps.
Yeah, let's get closer, and we can always just run.
Yes.
So as you guys get closer to, by the way, I might step out and call Elaine real quick because if we don't talk now, we might not get to talk now. Fucking 5 or 10 minute break. Just saying. Anyway,
Damn, no, I'm not down.
yeah. Well,
Can you imagine?
Are you crazy?
Dude, what the fuck, man?
anyway, so as you guys get closer, you say you travel for 20 minutes or so, okay? And you don't quite see much. It's still flatlands, but in the distance, I'm talking now that the snowstorm is starting to light up a bit. You see a massive rock. Seems like a giant stone red rock jutting out of the thing. So, let's say if this is your guys' size, the rock would be Kevin's size.
Oh, shit, that's big.
The mountain size. Okay. So, and as the storm's starting to lighten up, you have more and more difficulty seeing the stone, if that makes sense.
Yeah, as the storm lightens up, we have harder time seeing it.
Yes, like it kind of seems to fade out.
So is it enough to where it's like distinguishable, like we could have a mental picture
You're
of
currently, because the storm is still going on, it's distinguishable.
Mm.
Okay.
Let's head for
Okay.
that mountain there for
Oh my
refuge.
god, you guys are
I don't want to go
Oh,
further
yeah.
in. I'm good. I'm just gonna mark the. I'm just
gonna
gonna
make a
scratch
quick
out something
drawing.
on this mountain.
No, you're not close to the mountain. I'm saying the
Oh.
mountain is off in the distance, like let's say what seems to be a day's ride.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
We can continue walking.
Yeah, but we could get a landmark though. Like we found a landmark.
Isn't that peculiar? We gotta remember this.
Alright. I felt like I've alluded to this landmark enough, and I'll leave it at that. At this point, you should feel a rumbling. Happening. Like a rumbling in the floor.
Okay, let's go, guys.
Okay.
No,
turn
spore
back.
beef cometh. I must see this with my own
Turn-
That
eyes.
doesn't know how it goes.
Turning
not
back.
in.
Turning back.
Off of the distance, you hear a massive roar. It seems to be something that is, if you guys were this size, the thing would be like Sachi sized. This way.
But we see it in the distance.
We leave.
Where,
I turn around.
like,
I turn
how
around. I
far
need the
away
party
is it?
first, and I turn around.
I
How
run
far
back.
away is it?
Me and Marlo leave.
like
I made
200
I
feet.
made chance slap
Oh
it.
shit!
We make haste.
I've seen enough.
We make haste.
Okay, after like you guys haste like fucking make your A5 dash, and you guys cross the line between red snow and white snow. And as soon as you cross the line, the creature stops moving. There's no longer any rumbling. You see here a large roar from the background, like earth shattered. The roar is so loud you swear you feel the snow vibrating. Okay. And
That was
makes
amazing.
sense. So at this point, it is now. Let's say it's getting dark. It's like 6 p.m. You guys will eventually have to find somewhere to rest, or you guys will rest out wide in the fucking open in the snow. So up to you guys to call. You guys need to decide what you're doing now. You gotta attempt to survival check and make your way back, but either way you're caught out in the open.
I rolled a 20, not natural. Just to kind of gauge where we are.
For what? Survival?
Survival.
Okay. We can gauge where you are. Is you're about half a day's off track. Like if you're going straight south, you went about half a day's like. Sorry.
Tangent.
East. Yes.
I let the party know where I think we are. Where do you guys think we should go?
And it's getting dark right now.
Yes. You don't want to travel while it's dark. If you do
Yeah.
that too long, you will get a level of exhaustion.
Let's just head
Or you can
towards
rest here. It's your call. Rest in this general area.
where we need to go and see if there's any better place to rest. And if it gets really late, then we'll just rest where we are.
My understanding
Instead
is
of
we can't
tents.
travel right now. We're at that.
No, I never
crossroads.
said you can't travel. I'm saying if you travel, there will be repercussions. Traveling in the dark is more dangerous.
Because it's dark right now, right?
Yeah, it's getting dark.
It's getting dark.
So
You
we
can-
make haste right now.
Yeah, so we can just travel a little bit more and see if we get lucky and find
Okay.
better shelter. Because right now there's zero shelter.
I'm
So-
gonna pee.
so
I'm
we-
sorry, I gotta pee.
Okay.
You guys
so-
decide if you want to rest or what.
Yeah. So I guess we just travel as much as we can then.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's
so
no reason
it's-
just to rest in the open if we still have time to travel.
Yep.
Okay.
We
No.
keep going into it. We try to find something. If we can't find something,
I
we'll
give
rest.
it like another hour and then there's nothing, then
That's
still be able to set up tents and then 8 can just sit in the cold.
I'm fine with
because you
that.
don't get cold.
Because you don't get cold and you don't need to sleep, you fucking crazy guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you
When-
feel warm though? Do you have like a temperature module or something
Yeah.
like that to like
But,
make
like
you feel
outside of extremes, and
Yeah.
I'm not.
I
I'm
think
assuming
the
that's
best
fine.
thing he's got is when that makes my heart feel warm. He's just like, yeah, me too. this
Trying to fit in.
this is
Yeah.
a situation where your heart feels warm, isn't it?
Yeah.
That means mine does too.
You can't sleep anyways. His neurons are invigorated after seeing the primer beast.
This is freaking the biggest boner in the world over here.
Wait, was that your job to find primer beasts?
Yeah, to
specifically?
study primer and primer beast. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Got it.
just sticking with the backstory.
Got it.
He's hype, you know.
Jizz said
He
I
doesn't
am
see them as
cold-blooded
beasts.
serpent.
He's more like, oh shit, this
Wait,
is like perfection.
If you're
you know?
cold blooded and you're in
Yeah.
the snow, isn't that even worse?
Yeah, so
Oh, that is
Jizuku
true.
would be like
Just like
a slug.
hibernating, just like yeah.
So what do you guys decide to do?
We're gonna
Travel as far as we can
For night completely
until yeah.
Jizz said I am shivering in my winter coat.
So-
I give him my jacket.
He's sluggish.
Do you have a
From the
coat? I
cold.
forgot. Did you have a coat?
He does have a
We
coat.
all
I give him
have
a
winter
second
coats.
coat.
I make it.
So you're gonna be cold.
I have fur.
We all have coats. Wait, Jizz doesn't have a coat?
No, you're being a little bitch.
We all have coats.
Yeah, I
He shivers in his winter coat. That's what he said.
Yes.
All right, so
Jizz said I'm scaly.
he's scaly. So you guys ride for about half an hour, or to an hour. You're 100%. You're not quite sure if you're heading the right direction because it does get dark. And at this point now it's completely dark. You can choose to make a light, which makes you more visible to other people as you ride. You can choose to try to rest here, but either way you're now kind of like dark.
I'm okay. Keep
I
traveling.
don't mind
with
traveling
light.
with light.
I make go
What
out
are you
the
doing
open
to
light.
make life?
It's
Yeah.
a
We have
cantrip.
torches.
Oh, nice.
Dancing lights.
Have
It's
torches.
more-
Do you guys
more
want
like-
pass without trace now?
No,
Or
we don't
no,
need
we
it.
don't
How
need
many
it?
things can you touch with pass without trace?
It's you and your companions.
Yeah.
Okay,
Within 30
so
feet. But I guess I'm
We
not
don't
going
need
to
it.
use
We
it
don't need it.
because it's kind of valuable.
so at this point, you guys continue riding. Case saddles up near you guys and says, he looks around. I don't think it's a good idea, guys. Puts out a cigarette in a little case. Get it? Like a little capsule case.
Let's not get a good case.
Riding in the dark with bright lights seems like a shortcut to getting us all murdered and robbed.
Alright, then we
Or
should just
shortcut to
camp here.
riches.
Case coughs. And he's like, I've heard a lot about these southern lands. Slavers, raiders. The city-states can't keep the peace around here. I don't think we should be traveling so lightly, but
I'm just trying to find somewhere better that we can stay. Because either way, we're gonna have lights up when we rest. Case.
keep your eyes open, he says. Someone make a perception check.
Could I help him with that?
Who's making it?
I don't need
Nat
to.
20?
Okay, so off in the
that's good.
distance, even though it's still like kind of snowing, not as bright, you see something strange. You see what seems to be a lantern, like I'm talking like miles away. It brights up for about 5 seconds, then
Like a
closes.
lighthouse?
No, like someone.
Does it
is-
keep doing that?
No, just one time. He's the only one who notices because his excellent perception skills.
I tell people, hey, there's a lantern out there, and it's doing
I
some
don't see
weird
it.
blinky stuff.
Maybe it's signaling a raiding party to kill us.
I mimic. Oh, does
I-
it look
I
like this? And then
Yes,
I turn off the lights
exactly.
and then.
Wait, did you see it?
No,
No,
I
he's
explained
telling me.
to him.
So you don't know what it is.
So he made a similar signal.
Yeah,
Oh, you did it back.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. At this point, nothing happens.
That's probably not good.
It's an anglerfish.
Or everything's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just
This
telling us
the
which way to
secret
go.
signal,
Go
maybe.
this way.
Alright.
Well, yeah. Could we head towards that signal?
So this signal is west, by the way. So you're heading west anyway, so it's like right in front of you. Now, as you get closer, the light is brighter and it happens again. But it does this.
Oh my god,
One.
this is the biggest beta I've ever seen.
2.
Hmm.
And then finally one bright light going sideways.
To like see us?
No, it's like
It's just a signal.
it's like a flash. That's it.
I don't know. I don't know about this, guys. This could be trouble.
To me, does it look like gunfire or something?
No. Gunfire would be
Make
you'd hear,
noise as
you'd hear
well.
the
Yeah.
You
report.
would hear it.
Just for fun, I do that the backwards. So I do this light and then the 2 flashes.
Okay, so you guys continue to ride towards the light.
No, let's just do a stealth camp.
I actually, because I could move the lights, so I move it
As far away as possible.
What are you doing?
like
Yeah, I
away
can't
from
tell.
us. But it's still there.
Okay.
Like moving like 120 feet to the west of us or something like that.
But then it's useless to us because we're in the dark and can't see.
So we can. So what do we want to do? Then? I guess
Right.
that's the main thing.
Yeah.
So what are you guys gonna do?
Should just feel like we should just camp.
What do you guys think this light is?
Yeah. How far does it seem to be? Is it like?
I'd say like a mile or two, enough where you can hit there in about half an hour's worth of riding.
Okay, that's fine. And there's no structures that we found in our.
Well,
search?
that's still pretty far. I can't see a mile away. You didn't see any structures.
No,
on top.
just in general, like for shelter.
No.
Is what I'm looking for.
You guys want to sneak up
Hey,
there?
owl. Hey, you see those lights over there?
Poor owl.
You see its eyes will open wide from Eris's backpack and roll. Yeah.
Hey, you want to go check those out real quick?
No.
Super stealthy.
Hey, hey, I let you stay in my backpack.
It's all crusty now, so
Look,
come on.
if
I
you,
need your help. If you're not gonna do it for that guy, do it for me.
he waves and you see a single feather up.
Yeah, fuck you too.
No, not at you, as his boss. This is-
Alright.
If you ask me, I'm gonna say no, but if you tell me, I have to.
All right, yep.
So you
Yeah,
tell me?
go.
Dick. He flaps off in the thing. Says, yeah, he flaps back. Yeah, there's a big building over there.
What was the source of those lights?
I just said a big building.
So is it
Fucking moron.
windows or torches or what is it specifically?
It seems to be a big bonfire magnified by some kind of what's the thing? Cover and glass. So imagine this bonfire, around it is this glass thing, Okay,
Mhm.
and then they just do the cover down up.
Like a smoke signal.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Did Owl see anybody there?
Owl, did you see anybody there?
Oh, there's definitely people there.
What did they look like? Do they look
I
like?
didn't get that close. You want me to get closer? Then you're paying for my funeral.
Yes, we
Yes.
pay for your funeral every time.
Every time your funeral.
Every time you
Oh, those
live,
are-
we have to pay for it.
Yes.
Fine. Flaps over.
Keep talking. Keep talking.
Ah!
In case they kill you, and then
Ah!
then we're shit out of luck.
Oh man, these ladies look weird.
Ladies.
Yeah. Anyway, so at this point, I got netted in the
Mother.
deep voice.
Desummon. Can I do a sleight of hand kind of thing?
Let's say, wait.
I think
Like-
you just do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
like,
just
like
do it.
whoever's faster is what I'm saying. Like, I do it before it kills.
Okay. So you summon,
Well, now they know.
and you see,
Uh-oh.
you do summon. I wasn't say shit.
Okay. I summon him back. Hey,
No,
Owl.
no,
what'd you say?
wait, do you pay 50?
If
if he dies?
if I like
If he can just deactivate him,
yeah
then he doesn't have to cost
yeah
money.
so I deactivate.
If he dies and then he has to resummon, then it costs money.
Or if I change its shape.
If you
It
want to
costs.
be picky, I think you might have to be in range to desummon.
Oh really? What's the
If-
range?
So here's how it works, right? You could give it a command, be like, because the range is like 120 feet or 60 feet or something like that.
I'll let you know.
And then like if it's within the 60 feet, then he could be Owl's vision. He could see everything Owl sees, or like hear.
Oh, it should be
everything
within
Owl
100
hears.
feet with you.
But then otherwise
Oh,
you
okay.
can communicate.
So,
with
so
them.
100,
Past the
100 feet is
Past
using
100 feet. you
using
can't.
reaction to deliver the spell to catch. So if I cast the spell within range of touch, it can deliver the spell within 100 feet.
I'm so confused. No, I'm talking
And
about.
also telepathically, like
Yeah,
communication.
so you can't hear that's being netted.
yes.
Past
But
100 feet.
but
So
If you're
basically,
telling me then
Owl
it's,
couldn't do anything.
but as an action, I can still temporarily dismiss your familiar. It doesn't say
Distance.
distance or anything.
Oh, but here's the problem. You wouldn't hear that's being netted.
That's also true.
No, that's
But
true.
wouldn't the owl be like,
Yeah, but he wouldn't hear that. Can't
That's true.
communicate telepathically.
Okay.
Right.
So here's what happens. I'm gonna retcon a bit.
Yeah.
See, at this point,
Owl doesn't
It
go
goes.
back.
It goes. It doesn't come back.
instead, Owl flaps back to you. He lands on your shoulder. Okay. He's got a little something attached to his leg. He's like, hey, there's a bunch of ladies over there. Tie this to my leg.
Oh.
Oh, I mage hand open it. Take it from my mage hand, open it, and unscroll.
You know, you could have just taken it off of my
I'm-
leg. Right?
There's six
I'd rather
inside.
you die than me die.
What's that large side snuggles back in Eris's
Why don't
backpack?
you just touch me like a normal man?
I unravel, I unfurl the scroll and read what it says.
Okay. This is, dear travelers, use your voice. I see you responding to our sign. Whether you be friend or foe, we are keeping our eyes on you. Now, if you're willing to assist us, flash back 3 times and then 1 sideways.
That's like the worst assist with what?
Now,
I mean, it could be, farm for us,
Should we
or
write,
kill this
should we
fucking dragon.
should we write a message back?
Oh, we could.
Yeah.
You
Just
could-
write a message back.
at this point, you also see a small rune at the bottom. Seems to be a messaging rune.
Oh,
Oh.
convenient.
Here you go, Eris.
See your head pop up in the hood.
Hello.
You hear a very surprisingly deep female voice that says, "Hello there," like a smoker's lung. It's like, we watched you take on the brogue from far away. We have eyes all over this land. You may call us the matrons of war. We are a sect of Hestia's church, and right now we need your assistance. We saw one of your men carrying with the emblem
Yeah,
of Hestia
yeah.
tattooed on him.
Yeah.
And we can use any assistance we need. We do not have much money.
We just need a place to stay.
What do you need help with?
It's a long story, but basically, to keep it short, a few weeks ago, several greenskins on some kind of bikes came and attempted to raid us. We have reason to believe they're coming back, and we need to defend our fort from them.
Okay, I'm down.
That's what.
Yeah.
How about
Alright.
this? What's your name?
get the motorcycle.
Yes.
What's your name?
My title is Matron of War.
What is your name?
That's the title thing. So let me finish. You call me Nan.
Non?
No, Nan.
Like the bread?
Nan?
Yeah.
Alright, Nan. So, we're willing to help you defend your fort.
Man.
We just need a place to stay. Presumably, your fort.
And riches, all the riches.
We do
No
not
need to-
have any money to offer you.
Primer then, I'll take that
We
as well.
have none of that as well. We used to
We
have.
have shelter aid.
You
You don't need it. You can stay out in the cold. We're gonna take this shelter.
we can talk more when you arrive. And the message shuts up. And before the message shuts up, you just see her do this.
See
Praise
as
Hestia.
contact?
Hmm?
See it as contact?
At this point, Case mentions to you.
What do you know about them, Case?
I've heard about these ladies before. He says in a deep voice after exhaling. He doesn't seem to shiver in the cold, even though he is shirtless and tattoos. Okay, and he says, the matrons of war used to have a semi-pact with us, and they call on our aid where we need it. We call on their aid for supplies if we're ever starved out. There's supposed to be a small sect of nuns dedicated to Hestian worship, but as the area became more dangerous due to slavers, bandits, sandstriders, what have you, they had to arm themselves, and quite frankly, those ladies can fight.
I flash back the signal. 3 dots and a horizontal.
So you guys, okay. Then the message pops up and it said, "Okay, traps disarmed. So you may approach now."
You do that.
We approach.
So you guys approach, okay, and you see a massive. It seems to be a church with stone walls. The ground around you is the same cracked ground you used to see in the salted seas. You know, the salted lands, how the ground is all cracked like that. And it's the same as that, but you see this massive, some kind of sandstone structure before you. The gates open. Inside, you see multiple, what seems to be nuns in like brown robes. Okay, their heads mostly covered. They have a tiny little frying pan made of stone around their neck. One of them raises their hand to greet you. Shake. And you notice that her hand is actually made of what seems to be copper. It's some kind of prosthetic. Before you.
Is this non? This isn't non.
No.
What is your name?
A shrill voice responds to you, is like, "You can call me Annabelle."
Arabelle?
Annabelle.
Annabelle?
Yeah.
Annabelle.
Mm-hmm.
What a
You
beautiful
from the
name.
Reach, Annabelle?
That's right. My man, when they passed away, I was taken down here and given to the matrons of battle. Okay.
Oh, battle?
Now,
I thought they were
That's
matrons
right,
of
matrons
war.
of war. My bad.
Okay.
I messed up sometimes. Now, at this point, sorry, at this point they gesture yours towards the hearth, and it's like, and it was a, "Feel free to warm up here. I'll go ahead and get Nan for you." Okay. So around you see, as you get a closer look, because the hearth lights up the room, you see multiple like armaments against the wall. And you see like rifles, blunderbusses. You see like muskets and flintlock pistols and things like that. You see several cases of what just seems to be armament.
Is it just a big room?
Explosive. Yeah, it's like a big room. The base floor is just a big room. Okay. And at this point, some kind of like gray-haired lady with a deep voice descends down. Okay. And you recognize her from what you saw before. And in her deep voice, she says, "Hello, it's nice to finally meet." Nan, we spoke on the message earlier. So, we offer you safe passage. I can see you're traveling with a Hamedian. And I'd like to say that if you're willing, we can present to you our problem. We don't have much to pay, but we can offer you Hestia's blessing in return.
Yeah, that's fine. We have mutually beneficial goals. Mutual goals, I guess.
Hold on. Let's go speak upstairs. She leads you upstairs to her room, shuts the door.
What's wrong with speaking downstairs?
I have reason to believe that one of our girls may be working with others, with the enemy.
Like who?
I don't know, but when these slavers arrived, the ones in the big bikes and the greenskins and the black tusks, they avoided all of our previous traps. They knew exactly which places to not ride over. They knew exactly which area our traps were, and they knew exactly which area would be very difficult.
How many people know all those things?
Everyone. The only reason they got driven off is one of our sisters decided to dive bomb them with a bunch of scrap grenades strapped to her backpack.
Quite brave. So how long have you guys been dealing with these black tusks? Is this an ongoing fight, or is it a recent development?
Well, it used to be a few weeks ago. We'd only get a few peasants here or there trying to flee some kind of threat. Before you know it, as the local villages start to dry up, they've been aiming for us. We were able to successfully move a lot of our villagers up north to Eisenreich and the Reach, but right now it seems to be that they want to get rid of us, so because their prey can't flee anymore.
So what keeps you here? Is it you have to protect this place? Is it sacred to you?
Well, originally this land was made to keep the local South Cardins safe within the fold of Hestia. But as Lord Failred is unable to properly protect against these slavers, we've had to take up some armaments left over that were donated by Fluxenbrow mechanists who want to get in good with Hestia. She gestures towards her table. You see a revolver that's been disassembled on her desk. Quite frankly, we have some armaments, but our actual issue is ammunition and gunpowder. We can't get any supply runs up from Fluxenbrow here, and Eisenreich hasn't been too fond of us recently.
Why is that? Like, what's the issue with Eisenreich?
Well, the Eisenreich Trading Company says that we are stopping people from relying on their goods. For example, if we give out free food, clothes, supplies, it kind of makes it difficult for them to sell their wares. But at the same time, what are we supposed to do as sisters? We cannot provide for South Carta if these people are trying to come in and make a profit.
Okay. I'm okay with helping them out, and during this conversation, could I make an insight check against her?
Sure.
I just want to see, is she being deceptive, or is she the mole?
I'm gonna be straightforward to you. I hate just giving line or no line, so I'm gonna describe what she looks like and see in behavior to see what you get.
Sure.
Right?
I think that's an 18.
So with your 18, you look at her eyes and see that she has not slept for several days. Her eyes are quite red. In your insight, you see that although she seems rather calm, she is exceedingly stressed at the moment.
Okay.
She taps her fingers impatiently as if she wants to get to a point. You're not quite sure what. And it seems as if she really wishes to hear your answer because she doesn't really know where to go from here.
So, like I was starting to say downstairs, we have mutual goals. We need to stop the greenskins too. So.
Why do you need to stop them?
Maybe not stop them, but we have dealings with them, and we will help you.
We have business with them.
Don't ask too many questions.
But
Why would you say that?
But to be clear, we're on your side in this engagement.
She looks at all of you and says, "Normally I deal with human folks, and I hope you don't mind if I'm being too offensive. But what exactly are you lot looking for from these slavers?"
I asked that you not asking too much more questions, but like I said.
Well, you need to understand that.
She needs to understand our intentions as well.
Yes, if I know what you want, I can help you get it. If I don't, there's a chance you may not get it.
Okay. Well, okay, it's going to sound real silly.
When do we kill them?
Not shit. It's gonna sound silly. I really like those motorcycles. I want one for my own.
Oh, that's dumb. You might want to go talk to one of the sisters downstairs, Sister Arlette. She can give you some. She usually heads our tiny little infirmary. She can give you an example of what those things can do if you try to steal one. I believe a few of our patients down there have attempted that.
Okay.
So, you would probably have a day or 2 days max before they arrive. I don't think their whole crew is coming, but we're at least expecting them to prod a little bit. This time we expect them to come back with heavier firepower. Thunder-tipped arrows, thunder lances to go ahead and try to blow our gates open. And we don't have enough scrap grenades to make another suicide attack if they come in force.
Okay.
Okay. At this point, she goes over to Case and like asks him for a cigarette.
When was the last time you went to sleep?
Ah, it's been about 3 days.
I can help you.
No, I have to stay awake. One of us has to keep on guard. You see that eternal flame upstairs is one of the original flames of Hestia.
Let Case take care of it tonight.
I'm sorry, but I can't let an outsider just do that.
He's not just an outsider.
Yes, I understand he is a Hemedian, but we haven't heard from the fort, from Fort Brannick in a long time.
Let me be clear. The fort has fallen. We have saved Case, and he works with us now.
She lets out a large sigh. I had a feeling when I sent a few messages and nothing came back. At the same time, I'd rather not sleep. I'd rather stay awake if that means anything to you.
It's your choice,
Well,
of course.
when this is all over, look for your big furry friend first.
She said, how do
Help
you send
sleeping.
these messages? In case we make retrieve them.
Wish to retrieve it. I used the messaging room.
Oh, no one had her messaging room.
What?
No one had her messaging room.
Yeah. Everyone who had that thing was dead.
Red-handed.
So at this point,
That's actually a good idea. We could find who else has messaging rooms.
yeah, messaging rooms are useful.
She said the eternal voicemail. Tragic.
Huh. Like, messaging rooms are basically how you keep in contact with other people in this world. Instead of having them send a messenger and waste tons of time, messaging rune is a very easy, what was that, like level 1? Like cantrip?
It's a cantrip.
So a lot of people know how to do it. You know, maybe some of the more primitive people may not, but what can you do?
So should I choose a new cantrip then?
It's up to you,
Since
but
mine's
it's actually
been, like-
pretty useful for you in general. I want to say that unless you have their rune, you can't do it. So you can
Yours
send
is
it.
more. Yours
Yeah.
is more like I can message anyone.
Yes.
And then you don't need a room. Whereas the messaging rune is more just like
Yeah.
you have a cell phone.
It's a cell phone.
Or we can all.
Think of it. You have a cell phone that can contact anyone. Whereas I have a cell phone that can only contact specific.
It's like those
people.
ones you give to your kids with like 3
Yeah.
phone numbers.
So it's a way to.
Smart. I didn't think about that.
It's a way to allow Andrew to just make
I
it. communicate.
understand that point. It's just like what.
But I can see it. Like,
If you
it
wish
would
to
suck.
change it, you can.
Yeah.
There.
Okay.
But you can always change your
Yeah, that's
cantrips
it.
and spells anyway.
So, at this point, also, she says, feel free to check out what we have left of our armory. You could talk to Sister Garlic if you wish
Sister
to.
Garlic?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's not good at
vampire.
names. You got one?
Garland would have been a better one.
What's a male name? Garla. There you go.
Gar-
Garland's a male's name?
Garla.
I feel like it's a male.
Garland.
Garla.
Yeah.
Garland could be.
Sister.
All right, you know
What's the
what?
last name?
Change it to Glenda there. Cool?
Glenda?
Glenda. It's no argument with that. You can't
Glenda's
be
a horrible.
Glenda's
What?
Glenda.
It's just
That's
like
an
an
old person
unpleasant name. You know, it's like
Glenda.
Glenda.
Fine.
She said
How about
you named your
Brenda?
child after a vegetable.
A
Just
lot of
said
people.
tragic.
Daisy. Hello? You named the dog Daisy.
Can we just go back to
She
garlic?
said it's a flower.
Garla it is. Anyway,
Anyways.
so you guys talk to Sister Garla down.
Carla.
3 days awake, no big deal for me.
Anyway, you guys talk to Sister Garla. You see I'm bad with names sometimes. It's hard.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
I'm just using you.
You can talk to Sister Garla downstairs to have a better understanding of our armaments. And you can rest here if you want. Remember, Sister Arlez in the infirmary. You can talk to her if you want to see what the deal with trying to
The
steal one of
bikes.
those bikes is.
Yeah, we should talk to both of them. But maybe for tonight we'll rest and then talk to them in the morning. Or it doesn't really matter. It's just.
Okay.
If they tortured everyone, they would be able to find the mole pretty quick, I think.
But
We could give that as
part
a
of
suggestion. I don't
One
know.
of
If
the
this is,
sister leads you to some sleeping bags around the floor. You see at this point you see a lot of other non-religious people. You see like children, old men, other women folk who are trying to sew up, and they start tearing up and crying every time they, get too long to sit. The children are all sitting around a circle, clapping and laughing at something you can't quite see.
Gotta go investigate that.
Sure. In the middle you see a crab dancing around.
A crab?
A crab?
An actual crab? Could I pull out my flute and play a little thing to match its?
wait, doesn't the flute not work?
he has 3 flutes.
I have a working flute.
He has a working flute,
The
a
non-working
weird flute.
Or just the 2.
Oh.
Okay, at this point you hear a significant "Hey, siesta!" Lay it on, girl.
Is this the crab talking?
Wait, you can hear me?
Yes.
Familiar?
Is it like talking or is it talking?
No, you hear an actual voice. It's like, wait, you can hear me?
Yeah, I mean, I talk to crabs all the time.
I can't
What
speak
sort of-
with the animals.
Yeah, I'm just joking. No, I've never spoken to a crab. But keep dancing because it'll be weird if I'm gonna start talking to you.
Why can't I understand you? Why are you so sentient?
Whoa, man. I'm a crab who knows how to dance. You don't think I know what to do here? Okay? I'm not gonna lie. I've always remember being at this place. I woke up here a few months ago. And I don't really remember where to go, man.
What's your name?
You can call me... All I remember is my nickname. You can call me Citizen Snips. Yeah. And these are... You want to meet my bitches?
Why?
This is Slashley and Stabigail.
Oh.
I'm clever.
So happy to deliver that line.
So happy with yourself.
He's
Waiting
so
this
prepared
whole
for
time to get.
This fort only exists for this encounter.
I killed the crab.
So you don't remember anything from a couple months ago?
No, but I did wake up with these, and he reaches underneath and he pulls out 2 guns.
Why do you have 2 guns?
Wait,
Oh, yeah, it's a picture. It's a picture.
Yeah. There's a...
I don't know, but you know what? I
It's a
gotta
picture
say,
in the chat with
I
the
shot
crab
at one of the
guns.
slavers earlier. They worked pretty well to me. He does this.
Oh, the crabs with the guns that he showed a long ass time ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember what they're for.
What was this?
Yeah.
Maybe I was.
It's
He
somewhere in
sent
our
a
chat.
picture for
Oh,
I forget the context.
Yeah, forget the context. Okay, so are you here to dance or are you here to protect this nunnery?
Look, man, it's like really cold out for me, so I guess I'm a little bit of both. But
Okay.
hey, sometimes these kids give me a little extra crust of bread if I do this.
They're fattening him up for slaughter. I
God, this is
see.
getting me really warm, by the way.
Is that a new
Just
workout
doing it
routine?
for this for like 24, like, I feel like I've been doing this for 5 minutes. You know? It's like-
Crab fitness.
Owl, would you like to dance with the crab?
You hear a flap, what?
No.
I command you.
Just kidding.
Just begrudgingly.
At this point, the crab goes over and...
Wait, so what have you been doing for the past couple months?
Oh, I've been just hanging out here. The nuns are pretty good to me. Sometimes they
Can you
pet
talk
me.
to them?
No, you guys are the only
These are
people
the
I
first,
can
we
hear.
are the first people we
Yeah.
ever.
And it's a miracle that they haven't eaten me, but apparently I believe they call me a crab. I'm supposed to be a mystical creature that no one's seen in ages. That's why I heard one of the girls say
That's a
earlier.
good point. There's no ocean.
Yeah.
There's no more water.
He must be a primer beast. We must dissect him
Hold
to
on,
learn
Eat
more.
some.
Hey, by the way, I saw one of your guys over there. I was reading some books earlier. And is he one of them mechanist types?
Yes.
Hey, are you going to? Is he gonna take you to the big city? Like I read in a book that one of the girls were keeping that there's a big city of mechanists and that they're able to create machine bodies.
You just said, regardless of this crab being sentient, he looks mighty delicious as just licks his lips.
Not this one.
We don't
Not
eat.
yet.
We don't eat beings. We can talk to you like this.
Citizen
Just
Snips.
said true.
Snips.
Well done, Jizz. Well done. Character development.
Just said your life is spared.
You're very lucky. You've been here for a while. Have you noticed any of the nuns acting weird?
Hey, I actually know that one of the nuns sneaks out sometimes in the middle of the night. I know of a sneaky way to follow her. I'll make you a deal. I'll help you out if you help me. Okay, you take me to that big old city of Mechanus. Okay, I'm gonna stop the hands. Shit's exhausting.
Yeah.
Yes.
You take me to the big old city of Mechanus, and I'll show you where she's sneaking off to.
Are we going to put you into a robot body? A giant mech?
If
Crab?
you can, that'd be great. Or at the very least, I read that one of the houses of Fluxenbrow experiment with humans, and I want to see if they can make me a body.
You're a crab.
Were you always a crab?
Were you always a crab?
Can I use my paladin feature to see if I can detect a celestial fiend or undead?
Go ahead. Okay, so you don't.
I don't. So he's not a celestial fiend or
Yeah.
undead.
You do sense a tiny beast.
Tiny beast,
So
interesting.
tiny beast?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought he was like something special.
I mean, look at me. I've got a name. I've got thoughts and a personality. I
What's
have
his
to be
name?
a
His
person.
name's Citizen Snips.
Yeah.
I need to
Yeah,
write that
I'm
down.
okay with taking you with me.
Okay. I promise I don't eat much.
During the night, later on during tonight though, like I want to cast Identify as a ritual and see what kind of magics how is
This
this crab
must
working?
be a primer beast.
You
Some
understand
kind of
that there's a sort of alchemical magic surrounding him. You're not quite sure what, but from what it seems is that he's a mixture of some kind of human-animal experimentation. So involving primer. Yes, he is a primer beast. Doesn't mean they're all bad. Okay. In fact, from what Eris can tell, Eris remembers that there are experiments with human and animal experimentations early on in the cult of Rafakai history. For example, he's the second generation chimera, basically the perfected chimera with the intelligence. There are first generation chimeras and a lot in between. So
my siblings are a little retarded.
She's a fourth generation crab.
So are you gonna tell him that you think he may be a chimera, or what you're
I'm just gonna keep that to
We
myself.
can't let this one go. He's a primer beast. We must study him.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Alright, Snips.
I'm gonna paste this thing into the.
He has a stab block too?
Oh yeah.
I'm so excited. I can't wait.
1 HP.
I cannot wait.
Yes.
1 HP. Yeah.
Can't,
No,
you can't
it's
fight.
No,
okay.
I promise.
Yeah.
I know it's updated. I'm so excited for this one.
Multi-attack, right?
Yeah.
Multi-attack, left snip, right snip. What's it called? Slashly and
Abigail.
Slaply.
Yeah.
He better have two attacks and one named that, one named the other.
No,
And one claw is obviously bigger, so it does a D8, and the other one does a D6.
One does piercing and one does
He's
cutting.
literally tiny though. Just putting it out there.
Yes.
Like he's crab sized.
Is it
Miscellaneous.
attacks infused with primer?
Our
Is it extra
companions.
powerful?
Alright. I believe
You
it
can
is
fly.
now updated.
I believe I
Can we talk to Sister Olette?
Hmm?
Sister Olette?
At this point, you enter the infirmary. You see a haggard-looking sister with like bandages in her pockets, and there seems to be a pair of scissors sticking out. You see a bunch of patients with various missing limbs around her. She gets you a huff. What are you doing here?
Hello, sister.
Hello.
Is that right?
Yeah, you
Zana probably
tried.
doesn't know. I just
You
tried.
tried.
I tried to
I
mimic.
appreciate that, actually. Thank you.
So we want to prevent this from happening right here in this room. What do you know about these motorbikes and how they work? And I hear some of these guys may have tried to steal one.
Well, she says, I've talked to some of the peasant folk, and they said as soon as they grabbed the handlebars exploded, ripping their limbs off. There has to be something that these slavers are using that will allow them to touch these handlebars without being damaged too much. Also, do you look at Citizen Snip's thing?
Yes, I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
Just said WTF. This guy's pistols are stupid.
Yeah, his pistols are pretty strong.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun for him.
Nice. It's pretty tanky.
I like the pictures though.
Believes that he's a master of disguise and has a series of hats as disguises. Just because he has that, it means he's not.
He is not a master
Okay.
disguise. He just has a bunch of hats.
He just
Does he
very
also-
strongly role plays as a.
Does he also wear a monocle? I feel like that's
Sometimes.
Oh yeah, that sounds fitting. It's part of the disguise.
So this Snips gains double the exhaustion. That
Yeah.
sucks.
So he has a ton of damage and a very, very close range.
Has a range of 20 feet.
Yes. Also keep in mind you have to track how much ammo is in his volcanics.
Pistols each are 4 bullets. 2 pistols with 4 bullets each. At 4. Wait. So
There.
at 4 escalation die, does that mean he can shoot 8
Okay,
times?
and then
Yep.
um,
Which is basically the max until he runs out of
Yes,
ammo.
yes.
So
and then we need to somehow find out what kind of gloves these boys are using, and getting a hold of those is what it seems like.
you think it's the gloves? Arlette says.
Could be.
Maybe it's a hand. Maybe we need to cut off their hands and use their hands to drive the.
Could be.
I mean, that would be safer, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Just like hands over hands.
Yeah.
Did you find a crab? Oh, you're making a crab. So at this point, you guys can continue because Citizen Snips did inform you that he does know a girl that sneaks off in the night.
Yeah, who is this girl?
We'll talk to Sister Garlo real quick.
Mhm.
Oh, this is for armory stuff.
Okay. You enter,
briefly.
you enter the armory and you see a bunch of weapons on each of the walls. You see battle axes made of copper and bronze. You see some basic old-looking flintlock pistols. You see spears and shields and made of bone. And you see like, for some weird reason, just like a tiny bone dagger.
A tiny bone dagger.
Yeah.
Like smaller than
Like crab size?
Pretty much like a nail trimmer.
Okay.
So,
Crab size.
Sister Garla.
hey, what are you doing here?
Hello. We've come to help. Is there anything that you have that's better than what we have? And I hold out my weapon and
Steel dagger.
You see, we've been dealing with our own issues for a bit, and I'd like to say that, quite frankly, we don't have much. In fact, one of our biggest issues is that we're out of any kind of explosives. You see, without any kind of thunder dust or thunder arrows, we cannot take down one of their mighty bikes.
And have you taken them down in the past?
Well, you see, at the very least, a solid hit from some kind of thunder lance or thunder arrow can dismount them if done correctly.
Got it. I have two. Where should we aim that?
Well, you see, it might be more difficult for you to aim, but if you're able to successfully hit the front tire, you'd be able to disable it and still repair it. Alternatively, you may be able to hit the larger engine and then explode the whole thing. That would be easier, but keep in mind, attempting to disable it is very different from destroying.
That makes sense.
Would
So-
this do anything? I hold up the caltrops.
Caltrops?
Yep.
Hey, I don't really know about that, but you can certainly try.
Great, thanks.
Are you just writing down Citizen Snip stats?
No.
Huh?
I'm drawing a crab.
Oh. Don't forget the guns.
Yes, yes. Trust me, you guys are gonna look good.
So Citizen Snips is your basic DPS, so it's letting you know ahead of time. Oh, also, you can be thrown 30 feet or strapped to someone's chest, increasing maneuverability.
Oh, sick.
Yes.
Compared to the crab
This
with
is speed is 20.
gun
20.
strapped to my chest
Throw a
as I
walking turret.
jump
Yeah.
into battle. It's pretty good.
That's awesome.
So at this point, what do you guys decide to do? Sister Garda has informed you of the situation. She's not really here in the business to sell items because, quite frankly, if you guys have steel, you're probably like some of the better armed people around.
Okay. Thanks,
Okay.
Sister Garla. Let's go find and track down the sneaky.
Yep.
At this point, Citizen Snip goes, "Hey, you guys are trying to follow the girl I see sneaking off."
Yeah.
Yes.
Where does she go typically?
Sister Catherine likes to go up into the battlements sometimes at night, and sometimes I watch her because she's got huge cans, but I can't quite see what she's doing.
Does she go by herself?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Don't
Should
you
we just
think?
hang out there?
We don't want
We
to be
need someone
seen.
to sleep
You
over.
can go invisible, can't you?
I can sneak around.
He
I
can make
I can
people.
Oh, you
cast
can make
invisibility.
people invisible.
I mean, if he can make someone invisible, anyone can go.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we should probably put someone up there. Maybe let's the main sister know. This Nan.
Yeah.
Mother
Actually, we
Nan.
shouldn't let her know.
Not yet.
What
Yeah,
if
let's
she's,
find-
she's
let's-
in on it?
Yeah. Well,
That's
Hey.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah, let's try that out. What time does she go up there? The same time every day?
Oh, about midnight, and every night it's kind of weird.
And what time is it now?
Oh, let's say it's about 11:30. You can head up
perfect.
there.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Like
so the party, we need to get her before she informs of the blacklist that we're here. Am I right?
Assuming she is the person you're looking for, yeah, why not?
Right. Yeah, let's just have someone up there. Because I doubt that she's a super strong warrior person. And she could be.
That's
But then we're all here too. So I think we should inform Mother Nan what we're doing. Because, like, let's say we stop her and we kill her accidentally before we get her through. Like, there's no proof.
That's true. Also, she may know more about specifically
Sister Carla.
Yeah, sister.
Yeah.
So, you guys assume you guys are you guys
So
invisible
could we
and someone
split?
talking?
Could,
Yeah, this is a role play, so you guys can split as long as you don't split long time.
I'll go talk to Sister Nan and maybe you guys could invisibility someone.
That's only, I'm gonna test out the cloak and field on myself. So
You turn invisible.
Okay. Yeah, I goes Mother Nan. Hey, we have a potential lead with Sister Carla.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how much you know about her. But she sneaks up into the battlements at night, around midnight, every night. And we're going to send one of our
Sister Catherine.
Catherine.
sister, Catherine.
Garda is the armory girl.
I said Carla, but
Carla, whatever.
but Catherine. Okay.
Anyway.
Yes. We're sending one of our agents up there to see what's going on. I want you to be aware.
A deep voice goes, I really doubt it's her. Her sister's been with us a long time. But hey, I'll welcome anything. You can find.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
I want to. Do you have a messaging rune? Do you have a messaging rune?
Oh yeah, you wish to exchange messaging runes? She says in her deep voice.
Yes. I take it from her, and I'm gonna give it to Abe. So Abe, just listen, just stay on the line while he's up there.
All right.
Just so you're aware of what's going on.
All right. So let's say you guys are invisibility up there. Okay, you walk up the steps, and what do you guys do? Who uses invisibility?
It's just me.
You have to use a stealth check.
Okay.
Good luck, buddy.
He's also invisible.
He's invisible.
I'm invisible.
You still have to make a
You
stealth
still have to
check.
make a stealth
So maybe you don't fall flat on your face. You know?
Good luck.
Because if Harry
You can
Potter-
also cast Pass Without Trace too.
Yes. For the
So
plus
I
10.
cannot do
That's,
both.
he can't.
it's
He can only have
concentration.
one concentration.
It's only one. So, all right. So
Good luck, Stuffy boy.
it's 1. 7, I guess.
Okay.
So I'm
So
invisible. So I don't know what that means for this.
well,
He
let's-
decides if it's.
Yeah.
with a
you
7
decide.
invisibility versus a regular commoner who isn't exactly great at perceiving things, you're able to see from the distance a lone nun-looking figure. Okay? At this point, you can't quite see what she's doing. You could attempt to get closer, but you would have to make another stealth check and hope you don't fail.
20.
Okay, you're able to get significantly close, like 10 or 20 feet behind her in the shadows. And in that, you get a better look, and you see her doing this, holding something up to her face and putting it down. Putting it up to her face every like 30 seconds to like 2 minutes, putting it down.
Can I hear her?
You see her inhaling and exhaling.
Is she smoking a cigarette?
You smell around and you feel it smells very familiar. Your untrained Warforged mind is not familiar with such
True.
sins, but you're not quite
But
sure.
but does it smell similar to like cases?
It does remind you of a certain someone.
Inhaling plant matter, somewhat. Okay.
At this
Plant
point,
matter is yours. Case is all about the cigarettes.
at this
Yeah, is it
point,
cigarettes plant matter too, or is it something else?
Well,
in
not
this
as
world?
great. Not as good plant matter.
at this point, you see, you hear it loud. I don't know, maybe make the hawk sound. Oh shit!
No, I can't.
Chicken.
I couldn't even
Loud-
make it
I
by
hear
charge.
loud.
Loud. Yeah,
That's
well,
better.
it was
That was better.
close.
That was better.
Fly.
No,
At this
that's
point,
not
you
good. I
see
don't get it.
a
Just said Bockwalk.
Hot clock it is. Man.
perfect. I'll take that. Anyway, and you see a hawk fly out from the fort and head south.
Do we see it as well?
Yes.
And
So a
flies
hawk
south.
flies away from her.
Yes. No, from the fort, not from her.
Oh.
Okay.
Can I shoot it?
You can take some quick reactions. It's gonna be a hard shot. Go ahead.
Hit that 20, baby.
Plus my weapon thing. I guess.
Yes, it's a bow. I mean, why not?
Yeah. Okay. Fuck this thing.
Have you not been lucky with that thing?
Not at all.
Oh my God.
19.
That was a
Ooh.
great
Just send
roll.
a fighting spirit and try and shoot it also.
Okay, both of you aim for it. So, you don't have to do that anyway, because what happens is Zana's arrow flies through and slams into the hawk creature, and it disappears.
Disappears.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay. So did that was it Sister Carla have any reactions?
Oh wait, she just saw an arrow, and she turns around quickly and goes, in her loud booming voice, "What the fuck?" She drops, the thick smoke drops to the floor, she stamps on it. "Fuck are you doing here?"
Wait, what
Me?
do you,
No,
what do
no,
you
I'm
mean?
downstairs or something.
No,
You have to kind of be up there to shoot it. Just putting it out there. Because you're downstairs, you don't, like, really...
Oh,
Stands
because
in.
I thought we all saw it. No.
Like,
No, because you said we all. Does he see it? He asked that.
yeah, I know, and the arrow pops out, she kind of sees where it's coming from.
Oh, okay, that makes
Like,
sense.
it's not
yeah.
an invisible
Yeah,
arrow. She
yeah.
turns around to where you are and says, "What the fuck are you doing?"
I'm still invisible.
Catherine, hold on. I leave and I walk around the encampment to see who's still awake right now.
Okay, you see several children still awake, and that's about it.
Just children.
Yeah.
Do we see anything drop from the hawk or like a note or something?
No.
Attached? Okay.
Okay. But no one else is
And
awake.
I didn't
as far
hear
as I can
Carla say anything. She was just seemingly smoking a cigarette.
Yes.
Okay.
Captain. Whatever.
Whatever. Catherine.
Jizz said I go look for the hawk body.
It disappeared, right?
Disappeared like.
Hey, Alan, could you roll my 14 back?
I take out my dagger and I go talk, bitch. It was
Top fish?
Talk, bitch.
Talk.
I was like, that's not a fish. It's like, what do you want from me? I was here enjoying. Actually, you know what? You didn't see anything. I'll tell you whatever you need to know if he kicks the cigarette off the side of the floor. We never talk about that thing again.
Agreed.
Okay.
What do you know about this hawk?
Well, it's a bird. And you don't really see a lot of them around, but there have been sightings of birds in the South Carter region before.
Are there any arcane users in this group that you know of?
Okay, first of all, I don't know how I would tell. Like, really, I'm not that great at magic. It's like, she holds up her hand, you see a bunch of blisters. My job is cleaning the floors.
I insight check. 6.
At this point, she does seem very pissed.
Okay, good.
That's what insightfulness tells you. She says it with significant amount of scorn.
I sheath my dagger. Just kidding. I walk away.
Asshole, she says as you walk away. At this point, she says, I can use one more. This was my last one.
Case.
Case lets out another large sigh and opens up a cigarette case.
Wait, wasn't Nan also smoking one when we
Yeah,
first got
but
here?
she didn't like take it out of her thing. She got it from Case. High stress. It's like, you ever see a priest drinking? It's like,
Yeah,
that shit.
perfect. I go back to Nan. Hey, do you have any, like you said, like any magic nuns here?
She just said, none of the nuns know how to do that, but we have a lot of influx of peasants and whatnot trying to flee the area.
That's true, but because I would think that the peasants wouldn't know where all the traps are.
Well, this is true. Some of them have been here for months on end.
Guess we got to kill the peasants then.
All of them.
It's the only way.
And actually, some of the peasants were actually helping us defend last time, so they helped set us some of the traps.
They could double Jew bluff. Classic.
You say, oh, double what now?
What?
Jubal?
Jubilo?
Yes, double Jew bluff. This is South Park.
Huh. Never. We should watch this.
It's like you do a thing to make them think that you're not bad because you're helping out.
It's essentially being a double agent.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. So where do the peasants stay?
They stay in the main room. That we have a bunch of sleeping bags set up over there. Basic cloth on the floor kind of deal.
And you don't mind if I go investigate?
Yeah, go nuts.
Do one of you guys have like detect magic or anything?
No, I'm not prepared.
Not prepared. Okay, yeah, me neither. Not prepared.
I come back, guys. I found the person. She's smoking cigarettes. It's like a disembodied voice. 'Cause I'm still invisible.
I don't know that
I don't
robotic
know.
voice anywhere.
I didn't hear her talking to anybody though.
Well, actually, Abe, like since you're still invisible, do you think you could go around and see if there's any magic users?
Okay.
Or maybe anyone who's
Can
the
Arcana
peasants who
check
aren't
them.
in their beds or bunks or whatever.
Okay, so
Alright.
you're going into the main room.
Yep.
Okay.
I sneak into the main room.
Okay, so as soon as you enter, you see several dozen peasants sleep on the floor. You see several children still awake. You smell the general like dirt, dust, and grime. And what your passive perception tells you is you do smell something strange. A slight hint of sulfur.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Can
Did you
I-
know about that? As
No,
an
you're
ingredient?
you're not
Something
there.
weird.
Remember? Right.
I'm not there.
I'm probably not there.
Right.
You can
No
go down there
worries.
and just be like,
I'm gonna go
This is
down
all-
there.
I'm okay. I'm gonna search for this source of the
charcoal,
smell.
incense, herbs.
hmm?
I'm gonna search for the source of that sulfur smell.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
That would be perception is off of
Wisdom.
Okay, so that is 12.
Okay, you sniff around it. You can't quite put your finger on it, but you sense that it's coming from one of the 4 children who are still awake.
No.
I slaughter all of them.
Not only the mothers, but the kids too.
All right, so I'm gonna sneak over there, just see what they got going on.
What's in this bag, by the way? Is
Oh yeah, shit! I meant to tell you guys that. I told Alan when you guys came in. I got pineapple cakes from Din Tai Fung from a kid. You guys want to open it up? That's my bad.
Bribery.
Sorry.
Yes.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, I'll open it up.
What's this kid's grade in your class?
Actually, it's not my kid. He just gave it to me.
Nice.
That'd be a
Jesus Christ,
13.
Mr. Dan.
Yeah. Wait, you rolled a what for what?
13 to sneak over to the kids who are still awake.
So you sneak over to them and you see them kicking around what seems to be some kind of tumbleweed.
Looks like nothing here. Thank you.
Is it?
Pass me one too.
No, I'm not there, so never mind.
You're not what?
I'm not there, so never mind.
Yeah.
You guys can all sneak down there.
I'm gonna
I am bad with the
check.
sneaky.
I sneak down there.
I leave.
It's 20.
I will be right
Not natural 20.
Natural.
Not natural
Jake said I can also sneak.
20. Ninjas sneak down there.
Not bad.
Tom takes it hard to do right.
Hey, so you join him. Abe, what do you tell them?
Guys, there's nothing here. All I smelled was some weird,
I
it's like burning smell.
I look at what the kids are playing with. Do I recognize them as the fine familiar like reagents?
Components?
Yeah, components.
Good question. Make our contact.
Smells better.
So it's 9 plus 3.
Wow. So what you sense is one of the kids is not only kicking the ball around, but he's also drawing something in the dusty, dirty floors on a stick. Now, because you personally have casted Find Familiar dozens of times, you understand that this isn't the Find Familiar. This small, chubby boy with dark black eyes and is drawing the Find Familiar ritual. He understands it's a ritual on the ground. So, what do you do?
Do I know this?
He doesn't know. He's basically Marlo knows this because he's cast Find Familiar thousands of times.
Do I know what's happening here?
Hey man.
Okay. I let Nam know like right away. I think we found them.
Oh yeah, never mind. He also can talk to man himself. I tell both of you.
Yeah.
Pull out my scimitar. Do him in. Low morality, by the way.
Just like
Nan voices back to you. He's like, so what are you exactly suggesting? Can you at least...
let me.
You want this juvenile dead or alive?
I cannot ordain the death of a child, so I will tell you to do
But
what
we
is
can.
necessary.
But we can. She can.
Alright, so I'm gonna grab
And don't do it in the common room, you idiots.
Alright, let's talk to.
Let's talk later.
You want to try to get this boy outside, separate him with.
Maybe not right now, because everyone's sleeping and he's gonna be yelling.
Okay. But
Makes
just so you know, man, this is what happened.
What does he look like?
What's the boy? Dark haired, right?
No.
Dark haired.
No,
Wait. The one with the boy, right? Blonde or black hair?
I don't know.
Is it
What
black
was
hair?
it? I think it was black hair.
Dark eyes?
Yes.
Sure.
Little chubs?
Yes.
Yeah, that guy's a fucker. His name is Ralphie. He said his parents were killed. Just I don't know.
Okay.
Kidnap him? No, wait, no, I can't tell you to do this. Never mind.
Yep.
Hang up.
How about I'll have Owl lure him out. Maybe he likes animals, right? He likes familiars.
Yeah. It could be.
Citizen Snips is popular with the children.
We have a plan.
He puts on a tiny hat. Does it involve dancing? Takes his hat
Yes.
off? Or
Yes.
puts on goggles? Or stealth?
Maybe both.
Vote.
Dancing, but very
Stop
quietly, only in the corner, so you could attract this boy. This
You want me to do what in the corner?
dance like away. Don't
Whoa,
attract
whoa,
too much
whoa, whoa.
attention.
Would you like a Eisenreich flambe? Or a Flexenbrow waltz? Or I could go freestyle.
Freestyle. Freestyle.
Guys, lady, drop me a
Jake
beat.
said an oranthral jig.
What do you say? A ramp roll?
What?
Or Orton Hall jig. Hey, I can do that too. But how about this, lady? You drop me a beat. Wait, we can't make it too loud. Ah, God, what am I thinking? He claps his claws. God.
It's okay. I just need you to get his attention. And Just try to get his attention. Just.
Jizz said boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats.
Alright, I'll go over in the corner and dance.
And make sure and walk out and make sure that kid's watching you.
Only you guys hear him singing this. Like Alan came back at a weird time.
La cucaracha, la cucaracha.
Okay, at this point you see a kid let out a large, and they all like try to quietly go over to the corner. They all start like
The one kid or all the kids?
all the kids.
Oh man.
How you only get one kid? It's a dancing crab.
Yeah. Okay. So is the crab coming out, or is he in the corner of the common room? Like where is he?
You said the corner. I assume he was in the corner of the common room.
Could you charm child?
Yes, I can. I would like to charm
Twice.
person.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, I
It's
don't
a
roll.
save.
anything.
Yeah, you don't roll.
It's a save. 13 for you.
Hello, little
So
boy.
at this point,
Kid passes.
the child's black eyes turn absolutely black and turns towards you. Okay. At this point, you see two horns sprout up, and then, as a response, he just disappears.
Could I?
I should have killed him when I had the chance.
So, could I
In a
have done?
puff of black smoke and sulfur. Sorry, what?
Would it
Jizz
be?
said, were we just bamboozled?
Huh?
Yeah, we were
Yes.
just bamboozled.
Yeah.
Well, you guys did try to charm this person who thought he had a cover. Obviously, he's some kind of caster. So
Could I have casted something in that time? Would you say?
No.
I would doubt it because
You probably would have been surprised.
yeah.
Could I roll for that?
Jizz said,
I-
the fucking nerve of children. I say we slaughter the rest of them.
Who knows how many others?
Basically, he
Yeah.
casts charm, and as soon as that happens,
Yeah.
this kid turns and boom.
And this works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you
Okay,
want to think
that's
about the same reaction speed you have to react to that, the kid probably reacts to the charm burst,
So
which
Sorry,
is
Chris.
probably a split second faster.
anyway, so what
Alright.
do you guys decide to do now?
I tell Nan. Oh, Nan, come down. You see that shit asshole is gone.
Citizen Snips, it's right there.
No.
Well, how do you know its
the
name?
boy?
Oh, dude, she's the ball. We found a name tag. We found a name tag on him there.
Wait.
Who wrote it?
Ask these other children what they saw just now.
They start discussing, and one of the girls starts crying, and everyone starts waking up. So at this point, Nan returns to you and lets out a large sigh. It's just one thing after another, isn't it, guys?
Could I use identify? Oh no, maybe not. Well, like I want to try to see where. You know how when we teleport, it
Oh yeah,
leaves
yeah,
a
yeah.
trail?
It leaves a track.
Unless it was a
They
familiar,
keep track.
right?
Oh yes, you can track.
Oh.
Yeah, like
You have
I
detect
want to.
magic?
I have identify.
We can
Is
long
that the
rest.
same thing?
We can long
No,
rest
it's
and then
definitely
detect
the
I don't think
magic.
it's the same thing.
It's not quite the same thing. It's
It's not.
two separate spells for.
Yeah.
No, it's not the same.
I'm gonna
After
say-
tomorrow, after
Tomorrow.
today, someone's got to bring detect magic everywhere.
I'm gonna say this that you were unable to.
Okay, I'm trying.
You know it's a teleport spell. That's it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you did not have the detect magic
Damn it.
thing to kind of sense it.
Yeah.
So normally in this situation, if you had detect magic, I would have you make Arcana check to see
Right.
how accurate you are.
Yeah.
But identify magic is more like you pick up an item and be like, oh shit, magic.
That makes sense.
Hey, feel the power.
All right. So at this point, when Natalie gets out a large size, she says,
Actually, can I carry detect magic? That's a good question. Probably not.
I think so.
Let's see.
she's at a large size. Says, it's one thing after another, isn't it, guys? Anyway, that Hemedian over there points to Kace. He's like, he's making himself mighty comfortable with some of the village girls, and I suggest you drag him somewhere before he gets in any trouble. You see Kace in
Ooh,
the
I can.
corner.
I'll carry detect magic.
Huh?
I'll carry detect magic after this session.
You see Kace in the corner giggling with one of the girls.
It seems seems mutual.
Yeah, but flirtation in front of all their fathers is not a good idea at the moment.
I mage hand separate them.
I mean, what do you do? 10 foot of power. It's like,
I
Dude.
try to.
I don't think you can push me with 10 foot.
It's just
I
like
just-
Nan
I
appears.
I
it's
just
like,
I just walk.
But the
them out.
intention is understood. He's not physically like, unless Case is drunk.
I mean, Case can do what he wants, no?
Yes.
And like the father could
you're
kick his ass.
you're not his mom. You
Yeah.
know.
I pretend like I'm trying to break them up and leave it at that.
Anyway, so let's assume you guys go to bed, or you guys want to keep talking to Nan, because She says that now that you solved this, we do have other things you may be. I'm not gonna do her Nan's voice. That shit hurts my throat. We do have other things you may be able to help us with.
Nan, first off, what do you know about that kid? Like, do you know?
I know about him as much as any of the other kids. He said he showed up one day with a bunch of other people. Said that his parents were enslaved and murdered in front of him.
Who are those other people?
Well, right now, just this general law over here, we don't really track who comes with what. But they said that they picked him. They found him lost and wandering around the village ruins as well. So
Gotcha.
Did he pass his charm person?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, you got a 16.
Okay.
Gets your 13?
Yeah.
At the very least, you would roll it significantly higher.
Got it.
So.
Yeah, what's that?
So at this point, Nan says, if you guys are still willing to help us out, I have some things you can help me out with tomorrow. We have about 2 days rest time before I think they'll hit again.
2 days rest.
So is it the next morning now?
Oh yeah, just tell me when you want to rest.
Okay.
Can we? Yeah, never mind.
You guys wish to rest?
Yes.
Yeah, like I probably would have looked around camp. I don't know if this does anything, but I probably would have looked around and see if I found anything else weird.
You found several barrels full of what seems to be basic flour underneath. Oh, weird? No, you don't find it.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, in the morning, Nan calls you up after a breakfast of gruel, which, by the way, you guys get your own rations, or you can eat the very poor person's
Just
ration.
eat hella good in front of these peasants.
Yeah, so what do you guys decide to do? You guys want to eat your own rations, or try to take a simple meal kind of deal? Because you guys remember that the simple meals do.
I'm gonna willingly eat the simple meal just for looks.
What's the benefits of the good ration?
Alright, so you have currently at all times you have simple rations, okay? The simple rations are basically nothing goes wrong.
Yeah.
Simple rations is like cheap gruel, like basic porridge, and basically your exhaustion effects double.
And we have deluxe
regular
rations.
rations.
You guys have your own rations, so you could choose to eat your own rations, or you could eat these free gruel simple.
But don't we also have deluxe rations?
Oh yeah, I think you guys.
I think
some.
all of our rations are luxurious.
Luxurious.
You guys bought all the lavish.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think you bought one per person.
We bought one per person in anticipation of 5.
So Johnny used his.
Then we already used all our lavish rations then, right?
Did we?
I don't know.
I feel like we didn't.
Because I don't have it written down for lavish rations.
Okay, let's just say.
I only have 40 rations written down.
Let's just say everyone has one lavish, except for Johnny.
And the question was like, what are the benefits of lavish?
The lavish rations gives us temp HP.
Yeah.
10 temp HP, which is a lot. Advantage on climate exhaustion. So, for example, when you sleep in the cold, you have to make one of those. And it negates extra exhaustion when you rest. For example, you have 2 instead of getting rid of 1 if you're rid of both.
It's like some RimWorld shit.
Yes.
A lot of this is based on.
The
more you see mechanics being
I've
pulled
seen
from
this
RimWorld.
thing.
Yeah.
Because the game is so good.
It is.
Anyway, so you guys wake and who's taking the simple, who's taking the normal?
I'll take a normal.
I'm taking normal.
I'm gonna brashly get in line and get gruel with the other people and cause some friction
I'm saying
between me and the
everyone-
other people.
Yeah.
Everyone
In
except
what way?
So wait, you're taking the
In what
simple?
way? What's the?
No, like I don't like eating doesn't do anything
Oh, so
for me,
it's-
so I'm just doing it to fit in with the people.
Yeah.
But it's actually causing people to hate me because I'm taking away from their food.
I
You know
don't
what I
think they
mean?
really care because you promised to help them.
Yeah, at this point,
People don't mind sharing food with people that are gonna help them.
They're
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
guess
even
that's
if I'm
true.
poor and you tell me you're gonna help me,
Oh,
I'm
free?
willing to. Yeah, I'm willing.
basically you guys are doing this for free.
Yeah, they very much appreciate what we're doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6. Okay.
Anyway, so Nan calls you to her office and says, "You say 6? Is that Kace and Cantor?
Mhm.
Okay. And Johnny?
1,
Oh, he's
2,
not eating.
3.
That's right. My bad.
Johnny
Oh my
is
God.
4.
Yeah.
And then 5, 6 is our
Okay.
2.
So at this point,
And then do I have to feed our A5s? I do, right?
yes. Did you buy animal rations? There
Yes.
should be 8, I believe. Anyway, at this point, Nan calls you to the front of the fort. Imagine this is a still snowy, kind of dry area, if that makes sense. Like I think the word I'm looking for is frozen tundra. Is that what I'm looking for?
Frozen tundra.
Yeah. Like you know how deserts get hella cold sometimes? It's like that.
Yes.
Okay, so it's like that at the moment. Nan's out there with her overcoat on. And she gestures towards you, okay? And you see, now that's in the daylight, you see that one of her legs also seems to be made of some kind of prosthesis.
What happened?
Are you asking her?
If it's not
I
weird
see
in
it
its
now.
ass,
I see all
what
the
happened to
connections.
your body?
You know, sometimes you get hurt out here out in the wilderness.
Suddenly fire.
And you
Yeah.
can't patch everything up. We happen to be interested that sometimes the mechanistic flexing brow give us a little something in order to better connect with Hestia. And our particular order believes that prostheses are actually a blessing. We lose some of the sins of having a mortal body and adopt the glory that is supposedly steel. If Mother Hestia could go into battle wielding nothing but steel, we can wear as our limbs. Did I answer your question?
I think she'd rather wield cast iron.
Yeah, but those forging secrets have been lost a long time ago. Holy shit, this is falling apart.
Yes.
Wait, they can do steel but not cast iron? Damn.
Cast iron is like, it's not just like steel. They're missing the correct designs to not only make a cast iron pan, but one that's light enough to wield into battle while
As
cooking.
James did.
Yes.
What a legend.
So keep that in mind. At this point, Nans presents you.
She said praise St. James.
Praise St. James. There are several things you guys can help me out. Dude, her voice hurts my throat.
Just speak normally, dude. I
Yeah.
think it's fine.
There are several things you can do for me. If you're willing to fly towards the closest, or ride towards the closest Eisenhower trading post, we can buy supplies such as thunder dust. We can get a bit more steel to set traps. Follow up, we noticed that there are always several outriders that the slavers send up here to scout us out. If you're able to successfully sneak and take out their outriders, they won't be able to see what's going on. Last but not least, if you're able to go to some of the ruins of the local villages and round up whatever survivors you get left, we'll have more of a fighting prowess. I'm gonna call Lily. I'm sorry, give me 5-10 minutes.
So we can collect meat shields.
Yes, basically levies.
Let's recruit some pawns. Let's do it.
Pawns.
Some pawns.
Sorry guys,
No problem.
girlfriend.
All
days.
outside.
problem. Oh, you're crazy.
Hey, Ellen, do you have any like salty snacks?
Salty snacks. Let's see.
Something crunchy?
Yeah, there's
Salty snacks.
you might have salt
Guys,
in your
come on, snack
just-
buns.
It's just salt. It's salty and crunchy, so yeah. Oh yeah, snacks buns.
Snack bun. I'm totally down to pitch in, and someone
Yeah.
just goes to Target, goes ham.
And we just like leave some stuff
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Actually, that is kind of good.
That's communism. Sorry, I can't participate.
What? Ooh, that's literally a salty snack.
Right?
It's,
Perfect.
the label is salty snack.
Yeah.
Here, I'll pour some.
We should all pitch in like $10,
Yes.
and then we could just have something on
That'll
hand.
last a good while.
Yeah,
Something like this. Will
just something to munch on, you know, nothing
Yeah.
like super crazy.
Can't be too loud though, because it's like pick up on the.
So quiet. So no sun
chip
chips.
bags.
Yeah. Chip bags are fine.
I haven't had sun chips in a super long time.
Versus they changed the bag, right?
Yeah,
They changed the
it
bag.
used to be
The
addictive.
bags are.
They changed it and then they
biodegradable.
changed it back
Yeah.
because there's too much, opposition to it because it was biodegradable but it's too loud. So they changed it back to like non-biodegradable.
You're rolling some ass.
Every day seems to be the same.
Okay.
No.
Gotta change it to
So it'll be all the stupid like flavor rolls would be like 20, then combat would be like 3,
Seriously.
1.
Oh yeah.
the heart of the dinosaur.
How's your campaign doing? You still
Um,
rolling?
It's so slow. So slow. We only have an hour a week, so.
Oh, it's
That's
we're-
actually.
But we're upping it to 2 days, 12 to 1 hour a week. Yeah.
That's not too bad, man.
That's
They took like 3 sessions to reach the cultist lair. So I'm like,
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
finally.
yeah. So it sounds like it has to be like probably more combat, right? Just because it's like so short.
Yeah, well,
It's just
whenever combat happens,
Mm.
it takes forever. It takes like half, or maybe like 45 minutes.
Just because people are playing out everything.
Yeah. Plus they're like, oh, where's my dagger hit for you? I'm like,
Yeah,
fuck
yeah, yeah.
guys, just write it down.
Yeah. You show them the dap?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
dap?
yeah.
Well, yeah, combat for us when we first started was pretty slow. A lot of it was just like, how much does this do again? Like,
Yeah.
what am I supposed to roll? What am I supposed to add to
Also,
this?
when I was on vacation, they had like a little one shot.
Mhm.
One of the druids was like, oh, they spent the entire hour thinking like, oh, should I do a bear or should I do? I was like, I'm so glad I was training for that
You.
session.
Yeah, we got this druid over here hasn't even changed to an animal.
I don't plan on using it much.
Really?
Nope.
That's the best thing about being a druid, man.
You change into a spider.
Do you,
One time.
Oh,
you know what the
yeah.
craziest thing about being a druid is that a bear has like 40 something HP,
It's overpowered, man.
right?
Yeah.
A bear has 40 something HP. You can become a bear,
Die. Come back.
and then come back as another bear. That's 84 HP, right? And on top of your already, say, probably around 20 something HP. That's 100 HP you can be thinking of. That's why last campaign I defaulted to my meat shield.
Mm-hmm. The con didn't want to do
What
that.
druid treat are you?
Oh,
He's a circle.
circle.
The
So one
moon.
spell casting.
Yeah.
Moon, I think, is
Moon's the one I was at.
Yeah, the moon is
Moon's
the one where you
sick.
focus on
Mhm.
shape
Yeah.
shifting, on like fighting.
But the worst thing about being a moon druid was that I would shift and then we'd do a bunch of roleplay and I'd be like, I don't want to just waste my shit. So I would just sit there like, I
You're
can't
just
talk right now.
nodding,
Yeah, a lot of times like,
Yeah, finally at the closest lair, so now we get to
Do things.
Do the bad guy.
Do the do.
No,
Do you find that they like talk about the session?
Maybe
like,
once I hit
outside of
level
the
4,
session?
I'll
we
shift
do,
a
yeah.
little more.
Yes, it's fun.
I'll probably shift a little more once I hit level 4.
When you get older, yeah.
Because
that's
like
what-
that'll be much
Oh,
more
sorry.
useful stuff.
So I just tell them, hey
So
guys,
that
shit gets
we're gonna shop,
shit gets
just
real.
You get
shop in
bear
Slack,
level?
so we
When do you
don't-
get bears?
so we save some time.
Oh yeah,
No.
sure.
Or when do you
And
get
they do,
direwolf?
like,
Direwolf is actually so
in
sick.
like in character like
Direwolf is
role
dope.
playing in Slack.
Direwolf gives you
Oh, that's
contact.
pretty nice.
Yeah.
So if you're, as long as you're next to an ally, you have advantage on all
Has
your
anyone
attacks.
in that group played before, or is
No.
it just you?
I mean, it's just.
I was looking at the
one other
highest
guy
level
played
ship, so
before.
like we could
Yeah,
turn
he's-
into an
He's
elemental.
played a lot actually.
Kind of.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I got
Everyone
too.
else.
That's what Winston
I
got
think
too.
out of the
On that
seven
asset.
people, only one
Scary.
guy played.
Seven
Yeah,
people
so then you can turn into like a
including you?
fire
100,
elemental.
100
Not
HP,
Yeah.
die,
And then
there's
fire
no
element,
fire,
the cool
including
thing about fire
Right.
elementals
Wait.
is that they can go through all
But
cracks.
around, that's a lot.
They can go through cracks.
It's between 5 to 7.
Because fire is
Yeah.
Because not
fire.
everyone. Because it's
Yeah.
work, work hours.
Yeah,
That
you
makes
can
sense.
be, the elemental is really dope.
Yeah, it's fun though.
Being an elk was really fun
Cool.
too. Because elks are really strong.
No, some of like I can turn into a war horse next, and that's pretty powerful.
Is it? I
Yeah.
I don't think I ever shifted
It
to
was
a
like
horse.
60
You what?
movement
No,
speed.
I shifted into a warhorse once when we had horse races.
Yeah.
I don't remember
Oh,
why we had
Jesus.
horse racing, but I remember we had horse races, and then someone wanted to ride Winston,
Hmm.
so I changed into a warhorse.
Got like crazy movement speed, and I can like trample
Yeah,
somebody
there-
for like
There was
hella
like these two other
damage.
students.
Yeah, because with the
that I
elk,
met last
the elk could
semester,
charge someone,
and we just
and if
ended
the
up
charge
talking
was
about
a
D&D.
successful
Oh
one,
yeah,
they were
I
going
know,
to be knocked
we
prone.
really want to
Yeah.
go too.
And if
Yeah.
someone's knocked
Trample.
prone, then you can trample them, right?
Thinking about
Yeah.
setting
And
up
then the
session for
nice
them, 'cause
thing
I've
with
only
the-
DM'd a few times.
Is that I would always,
But it's like
I
finding
would always
other
conjure up
people filling
animals.
the gaps.
So I would
'Cause
conjure
could do
two
it with
dire
two
wolves
people,
next to
but it'll
me,
be
and I would
more
have
fun. Like, my
have an
ideal
elk,
group
and the
is
wolves have an attack that can
3 to 5.
force prone.
Yeah, for sure.
So the wolves would go first, force
Yeah.
prone, and as an elk, I would just go, bah!
6 is okay too, though. I didn't remember
That's
that.
crazy.
Yeah, so Winston always rolled in with a pack
Some
of
wolves
two
are
wolves.
Yeah.
I have the two wolves miniatures, I think.
And it's like trying to find the balance, or knowing the quiet players and trying to make them
Encourage
do
them?
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, like, that's totally it.
it's hard. Like I'm trying to figure out how to get Jimmy to roleplay a little more when he is here.
Yeah.
It's kind of intimidating. Like when I was first, like when I showed up to like that final fight session.
Yeah, you came out of the war session is like
The most overwhelming session.
No, that session was we used this entire table.
Yeah.
Oh, what? The whole table was a map.
The whole
Map?
table was. I have pictures of it. Where we
It's
have
like-
pictures of it.
what was it, 200 feet? Like we marked
Yeah,
it out like
it
a
was
football
like
field?
it was like
It's like-
180 by something.
That's
It was
awesome.
insane.
It was the last battle, right? The
It was like
last
final
We had
battle.
a castle here. The enemies were coming this way. They
I
had like
played-
siege.
So this is
One
how it was set
session.
up at the beginning.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw a picture of that actually.
Yeah, and then eventually turned into like this.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'd played one session of D&D before this, so I was like
So-
way over my head in terms of like, how things
What
work.
was that session? That's
No, I played a session before,
was the
like
second
one of their
session.
first sessions, and then I played the next session. I
He
played.
played our first session when we started, and our last session when we finished.
Yeah.
Two
He
at
bookended it.
times.
So you came in at the last session, level 2. Hey guys.
Oh shit!
That's right. Yeah. That was actually such a sick battle.
We've never played. It's kind of like when I first started playing with you guys. You guys did all the voices and stuff. It was like a little intimidating. I was like, whoa. Never played a game where you gotta get into.
But you actually have to roleplay.
You
Yeah.
know, but it's,
I don't
it's
do the
more
voice
fun.
thing.
The voice is kind of is hard.
Once you get into it, it's definitely a lot better. Like
But the role playing does make it more fun.
It is,
with my main characters, I always just keep as my normal voice, just to keep it less
Easy.
strange. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I do have ideas for like I want a character that sounds like Mickey Mouse,
Yeah.
like a high pitched voice, like some character just goes like, "Hey guys,
Yeah.
guys, I don't think this is a good idea."
We'd kill you off so fast.
Guys, please, just give me time about it.
Push them off.
But yeah, I always wanted to play a character like that, or like a half orc bard.
Yeah.
That sings like, "Hey guy."
Yeah.
Do you remember time?
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah.
But I don't think I could keep up the voice for too long.
Yeah.
I'd forget.
Hard.
I try to stay in character though and do stupid stuff that my character wouldn't do.
Yeah.
Yeah, staying in character and like being very disciplined about what your character would do is really probably the hardest thing about D&D. It's like you as a person would want to do this thing, but you as a character would want to do something else.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's the hardest part because it's like, oh, maybe this.
I shouldn't do this because bad things will happen. but
this
But
thing
my
would be
character
really
would
funny to
definitely
say.
do it.
Yeah.
I just hope your characters don't die. It'd be such a shame.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, we're pretty close to invoking the wrath of that primer beast.
Close-ish. Yeah,
Close-ish.
You were.
Yeah,
I was
you're on your way,
was
buddy.
enraptured.
You're on your way. You were sprinting your.
Hey man, you weren't in your immersion enough.
You're
would have ran
full
straight.
steam ahead, man. Full
Yeah.
steam ahead. There's a modified thing on the back of your head. It steams.
Yeah.
I'll aboard the aid machine.
It's like 200 feet away.
Yeah.
It was scary.
Jeez.
I don't think we could even hurt it, even if we tried to.
Not yet. at
Probably
least.
not. I mean, we
Its
couldn't even hurt
AC
the
is probably
trees
too high.
that we married.
That was so funny. I was just checking out Debbie, and I'm just watching like Abe
Yeah.
be the
Officiate
official. I was like, oh, fuck.
I was like,
Look at that happening.
yeah.
Oh, that was a weird. That was probably one of the weirder moments.
That was
I was
a
here.
But didn't you leave and you came
Yeah, I
back
left
into
and
that?
came back, and you were like, I
Oh.
now pronounce you. I was like, what the fuck? It was literally 2 minutes, never 2 minutes. And all that happened.
In the middle of the fight and then it just stopped.
Are you planning on getting Warlock next level?
Yeah, I think so. Like for me, it's a big story moment too.
Yeah.
'Cause
No,
it's like-
I have it pretty tied in for Eris' story too.
Because like in any game, it's a big leap to like, oh shit,
Just
you worship
suddenly
this
be
thing
like,
now.
yeah.
This
'cause
evil
then-
entity.
Because
Yeah.
then I was reading about how like
Is
you
that
know
gonna go
paladins
down?
are righteous.
Yeah.
Having a warlock and it's like very opposite ends
Yeah,
of
it's
those.
like polar opposites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you gonna finesse that?
Oh,
together?
because you know how every time we encounter like a large, dead bodies. I always tell Andrew like Eris goes put down the dead, like respect like.
That's right.
Yeah.
You do.
So what I'm gonna do is that when I become a warlock, I'm gonna worship Osiris, who is the god of the afterlife,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dope.
which
Cool.
still ties in with like nature, cause all that shit. So
Yeah.
that's like very basic how I'm tying it
Isn't Set the god of the underworld?
in. Underworld, afterlife.
Oh, there's a difference.
There's a difference.
From multiclass. Something about it.
Oh, I think Osiris is nature and the afterlife.
Yeah, I'm planning to.
I wonder what our little like tarot card readings when they're gonna start going into.
I feel like he's forgotten, maybe.
I don't think so. I feel like it's he's gonna remember to put them in at some point. Like it's in the works. He didn't go through all that trouble to just not.
I think
do
mine
it.
has happened already. Actually, like
Really?
with my tribe being wiped out.
Oh.
I forget
really
what mine are. I
remember
need to
mine.
reread them. But I was saying,
Well,
so
that
I
was
think
a
for
cool
my
intro.
warlock transition, it's gonna be. Zana's probably gonna like leave or like fall asleep, and you guys are gonna wake up and she's not gonna be there.
So you're gonna worship the flute monster, or
It's gonna be the flute monster.
the monster's sick.
It's the flute monster.
It's
So
continually-
We don't know about it, but it's
Flute
some
bug.
end
it's some weird
times.
entity thing.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, becoming a warlock's gonna be such a huge buff for you though, as a character.
Yeah, I think so because it's both charisma.
Yeah.
They're both charisma based things. It's gonna give me more like DPS or DPR.
Yeah,
yes?
it's gonna give you so many options.
Yeah.
What's like the signature warlock then?
So I don't know which one you're going
I'm
for.
going with Hexblade.
I'm also going for Hexblade.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that'd
it's
be
the whole
kinda
charisma
interesting.
thing. Yeah.
Oh man, we're gonna be like
We're
battling
just
each
gonna be
other.
fucking shit up.
So what I really love about the Hexblade character is you basically choose one of your weapons to enchant and imbue the god that you
Oh,
choose.
sick, yeah.
So you'll be able to summon it. So I could summon my weapon and it'll like apparate in my hand,
That's fucking
And
cool.
and I
then
can make it disappear.
with the really nice thing
So
with
that-
being a
what-
warlock
what does
is that
mean,
all
though?
your attack damages come based off your charisma modifier,
Oh.
And that too. So
Yeah.
it's like
which is a
damage.
huge thing for bards.
So
There's-
what's good about having a weapon like ready?
Like flavorfully, I love it. I
Yeah.
just love
It
the
is
idea of
cool.
just
It's
going
very
like,
cool.
super
But
cool.
mechanics wise, for example, say remember those fights where like my battle axe was knocked out of my hand and I was like
Yes,
useless.
Yeah.
So because I have a magical battle axe that I can summon,
Right.
if I ever lost my battle axe, I'd be like, come back, bitch,
Right.
and it'd be back.
Say like you surrender. Oh shit! I dropped my weapon.
But you
Yeah.
never really drop it because
It's yeah.
you're a magic weapon.
Nice.
So there's little fluff things like that.
How deep are you going?
I'm not too sure.
Alright, let's go with just.
It's right now. I only see it as like a quick one level dip.
I'm really excited for the Eldritch invocations.
Alright, so I hope
Yeah,
the
those are
computer didn't go to
awesome.
sleep. That means Johnny stopped being here. Anyway, to proceed, Nan repeats to you. So I have several jobs for you. You can go interrupt the Outriders because they will be scouting our movements and they're more likely to find out which parts will be trapped. And keep in mind that right now we don't really have anyone to send out there to stop these guys from scouting our position. Secondly, you can go check out the ruined villages, see if you get any peasant guys who are left over in hiding or anyone in general to assist us. Or third, you can try to find an Eisenreich trading company up north, some of the outposts, and buy some more supplies. They're not willing to trade with us, but they would be willing to trade with you.
So you gonna spot us cash or like what's going on
Man.
Yeah.
Okay, I only
It's
have
about payment.
about 5,000 CP.
What the fuck? Alright.
What do you mean?
This is a group of nuns, sir.
Yeah.
Excuse me,
So
we don't speak broke.
So,
Where'd you
Is
learn
Johnny
that?
still here?
let me double
It's
check.
deep in
Johnny
my
still here?
syntax files. I don't know where this came
Oh,
from.
Okay.
okay. Anyway, can I get some of that? Damn, that sounds good. Anyway, so you get some
This
things
is
we
second
need.
plate.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, just fill this thing.
You got done too?
Yeah, pretty much done. Just fill it and then leave it with them.
you guys, things we can use. If you're particularly good with a bow, we can use some thunder tip arrows or bolts.
For sure.
Thunder lances, scrap grenades would be useful. Last but not great, those things will help us versus their primo bikes.
Scrapping.
Sounds like we have to split up the party to do all these three things.
I suggest you don't split the party.
What do you know?
I bet you've never played D&D.
Okay,
What's the three things? Scrap
Uh,
grenades.
get supplies from Eisenreich Trading Company.
AKA scrap
Recruit meat shields from ruins,
Healing supplies always help.
or kill outriders. So I'm assuming we
Are the
can.
bandits?
Yeah, they'll come to scout ahead of time.
If you could do
Oh,
this
look
in
at
one,
the Outriders. That sounds fun.
you could do this in one rest day. That'd be great.
You can probably split it in half and do two things at once.
Well, you won't really have time to do a long rest in between.
Yeah. So we can get.
I
We have-
vote for the Outriders. It would be good to kill scouts.
I think that's for
Just
sure.
for- also sounds
I think we should.
Yeah.
For sure, but can we do other things?
Yeah, I think
So
that's
imagine
that's
there's
pretty
like-
key.
You have one full day. This is 8 a.m. in the morning. You have one full day. During this time, you can try to accomplish all three.
Yeah.
The biggest issue is not time. The biggest issue is you will not get much time to rest.
Well,
You run out of spells, you get knocked out, you're fucked.
we can send one person to get supply. No, they probably can't.
Well, I mean, the supply thing isn't a big deal.
Let's send the
We can easily
NPCs to
get
do
that.
something.
The thing with the supplies
Yeah.
is, remember, this isn't exactly like safe lands to travel through. We already discussed the slavers, bandits coming through the area.
Okay, we'll send citizen snips.
Bags of gold. Like,
We'd probably send Kace, Cantor, and Snips to do one thing,
Hmm.
and then we do the other pressing thing.
Perhaps that could be a thing.
So between supplies and meat
The
shields,
easiest thing that can be done with by NPCs would
Supplies.
be supplies.
Supplies.
Because that's literally just going to somewhere, buying something, and coming back.
As long as they don't get ambushed.
Maybe-
halfway through.
In which he's not gonna let our NPCs get ambushed.
But wouldn't our characters know that?
No, we don't. But
Also-
our characters would still send them out.
Yeah.
our
yeah,
characters
yeah.
would trust them.
Case
but
Case
hey,
yeah,
asks
yeah,
if
yeah.
he could take the A5 to carry all the supplies back.
That's
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
do that.
Don't kill it. Don't. It better come back alive.
Well,
And
all the,
citizen snips better come back
well,
alive.
it's kind of a lot of supplies.
No, yeah, just take whatever. Take.
Okay.
Yeah,
Take
yeah.
all of them, hire some mercenaries to guard you back. Just one way trip kind of
How
deal.
much money can I use?
Up to
Well, they
up
have
to 5 Gs.
5,000.
Are you doing pitch and name cash yourself?
Yes,
How much?
5 Gs.
Give them 20,000 total.
20,000.
They need 5,000 for supplies.
$5,000 is from the nuns, and we can spot an extra 15.
Yeah, and buy more stuff.
Yeah, sure.
I'll
We'll
throw
take
an
it
extra
from
15.
the-
It's fine. Yeah,
15 is quite a bit.
10.
10.
Let's do 10, extra 10. An extra 10 to hire some help.
And whatever the nuns
Just
wanna
get
do
more
with it.
explosives. And the
Whatever the
nuns
nuns wanna
can
do.
kill themselves like last time.
Yes.
You know, they are how you know.
You said
you
you
know.
citizen
really-
snips too? He's crap. What is he
We
doing?
already have meat shields.
defend.
Oh wait, no, I carry
I
citizen
wanna
snips
keep
with me.
snips.
Okay.
You want to keep snips?
Yes.
You can keep snips.
Okay.
I'm enamored with him as he is a prime beast.
I just don't want them to be
So
ambushed.
that makes sense.
Problem is, citizen snips can only talk to you guys.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Can't really talk to NPCs.
Why
Citizen
did
is
why
the
did you
answer.
only talk to us?
That is a mystery that you're not quite sure of yet.
Got it.
Oh.
He's a talking door, clearly. Alright, so yeah, let's do that. We'll give him 10k from the 15k total from the group treasury.
But
Thank
if you
you
had to
very
give a
much.
list of what you wanted to buy, what would it be?
More explosives.
Yeah.
What did
Yeah.
what
Explosive
did
healing supplies.
Healing supplies.
Should we get changed?
Okay, what does not want for
Real
sure?
quick. So Nan
Yes.
says the following: if this is going to be a long-term thing, like they're going to be here for a while, just leaving us under siege, food is a must. Healing supplies, explosives. Those are the big three.
Okay.
Okay,
And,
how
yeah,
about
chains are
how
good
about we
to-
talk
to
about
set up the traps.
how about we talk about what they buy after our session, since we can do that through our group chat.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
That's just
Smart.
that's
Yeah.
something we can say.
Kevin, check it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Unless you don't care about being part of
I,
that conversation.
I usually don't use Facebook, so as a proxy, I end up not checking the group chat.
Just use Messenger. You don't need to use Facebook. Just
That's
use
what we
Messenger.
do.
I don't use Messenger either.
Well, you can.
Messenger's actually so good.
Messengers.
You gotta use something to communicate with us. It's not, this isn't a I don't do it, so I'm not gonna do it. That's what you're telling me right here. You don't use Facebook, so you don't want to talk to us.
Help me to help you, Kevin.
Very
I
well.
didn't even know how much XP to get every time. It's 11 when you feel like it.
Just randomly 20.
I
He's
just,
always
I, just,
taking
I, just,
20.
I just assume 20. Or
Just
I,
taking
or I
He doesn't
feel
care
like
about his bonus
it's been a
XP.
while, so I go back and scroll out and see.
He doesn't care about his bonus XP.
Anyway, I suggest you check it out.
Mm.
It makes our lives easier. Now, so you guys send Cantor and
Cantor
Case
and
on the
Kace.
way. They take all the A5, carry all the supplies.
Yes.
Okay, so secondly, what would you like to do? Would you like to explore the ruins of the...
Let's go scout. Let's do the scouting first.
Can I send Owl with them?
Hmm?
I'll send Owl with Cantor.
What you gonna do? You can't send you messages.
I know, but I'll tell him like, hey, if you spot
If something happens,
if
come
you
back.
spot baddies, you can like
Yeah, if something
swap
happens,
at them
come
or
back.
something. Also, I can de-summon them anytime and summon them
But how do
again.
you... Alright, fine.
I mean, if something happens, just come back.
No?
Yeah,
And let
you
us
like
know.
report back.
It's
Yeah.
literally just a scout.
Okay, so at this point, you guys also take citizen snips with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember, at any point, you can strap him to your chest for the bonus in movement speed, because he only moves 20. That's fucking tiny. Now,
But when he dashes, he moves 3 times his
Yo,
movement speed.
yo, he moves 20. I move 25. I'm like 20 times bigger than him. What's up
Yes.
with
20
Crabs,
crab.
crabs
That means
skitter
you're
really
slow as
quickly.
fuck,
Haven't you seen
Marlo.
that? You know, have you seen a
Agility
crab move
training
like-
Just
won't
said
hurt.
that you want to ride a lizard's shoulder.
that? You talking to me or the crab?
Just said I can toss you if you ask.
You should
Hey,
stick
man,
with
you
a
know-
flatliner.
You know, that sounds like a good idea. I hope my claws don't itch you too much, man.
I think Abe's pretty attached to
Jis
you.
said you can scratch my back.
Yes.
Hey, man, maybe you can scratch mine too.
Maybe not in combat though, because that probably is not the most useful thing.
Alright.
Jis said perhaps over an open fire. Jis said he'll eat JK.
Alright, let's go kill these scouts.
So as you guys leave, you gotta remember you're leaving in the middle of the day, and it is kind of quiet. How do you use the storm? And now it's a light snowfall. How do you use this as an advantage to make sure you get across quite a unseen? Because remember, this is mostly flatlands, except for this one central building. The question is, how do you find these outriders using your collective survival skills and approach them stealthily? Because remember, their job is to be on the outlook. How do you do this?
So maybe we could combine like survival history to see, like, if we were the outriders, where would we be hiding? I'm not sure what to roll for that. Let's like put ourselves in their shoes. Like, if we were gonna scout this out, try to be sneaky, where would we?
Survival?
You can go ahead and make a survival or history check your call.
Someone help me.
Or nature.
I'm gonna do a survival.
I'll help.
And do
Do I just roll a
history or
Yeah, just roll with me.
Alright.
I got a 16.
So history, you know.
Yeah.
If you had the choice, there are more hilly overlooks, kind of towards the east, kind of more towards inland. Because right now you guys are in the salted lands, you know,
Yeah.
where the water used to be.
Mhm.
It's more towards inland, where the shores would normally be, you know, the beach area.
Yeah.
There's kind of more hills, so you could go over there and check it out and see if you find anything that would make for a scout. But if you're gonna move, you gotta remember you are very, very visible on a field of white. If you could somehow find a way to, you know,
Say pass without a trace.
ah fuck.
Yeah, something like that would be useful.
Something like that.
Too bad we don't got that though.
Yeah.
Well, you have spell slots?
I mean, because it doesn't make you invisible. It just gives you plus 10 to strength or
Stealth.
stealth, right? Stealth rolls.
The
Plus,
pass without a trace
plus
is amazing.
10 to bonus to stealth checks, and you can't be tracked by magical
Magical.
means.
I also put it out there that you can be tracked by physical means.
Yes. So we're still leaving snow tracks here.
No. Creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks or other traces of its passage.
Wow.
What? What is that?
No footprints.
No footprints.
Wow!
Yeah.
Damn it.
I forgot how good passive is.
No tracks or traces of its
I
passage.
kept it all campaign last time because there was one time we came into a room and he literally was just like, "Don't make a noise." I'm like, "Cool," and we literally got past the room that he said.
Yeah,
keep
it's a
track
veil
all
of
this
shadows and silence radiates from you. So it's like magical protection, you know.
Cool.
Yeah, it's
Jis
like,
said I slit the guard's throat.
there's no guards.
Well, you jump in the gun.
One of the nuns.
Jis said ha 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 TBD to Lilith.
They were back Thursday to Lilith. I totally forgot about that. Fucking Lilith.
I actually really like Little
That
Circle.
bitch. Anyway, so Yeah, this
So
time-
would that work? Would that be useful? Pass without trace?
well, I'm about to narrate. So at this point, let's say you guys all make your stealth check. Plus 10. Go ahead and tell me. As you guys attempt to stealth towards the eastern side, towards the coastline.
Not good.
not.
Does a 13.
29.
I have a nat 20 plus 10 plus 8.
We have advantage.
This is
Wow.
I'm invisible.
Oh no! I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Alright, so.
We
What'd you guys get?
Look into
I got 15.
Really? Oh yeah. What'd you guys get?
13.
I have a nat 20 plus 8 plus 10.
Wow. What'd you get?
29.
You're
What about you?
invisible, pretty much.
What about you, Abe?
13.
Alright, so what about Sids and Snips?
Oh yeah.
These
Was
are
it
guys.
plus more?
Could he get advantage because he's a crab?
You can hide on the
me?
bag.
Can you hide on me?
No, yeah.
Isn't he like?
Yeah, he's honest. What is it?
Alright, fine.
He's on. Whoever he's on, he takes their
I
stuff.
just think it'd be funny for him to be like, haha,
He can
guys.
still do that.
Yeah, he's skittering in the snow.
Jis said Snips gets double professor for stealth.
Huh. Totally forgot about that.
Double
Jis
protect.
said according to his stats.
Dope. Alright. So let's just say Snips make it. Now, as a reminder, what Snips does is he starts reaching under his inside and starts covering his face in face paint. Ha! Black Ops, guys. Now, at this point, you guys approach and someone make a perception check. Stealth, survival, your call. Go ahead, give me something to work with to let me know what you guys see.
Stealth?
No,
anything.
just say stealth.
Perception.
Perception, history, survival, whatever you want.
Mine's +3.
Mine is
Let's
also
both do
3.
it.
Not 20.
Nice.
See, like you said, like all these like stupid rolls.
Wait, for what?
Like in combat.
What'd you roll?
Perception.
Yeah, perception.
So here's what you see. For a slight moment, about 400 feet away, you see a glare. Not quite what, but you have a feeling it's like metal or glass.
I tell the party, hey guys, there's a glare over there.
400
Probably
feet away.
metal or glass.
Or maybe this is a telescope looking at us. Think they've seen through my magics?
Not the telescope.
Oh, well,
I'm kidding.
back in the day.
There's a telescope. You know, the astronomers thing.
Yeah, glass is the thing.
Okay.
So, so you know where it is. You get to make a stealth check to approach or further discuss what you're going to do.
Shall we approach?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah. So stealth? Stealth checks to approach?
Again.
Everyone make a stealth.
Maybe.
Oh, this is scary,
Hope
man.
I don't
wanna
fail
take another
again.
one.
I know.
I don't want to do. Oh,
Cast without a
Yo, again?
What'd you get?
Cast without a trace though, right?
What'd you get?
I got 13 again.
Well, you guys are also significantly closer this time.
I'm over 15.
I got- But like, what if we're really stealthy? Could we like help these guys?
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm
Probably not.
casting my rolls.
Here's my thing about stealth. Hear me out, okay?
I'm casting my rolls.
Here's how I remember looking. If you're stealthing the party and it all
Well,
goes
first
well,
one is not
if someone
stealthy,
fucking trips
we're
and
all
falls
fucked.
over like a bunch of cans,
Right.
let's be like, oh, I'm gonna help you. It's fine.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
like
work.
say like I catch him before he falls. You know?
I don't know, man.
One. Oh.
It's ultimately it's up to
So that's
you.
a 13 with a
So here's what
two. Not
happens.
good. Roll 2 2s.
At this point, as you guys approach, okay, several things happen. First off, can you move all these guys to this side, Alan, for me while I draw this?
I rolled a 33 by the way for stealth.
Oh, thank you. So imagine this is. Oh wow, this is not as good as I thought it was.
Give me a new one.
Maybe.
You want the blue one?
I'm still dealing with the fact you get free office supplies.
I
Anyway,
got you a new D20.
Oh, yeah, fuck this one.
Well, you gotta leave in the brown.
so imagine this is elevated roughly 20 feet, okay? But this is a pathway up to that. Now, you saw the little glimmer from somewhere over here. You can't quite see what else is there. I should erase the arrow. So what do you guys decide to do?
What's that letter say?
20 feet.
20
It's
feet.
20 feet high.
Give me an idea. So here's how I imagine it. Like sometimes there's an overhang before you hit all the sand.
So it's a cliff.
The cliff. There you go. Sorry. So it's not a very tall cliff, 20 feet.
20 feet is pretty tall.
Yeah, I.
Let's put all you guys all the way. Can we come all the way back here, please? All the way to the edge.
Can I if I say minor illusions, a just wall of dirt or sand, would it look like
Snow.
or snow?
Oh.
Yeah, let's do that.
Alright.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you? I'm still not 100% sure what you're doing.
He's creating an illusion
Camouflage.
in front of him as he
Yeah.
walks.
Yeah.
So just
like-
so like a white illusion.
Just
Like a camouflage, you know, like make it look like it's snowing.
Like I'm gonna look behind me, kind of match what's behind me to in front of me.
So you know when you're playing Fortnite and you start a bit of wall in
No,
front
I
of you over
don't.
and over again?
Fortnite. But yeah, I guess there we go on this.
Yes.
Can we follow?
too broken?
Can we? Yeah, is that
He's
kind
hiding
of broken?
behind the wall.
Yeah.
Maybe that adds a certain number to our stealth check. Maybe that makes sense.
Whatever.
I'll give you
whatever.
advantage on stealth if you guys want to do that.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
advantage on stealth. with
Yeah,
this?
spell slot for
Remember
advantage,
this
why not?
precedent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Creative,
Yeah.
creative
Solutions, yes.
problem solving.
Hey, are they pineapple cakes left?
Yes, there's two.
You want to see the parents one?
Have you had one yet?
Oh, no, I'm not
Yeah,
big fan of
can-
pants. Well, that's my pants.
Yeah, give them both. There's two. Ooh, don't knock over them.
Oh, so then there's not.
Tell them it's from Taiwan. You know?
So where are we rolling? Oh, we roll.
Those are one of the best pineapple cakes I've ever had.
Those are
I
okay.
got the same.
They're very
Really?
buttery. I like
I'm
them.
gonna
I like the
stealth
buttery
check
ones.
behind him. And walk very closely behind him.
Okay.
With still cast without.
Wait,
It's a 15 foot wall, so you guys have to be behind me.
Okay.
At
So
20.
basically,
Nice.
finally from 2s to 20, the new D20
Just
didn't
added a
work.
0, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you need it.
Yeah, it really did.
All right. So let's say you guys are able to approach closer. Let's say you guys get all the way up to this hill. Okay.
Yes.
Due to your stealth checks, I'm gonna move you guys, I guess.
Thank you.
Okay. At this point,
They said thank you.
I hope they like it. It's some good. I love pineapple cakes.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
So we just basically just made.
Yeah,
it
you
up
guys
there.
stealth it to the top of the hill. Now, at this point, now that you get a better look, you see, not only nice, not only you effectively see what's making the glimmer seems to be some kind of what's the tip point of the rifles? The little,
The bayonet.
no, the
Iron sights.
The iron sights. You see the little iron sights glinting in the thing. Now,
So the sight.
you
not
can,
the iron
yeah,
sight.
the sight. My bad. I don't mean the magnifying glass though. Just the iron
Just the
sights.
iron.
Yeah.
Just part of the
The
gun.
iron's gleaming.
The aiming thing.
The tip of the gun.
The tip,
Tip of the
gun.
gun. The iron sight.
Now, as you approach, like, there's not much happening. The snow continues to blow. A bird flies overhead. The grass ripples kind of, but it's all frozen underneath. It's a bit less snowy here.
And do we see anything there?
You could attempt to perceive as such.
I would like to do so.
Point anything where? Point to it.
Around the weapon there. I'm looking for figures.
No.
Okay.
Like people.
People.
I also do a perception check.
I keep rolling so
Alright.
far. 19.
22.
Oh damn.
Here's what you sense. You only see one figure for sure. But up about 15 to 20 feet in front of you, you see something strange. A seemingly invisible line. Right just about a foot off the ground. You don't know what it's attached to, just a kind of like translucent line.
Where
In
is
front-
this?
on,
Where
like,
is
on the
this?
ground?
Like
So
in
it's
front
like a
of us?
tripwire.
Ah, okay. Well, I think we know what's going on.
But where's the figure at?
The figure is like
here,
right there.
inside?
Yeah, right where the scribble is.
Would I be able to mage hand disarm?
Hmm?
Or attempt to mage hand disarm it?
You would be able to cast Mage Hand, but you'd have to follow up with a, I want to say sleight of hand or I want to say thievery tools check.
How
I'll
about let's
do
just
it.
walk over it?
Let's just walk over it.
Like
Yeah.
stealthily.
We can see it. You know?
Okay, yeah, that's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Just like
Stealth. We'd have to do another stealth check to stealthily move over it, though.
no, we don't. Do we?
It'd be acrobatics. Right?
I'd let you go out.
Okay.
It's 1 foot.
Yeah.
It's like,
well,
well,
if
you
you
would have
acrobatics
to do it.
anything.
But short people have to, but
No, couldn't you just crawl under? Is it
or
low?
crawl under it, yeah.
You know, it's
It's
not.
still
It's
better
meant to
for
go
him to
against
step
humans,
over
not
it.
gnomes.
he might be small, but
Yeah.
you know,
I'll
I
do
don't
a.
think he could. Can he do 1 foot easily?
if he was 4 feet tall,
No, he's not 4 feet tall.
how tall is
He's
he?
like 3.
Yeah, I'm a gnome.
Under
If he
3
if
feet
he
not
tall?
half-
if he
Right
belly
here?
if he
No, he's
belly
smaller.
I'm
crawl,
gonna backflip
This is
over
3
with
feet,
acrobatics.
Huh?
This is 3 feet right here.
Hey. 17.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is a
yes, badass.
Well,
Alright,
I-
yeah, he
I
could
back-
definitely just walk under it.
I backflip behind it over.
wait, it's 1 foot off the ground. Oh, it doesn't matter. He makes it. And see,
Okay.
as you do that, you guys both get up the ramp effectively. Now, at this point, you do see in front of you one lone figure laying prone on the floor. You can't quite see what kind of figure it is, but it's mostly covered in snow, except for that single iron barrel
It's a
popping
decoy.
out.
Why isn't it shot
Hasn't
Well,
seen us.
Yeah, that's
Stealth.
the
Oh,
question.
yeah.
We were very stealthy, so is
Down
it within?
hellfire.
Could I get to them in one turn?
Let's say you're at the top of the ramp.
Okay. I
I guess everyone's at the top of the ramp.
Yes.
All right.
Jit said, shall I slice its throat?
yes, actually, but not yet. This is what I want to do. I I forget what the components are, but I want to cast silence as a ritual.
Uh-huh.
I'd like silence his
We have to
area,
read it.
and then we just move in and like.
Okay, so I will give you 1 surprise round to gangbang this guy. After that, he will fire, leaving a loud report. So, good luck.
No, I'm casting silence around.
Isn't that just talking?
Silence makes no
Everything?
silence
Silence
makes it
everything.
quiet.
It's completely silent.
That's why you always fluff it like, no, yeah, he doesn't make a noise. Remember?
Really
We fluff
cool.
it like that.
So like,
I thought it was just verbal, but
as soon as it happens, because he's gonna be like, "Yo, what happened to the sound?" Then we should go in and dispatch him.
well, he's not making sound anyways. How would you know?
It's like
I mean, you might notice that. Oh, why the wind stop blowing? You know, because it's like going like this.
Okay, at this point, nothing happens. He continues staring out.
Jit said no sounds can be created in the entire area.
Damn, dope.
Yeah.
pretty good.
Wait, so he makes no movement?
No
or
sound, no
anything?
movement.
Okay, that freaks me out because
Sounds
that's
like a
like
decoy. It
Alright.
could be a bomb.
Let's just kill him.
might be a decoy.
Ranged attacks.
Yeah,
can
range
you-
attack.
You have disadvantage, range attack, he's prone.
That's right.
Oh shit.
I mean, I can
Well,
go
we
first.
Can you message
have-
him?
That's
I
what I
mean,
was thinking earlier, but I can also.
But
I
I
can
mean,
I can
that
go
might
first.
break surprise or something.
I have the HP to tank anything.
That's true.
Well, I'm just curious why he isn't reacting
No, that's
to
what I was saying.
a silent
Maybe
bubble.
it's just a quiet world. You know,
Could be.
Could have
it's
his AirPods
snow
in.
muffled sound. He's just been
but
sitting
the,
there.
even the snow is muffled, right?
Yeah.
So like literally, it's like.
Wait, is it snowing or is it actively
It's
snowing?
a storm.
It is storming
Oh,
out?
no, at this point it's a light storm.
Oh, it's a
Oh,
storm.
Okay.
It's lightning.
Then
up.
Fuck it, let's jump this dude.
Let's just jump it.
Yeah, so
Alright.
I'm okay with doing that. Jizz, you want to slice the throat?
Alright, so here's what's gonna happen. Everyone roll initiative, and that's your surprise turn order. Go.
Jizz said taste slicey slice.
Dude, we got this.
What are you thinking of?
Nice.
Ugh.
So at this point, the storm is continuing to light up. A bird flies overhead, and who gets what here? I mean, hands up if you get higher than 20.
Jizz said me.
Okay, give me your numbers, guys.
Lord. 24.
Huh?
24.
21.
24, 21.
And Jizz
So, and Jizz is what? He got a 22. So that'd be Zana, Jizz, Abe. Hands up if you got 15 to 20. 10 to 15.
14.
Alright, and Marlo. Hands up if you got 5 to 10. Damn, Maris. Alright, and did anyone roll for Citizen Snips?
Oh shit. What's his
It's
stats?
plus 4, I believe.
Plus 4. Oh.
24.
Wow, damn.
Wow. So he goes first before Zana?
Who does?
What's your-
I'm 24.
Is that with your dex modifier?
It's plus
His
3.
is 4. His is 4.
Oh, so Citizen Snips goes first.
Nice.
I believe it's 4. Double check though.
It's a sneaky
I'll
boy.
double check.
Anyway, so Citizen Snips goes first and he does what?
He's playing Snips.
No. It's 4.
This one.
Yeah.
What is Snips gonna do first? Let's see what the
Snip
That's
away.
Can we not use him and get extra XP?
You get basically. Oh yeah, you get more.
Yeah, this is not easy. He's on the go ahead.
He can be lookout.
Alright, and Zana moves forward and does what?
Draw an arrow and ready my action. Just when someone else attacks him, I'll also shoot.
That's
the
assuming
arrow.
he stands up. Okay. And Jizz turn does what?
Jizz said I club him.
So move Jizz closer. Okay. Remember, all the actions take place at the same time. So Jizz is about to clump. Abe, what do you do?
I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire.
Okay.
So give us extra hit.
So I roll, dude.
Yes.
Okay.
13.
Oh, nice.
So he actually.
Jizz said, oh wait, I guess I shoot him from where I'm standing.
Okay, move Jizz back.
I thought you were gonna slice the throat.
Anyway, and so his form. Remember, this happens all at once.
Mhm.
What's your thing?
13.
Never mind. Anyway, and sorry, the intern.
Oh, it doesn't happen.
Marlo does what?
I slice his throat. I run up and slice his throat.
Okay.
I just realized that we get disadvantage. Jizz.
Range gets his advantage.
Remember, actions happen all at once. So you. What's your roll?
14.
Okay. So you stab him, and you do what? Don't forget you get surprised. Mass sneak attack.
Surprise? What?
Huh?
Again? I don't get sneak attack.
You get max sneak attack because
Okay.
you get surprised.
So it's 8, 13, 16, 19, 24.
I'm gonna high
24
five.
damage with the poison.
Did you already
dagger.
roll?
Damn.
I can get I can offset one of you guys' disadvantage.
Yeah, I got it. I rolled that.
Oh, sorry. Hold on.
I high five Jizz and then I'll go for
Okay.
Sorry, hold on. I didn't max my dice.
Yeah, max it.
So that was 424.
420.
24, let's roll again.
Blazer.
7, 32. 32 damage.
25 hit.
So 25 doesn't do it. Go ahead and roll for damage.
21 against AC.
Yes.
Yours does 9 damage.
Okay.
Jizz said I'll shoot with sharpshooter.
Okay.
You have normal.
It's a bomb.
Yeah.
You're gonna die.
So at this point, several things happen. So remember, all your attacks happen at once, and I want everyone around him to make a dex save within 20 feet.
Thought so. I fucking thought
That's
so.
okay. I'm dexterous.
Not 20.
Within 20 feet, you said?
Yes.
I'm dead.
You guys are not
Nat 20.
Damn. So what happens is,
Wait, am I not making a dex save? Because I'm not within 20 feet?
yeah, I don't think
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh.
So you guys are all safe. over.
Oh!
And then
So what effectively happens is, and you guys didn't really notice this with your perception check, but several things have happened. A, I've consistently narrated one common thing, and that's that there is a bird flying above head. Now, I've established in the past that these people have
didn't
used
catch
birds.
that.
I didn't catch it. I was like, oh shit, there's a bird. But I wasn't gonna say anything.
So what happens at this point are 2 scrap grenades fall to the ground. Okay, and did anyone fail?
Both
No.
nat 20s.
Okay, 65 divided by 2 is 32.
I am still down.
So
where's
so
that
is this
from?
a surprise against our surprise round?
Yes, basically you guys surprised what was basically a dummy with an iron pipe, and now the bird lands, okay, off of the distance, okay, and you see him transform into a person holding a gun. And evidently, whatever person you had had some levels in druid shapeshifting. So now
How much damage did you do?
you get past your dex save, it would be 32.
Wait, so I have 30 HP. If I didn't pass, I would be dead.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Sorry. So
What a way to
basically,
go out.
Seriously, right?
so this druid lands right now. He seems to have remember, druids aren't always beholden to the metal armor thing. He does seem to have some kind of long rifle. Okay, now, he's gonna go shortly after Jizz. And you can see him, he has his black tusks. He has what seems to be tiny skulls hanging around his neck. Okay?
He's trying to fight us?
Hmm?
He's trying to fight us right now?
You ambushed him, but yes, he does have black tusks, and he does like tiny skulls around his neck, and what seems to be like a bone cage, if that makes sense.
Ooh, I want tusks.
Right.
Yeah, stick it on
Anyway,
the
so Citizen Snips is no longer in this, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And Zana, you step forward and you do what?
I cast Hold Person, and that is
Shit.
Nice.
Because I thought he was gonna run away.
Yeah, he's
That's
probably a
what I would
scout,
do.
you know.
At this point, explosions already went off, and he's kind of just trying to.
It's
pick
a
off
silent
people.
explosion if that.
Yeah,
if
it
that's
is.
anything.
It is
Oh,
a silent
so-
explosion.
There you go.
I actually did have plans for what I was gonna do with this, but let's go. I'm not gonna negate this.
No worries. It's gonna be a wisdom save.
What's your spell DC?
14.
Shit. All right, so he's
Yeah, so-
effectively held.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, druids have hella high wisdom too.
Yeah.
Just like what, +4?
And you can make at
My turn.
at the end of your turn.
Okay.
Of it, your turn, yeah.
So, Jizz goes and Jizz does.
I'm a bonus action. Let our friends move forward. The melee fighters.
How does that work?
Bonus action, Mantle of Inspiration, give you temp HP.
So I'm down. Am I still down?
Oh, you're unconscious.
I'm down, yeah.
No, that doesn't help you then.
Okay.
Well, I'll give it to Eris since you're melee. And I'll give it to Eris, Abe. Actually, we give it to us four. That's fine.
Okay.
What is
So all
the
four of us.
mechanic for
So
jumping
what
off
does
this
that do?
cliff?
We have 10 temp HP?
You can make an
You have
acrobatics check. Where
5
you're gonna end up
temporary
taking
HP,
2d6 with
which you can
4
add
damage.
to your app.
Okay.
And then you
Or you
can-
have Featherfall.
What?
He's trying to jump off the cliff.
I also have Featherfall.
Don't do
Oh, really?
it.
But you're-
Hestia loves
No, it's a
you.
waste of waste.
But yeah, so you can move up to your movement. As far as
Wait, is it you? Oh,
you
yeah.
can. So I think I'm gonna stay up here actually. Actually, move me up to the edge there. Could I shoot a bow and arrow when I'm prone?
Uh,
Yeah. Oh, not a bow and arrow. A crossbow, yes. Not bow and
I'm
arrow.
gonna check this.
Because
If I can, then I'll go prone. If not,
Prone.
you have to do it horizontal. Oh, maybe. if you do it
You have disadvantage on attack rolls.
Oh really? That's
Yeah.
kind of weird.
Actually, that's one of the feats I have. It's like the sniper feat. You can attack without disadvantage while prone. It's
Okay.
kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna go prone then. I.
Follow up. I was gonna turn him into a bird after he took a few pot shots, but that is no longer in the cards. It seems.
Well, we'll see. You might still have that chance. Actually, yeah, move me up to. I can move 30. So.
No, but here's the thing. I don't know if you guys know this, but this dude's about to get gang
Like-
banged. Because apparently every attack during this
Yeah.
point is a critical. And I'm guessing Johnny is gonna use sharpshooter him
Yeah,
right in the
full person's
fucking
a feat.
face.
Is
I thought it was
is
advantage.
auto crit?
Huh?
Why
No,
is
it's
the other-
paralyzed.
why is the other
This
guy-
isn't prone.
Yeah,
person?
Oh,
shit.
Hold person.
Like if
Oh,
Eris
so good.
Let's
smoked
do it.
him right
Yeah.
now,
If I ran up to it, just like.
Yeah,
you would double it down. But the thing is, how it works is basically at the end of my turn I get to make a thing. Anyway,
Yeah.
do you end turn?
Yeah, that's then my turn. So.
Okay, so Jazook, what do you said to do? Oh, you don't double the sharpshooter damage. Only
Is hold person until the end of Zana's turn? Next turn?
no. So basically, it keeps going until he passes a save. So what's gonna happen is at the end of this turn, I don't get to act this turn. I have to skip my turn no matter what. I'm gonna roll a dice.
Okay. Alright, Jizz, you gotta make this count.
All right, you don't need a fighting spirit. Just putting it out there, you're gonna hit no matter what, right? You know that, right?
Yeah, I guess you automatically crit.
Yeah, it's kind of bullshit.
Just imagine he sort of has the guy in like a full Nelson right now.
Not even full of this. He's just like,
I just freeze him like this.
Just he's in that T pose, you know.
Yeah.
So everything auto crits.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yes.
That is pretty strong.
Yeah,
You
also
can sharpshooter still.
It's
done.
just that you
That's
rarely
scary.
bump into humanoid enemies towards the end of the campaigns.
Okay, so how
When
much
everything's
damage
like
you get?
demonic and shit.
I disagree. Humans are the real monsters.
True.
That's why there's none in our parties.
Alright, so Johnny crits in the face to 30 damage. Here's how I imagine it. So basically, Jizuku readies his bow from away and lets his
Just takes
It
his
just
sweet time. Just like.
slams into his tusk into his face with a giant arrow sticking where his tusk would be. His black tusk falls to the ground. At this point, he's still in a massive amount of pain. He is not dead. He tries to get out of this hold person. Is shapeshift a action or bonus action?
Bonus action. Oh, is he a moon druid?
No.
No, it's an action.
Yes.
Hey! Well, he's free, and my life sucks because nothing can happen. At least none of you guys get to crit. Abe, what do you do?
Well, I'm gonna cast Moonbeam on him.
Oh, he runs towards Marlo. Can we move towards Jizuku towards Marlo, who's unconscious? All right, go ahead and cast Moonbeam on him.
That's you must make a con save with disadvantage
With disadvantage.
against 13 because he's a shapeshifter.
Oh, this is
What
true.
does that mean?
Moonbeam, if you're a shapeshifter, you take this.
Wow, this is such bullshit.
Yeah. Because if you were shifted, then Moonbeam would make you.
All right, so I fail. What happens to me?
So 2d10s of radiant damage.
Oh my god, just roll for me.
Where's that d10? Okay. Fuck.
One again. Oh,
Okay.
There you go.
11.
Nice.
Damn.
To 11 radiant damage.
Ouch. Anyway, so
Okay, it
Marlo.
also reverts to his original form and
If you were a shapeshifter.
and it can't assume a different form
What?
until it leaves the spell's left.
Whew.
Nice.
Little teamwork.
Anyway, and Marlo, go ahead and make a death save.
Sorry. 7.
Okay, you fail, unfortunately.
Oh, well.
And
Okay, you'll get up next.
Eris, you're up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Huh?
Sweet. I high five Zana. Run over.
You don't get to crit though.
Oh, that's fine.
Well, maybe.
Oh,
maybe.
dog,
Maybe.
plus 7. 19 hit?
So your 19 slams to his, it's basically armor made of bone ribs. You know, it's like bone armor.
And now smite.
Damn, it's gonna smite it up.
4 plus 8 is 12, plus 3 is 15, plus 4 is 19.
Oof. So basically, just his body like blows back in a what would I call a radiant explosion. He collapses. At this point, he lets out a large groan in this language. Who speaks Orcish here?
Oh, Jizu?
Okay, which Jizuke seems
Maybe?
to understand
Actually,
as a curse
wait
upon
for him
you.
to confirm that.
Just said I do.
There you
Okay, which you deem to be some kind of curse upon his household. And at this point, his body lays there slain. His black tusk is broken off. Okay, you can loot him as you want. You guys have taken out an outrider. So
And outright.
Oof. Brutal.
Do we suspect any more? I expected there was gonna be a few more.
go. I think there's gonna be more.
Any birds out there?
Kill all the birds.
Can
Okay.
can I take this test?
Just said
Yeah.
you stimmed
Yes.
that Marlowe.
I stick it on my
Thank
helmet.
you.
So at this point, you guys hear a vroom vroom going far the way. So
Okay.
remember that happened in 12 seconds.
Yes.
So
Yeah, we dropped this guy.
I want
They
you
almost
to keep
killed
this
us.
D20, okay?
Is the room
Yes.
going away
Hold on
from
to
us?
that.
yeah. So to give you an example,
Alright.
basically
Because you forgot.
these guys are not the heavily armored guys. They're
Yeah, yeah.
outriders, people who could scout and stuff easily. So what they definitely saw us is massive explosions because actually no, there's no
There's
explosions.
no explosion.
They just know that someone died. I guess they didn't vroom vroom away.
Yeah,
Nice
there's no
silence,
explosion.
nice work.
That's what
Never
I was
mind.
thinking.
There was no
I
explosion.
take back.
Yeah.
That's my
Clutch,
bad.
clutch silence.
Nice.
So at this point, there are several other outriders. If you
Mhm.
please to take them, so you do not hear any vroom vroom. You can go ahead and continue searching for them. Okay. At this point,
Did we get anything else from his body?
you can loot his body. You do find what seems to be one scrap grenade. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you're gonna need that.
A bandage.
Yes.
Yeah, you should bandage up. You have one level of exhaustion, Chris, unless someone wants
He's
to stim
stim
happy.
packs.
Who?
Johnny.
Jizu.
Nice.
How many
Nice.
stim packs do we have? I feel like we're using.
A lot. I think we each have 3.
Individually?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because I remember buying a shit ton, and then we
Jizz
distributed
said
it.
I am down to 1.
When did that
He's
happen?
down to 1.
Okay, that
I
sounds about
also-
right.
I'll give you 2, Jizu.
You only have 1 left?
Yeah, because I rarely am in a
Just said
position to
tie.
heal someone. Because I'm usually the person dead.
Question: can Mage Hand stimpack someone or bandage someone?
I would say.
Ooh, that's a really big deal.
Right? Yeah.
That's
yeah.
big.
That's
I don't
that's
know.
game breaking.
That's
I feel like that's.
I think you can pour a potion.
You
Like,
can pour a
do
potion,
to
right?
someone's
Yeah.
mouth.
But
Okay, here's the
so-
thing.
I think if the
Oh,
Dexterity
mage hand requires an action, right?
yes.
If you wish to sacrifice an action and what would normally be a bonus action, I will say yes.
And a bonus action.
Because
That makes sense.
because
Because it would make a
stimpack
stimpak
and
range.
potions
Yeah,
are
yeah,
like
make a
exactly.
stimpack
It's a
range.
range. That's
because
pretty
stimpaks
good.
are bonus actions.
So you sacrifice your bonus action economy
I'm okay
to
with
make it
that.
an action,
How-
but you get range.
How about bandages?
Bandages, I would say they're free. Whatever you do, you.
Cool.
It takes
Good
an
to know.
action.
Good to know.
Yeah. I think. I mean,
With mage, well, yeah, if he's mage handing and that's an action.
Mage Hand is
no,
an
like a
action.
bandage wouldn't require that much pressure, would it?
No.
Like,
Because then the hand would just need to place it down once,
I mean, just
stick it down, and then use wrap.
yeah. Yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah, okay.
That's
yeah.
all easy.
second question: can a owl familiar
Uh-huh.
do any of those things?
Mage
No.
hand or band-aid?
Both. Oh, bandage and stimpack.
No,
An owl familiar. Yeah.
I would say no.
I'm gonna Google this and I want to say no.
We can talk about it later. But.
I say if you were a monkey, yes.
Oh, okay.
If you had the familiar had dexterity.
You know what?
All right, so you guys can opt to go after another outrider. You could try to patch yourself up before going again.
Who needs heals? Pursue.
I'm at half.
You got half. Oh, I'm actually half too. Actually.
Damn, rules as written. Yes, they can use items.
Oh,
Oh,
there you
sweet.
go.
1, 2,
That face you made was just. Oh no. I don't like this.
No, here's the thing. I can't even do DM ruling. That's how the rules are.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Well, I mean, you're also right.
You're
Yeah,
also
I'm cool
override.
with this. I think it'd be fun just to watch a tiny owl drop a grenade on someone.
Ooh, I didn't think about
That'd be cool.
Yes.
But you can't throw that far, so he has to fly up really far.
that. Drop it.
And he might just get shot right as soon as he picks it up.
That's true.
We got a shrapnel grenade, you said?
Scrap.
Scrap grenade.
Yeah. So frag grenades are more damage than the scraps. So.
Yeah, and we might as well keep going. There's no point in killing
And
just
I
one.
use 4 bandage.
Okay.
No, right.
So
I'm
because
gonna
you were
use another
sneaky,
5 bandages.
you guys were really sneaky. So at this point, you can continue to search for more outriders.
Are you at
You
max
can try to
HP?
make perception, survival, what
would be
have
very
you.
close,
Keep
yeah.
going. So what do you aim to
Actually,
do?
I have.
Jizz said familiars can use the help action to give at times too.
Yeah, but he always
Really?
gets helped. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll just try to I guess,
Perceive.
perceive some more.
Okay, here's what you perceive. Up along the coast some more. So this is the coast, I guess, this way. Okay, you see another bird in the sky. I don't know what you guys are gonna do about
Fuck
this.
all the birds.
Yeah.
But hold on,
Birds.
I want you to keep in mind if you know that's a druid, all you have to do is shoot the bird.
Yeah,
Or you can
that's what I'm
moonbeam
saying.
it.
Or you can moonbeam it. But yeah, what's the range on that?
60.
It's already out. You don't
I'm
need
at a
any-
spell. It's 120 feet, but.
But can't you just move the spell?
I don't feel like birds fly that close to the ground.
No, it's
With a moon
it's
speed.
it's a
Jizz said moonbeam can be moved.
Yeah, I know moonbeam can move. I'm just saying.
it's a 40-foot high cylinder.
No, I don't think that.
But anyways, I'm at a second level spell slot.
No, but you can
No,
move
but
it.
it doesn't cost a spell slot to
Move it.
Oh right.
But
yeah.
how long is the duration?
1
A
minute.
minute. It's
Oh,
only
that's
been
gonna.
12
I
seconds.
feel that's gonna end really quickly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's only been 12
By the
seconds.
time you even get to the next one.
Yeah.
So
I
anyway,
don't think it'll be enough.
so
time,
to the north you see a single bird in the sky. Congratulations.
Yo, Eris, could you give me a little help real quick?
What do you need?
And Jizook, if I miss this, could you?
Oh wait, no, doesn't he have sharpshooter? How far does that go? Isn't that double range or something?
Sharpshooter?
Actually, maybe give Jizook advantage, and then I'll
I
just
can
shoot
just
him
give
right
any
away.
of you guys advantage on that one. I mean, we're not technically men.
yeah, I mean, I guess
So you
everyone
just
could give
keep-
me advantage.
just-
yeah. Yeah.
Y'all high fives, man. Jerk you guys off.
No,
That's
basically.
so-
So attacking at long range doesn't impose disadvantage on your range attack rolls. So basically, all Jazik has to do is from like literally hella far away, like max range, try to shoot this bird out of the sky.
I mean,
I'm
you
gonna
miss
try
all
to
the
do
shots
that
you don't
too.
take.
So,
Can you just high five both of them
Yeah,
at the same time?
I just think it'd be interesting. So Jazook, let's see how far this thing goes.
it's like 300 feet, right?
I think it's
Wow.
hella far.
300 people.
Stupidly far.
I have
Yes,
it
it's
in
600 feet.
Yeah,
Holy
600
shit.
Jizz said I can shoot from 600 feet.
That's
That's
I should have died at 600
Alright,
feet.
let's say from here you can hit
That's
it.
a football field.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's say from here you can hit it. If,
That's a football field.
if
Oh,
you-
that's a little less than a
I'm
football.
gonna
you
shoot
roll
it
well.
Not
simultaneously.
counting end zones.
Okay.
And we
So,
both get advantage.
here's the deal. You guys both get advantage. You are gonna get disadvantage. It's canceled. You don't have the sharpshooter feat.
Oh, because the distance thing.
Yes,
So
yes.
just regular.
Yeah, it's
shot.
just regular shot.
That's right. Okay.
So go ahead and roll for it,
Two
Johnny. Let me
20s.
know what you get. It's a bird.
Jizz said I can split a caterpillar on top of an apple.
Alright,
without
that's not
touching the
happening.
apple.
19?
Wait, that's your disadvantage?
No, that's
This
it.
is
Oh,
It's
oh,
just
Good, I
regular.
cancels.
Oh.
It's an offset.
So would you? So Johnny, would you roll? Are you gonna shoot for it?
Jizz said 22.
All right. So roll for. I don't think you need to roll.
Jizz is a
for it. That's
good
one
RNG.
HP.
roller.
So
He has a great dice roll right now.
Yeah, he
Hey,
said
let me
it.
look at this trait. As soon as
The bird just falls.
Oh god.
Nice.
At this point,
It just dies.
We just killed a bird.
Because it's a bird with like what, 1 HP?
yeah, I don't HP. At this point, you see a single humanoid figure fall from 600 feet. Let me roll for damage here.
How does the damage roll work for
It's
a fall?
basically, I think it's
Something times 10. isn't it?
1d6. It'd be 5 feet.
Yeah.
So 120 d6.
Yo, the blood splatters in like
There's a cat to
a
it, though,
100-foot
isn't there?
radius. and it's-
So he's dead. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Even
but
with
there,
the
I
cat.
think there is a cat to it.
There's a
'cause you have
cat.
to-
So you hear
it's
is
terminal
Jizz
velocity.
said 1d6 per 10 feet.
wow.
Yeah,
Let's
something
see.
times 10.
It'd be
So
60. Yeah.
Jizz said max at 200.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
200 damage.
Yeah.
Well,
I
it doesn't
remember
matter.
reading through
You
this.
just hear as he hits the ground, and you see a small splurt of blood.
I chuckled.
Mm,
I know you
Any
guys
more
don't-
birds?
yeah, it's just
You
kill
see one
all
to the
birds.
south.
I buried,
Fuck all the birds.
I buried
Suck
both the
them up.
bodies.
I feel really bad because I thought this was really clever, and I feel like shit.
Oh no, it was really close.
No, the first one almost
No,
killed
it
him.
was
You almost
very
killed him.
You almost
That's
insta-killed
Don't
him.
think this
Almost
is
killed this guy.
Don't think
Insta kill.
Hey, to the south, you see
Yeah.
one more bird flying.
He's done.
Jizook, one more boy.
Guys, I totally forgot about this feat.
Our
We have one miss.
The sixth, huh? Oh. Yeah,
Well, 12.
disadvantage.
Yeah.
With 600, it's fucking insane. Don't forget advantage, Johnny.
Advantage.
Jizz said let me make a prayer real quick.
Say a little prayer to you.
I gotta say, this is the dumbest
Jizz
encounter.
said 14.
Well, it doesn't matter. That's 13 AC.
Yeah.
So your arrow pierces the bird from a significant range. And, again, this time you hear as it falls to the ground. I didn't need to roll for damage. I think it's dead.
So that was a humanoid figure. Yes.
This is a,
Wasn't a bird falling, eh?
This is the
Abe
dumbest
learned that all
encounter
birds are fake.
negated
Yes.
by a
There's
feat.
no such thing as
I will
birds.
kill all birds from now on.
Alright, so you guys
The
have
thing
taken.
about revenge is when you had a Rorge against Johnny's campaign.
Wait, how's it revenge? He's fucking me twice.
Because Rorge fucked up Johnny's
Yeah, he
campaign.
killed me. Whatever. Not a big deal. Not a big deal.
Jizz
Anyway.
said Hestian above guide me on my shots, let my sins be wiped me away by the blood of my enemies.
I should really like this puppet speaking. Honestly, for real though, if Jazik was a Warforged, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
So-
Yes. the robot voice.
Yes.
I think that's what he'll do when he rolls after if he has to roll a second character, is what he said.
Jizz said secondary.
Secondary. Okay. So at this point, I want us to explore the ruins, but there's only 10 minutes left. I don't think it's worth for us to get into. So it's good as time to any start cleaning up and get going. So a few things, comments, concerns, criticisms. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself.
That was good.
Citizen Snips is most excellent.
No, it's a great character. Right there.
Wait, so what are his stats?
What I'll read out to you.
Yeah. He has some pretty cool stats.
No, he's a very fleshed out. I think you need to do something about Cantor though. He's very one-dimensional.
Yeah, I'm gonna upgrade Cantor, but I need him to get the fucking brow.
Yeah, but I mean that's also not too big a deal because Cantor already does so much role playing wise that I don't mind that he's a little one-dimensional.
Cantor right now is, imagine a rich noble, and like he never really.
He's like I just think of him as our advisor.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah,
Giant
he
was
is
packing
a
up.
tiny beast, level 3 Black Ops crab. He has an AC of 18.
What the?
He
Jizz
has
said good night.
18
Nice.
HP, a speed of 20 feet, strength of 8, dex of 18, con of 12, intelligence of 18,
What?
wisdom of 12, and charisma of 18.
That fool's smarter
Dude,
than
he's
me.
a smart,
Yeah,
charismatic.
He has skills in sneak, sleight of hand, cooking, and disguise.
Wait,
kit.
sleight of hand is minus.
Oh, minus his charisma. Sorry,
Oh,
because he doesn't have hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crab battle. Citizen Smith can disengage, dash, or